if Niall wants to play on low HP for extra damage, looking very aggressive right here. But again, AoE card control-wise, Big Picture has an overwhelming advantage. ONIC might want to change that, but they go for the Harriet ban because they already have the Claude.
Might be Moskov next for the ban towards Eman.
Good evening, Kawaragi. Hello.
This is already strong enough front for you to work with
Naman.
before
Uy,
BTR.
Mark, hello.
You have overwhelming advantage in terms of objective game.
Alive na ba yung YT? Okay, naka-live na yung YT.
Pair it with a Moskov. That would be amazing for BTR, especially with that Market Hunter. Eman has been abusing that to the maximum potential.
Now, whenever Uranus type of deal might show up, Sustain can be a great option here if they want to play tempo and pressure in the early game. Valentina ban for Vitality here. Denying a signature pick from Sans technically with the final slash with the golden hour available. You do not want to leave Gila Sans up to his own creative devices.
Now, I'm wondering coming to the second phase with the Harris already banned out, we do see the Suyo for ONIC. Do you think the Eve instead might be prioritized as a ban in order for the Suyo to have a better time in the early game?
Possibly.
Not a bad idea at all, man. The Eve, again, brings crowd control, brings slows and poke damage. It's one of those versatile heroes, which is exactly why it's been favored so much, especially against Tushin. And now with the Gord ban coming in, with all the crowd control, burst damage becomes a
Ilang
concern
games
for
kaya
ONIC.
to?
Putting it away in the form of the Gord will be great. Options left include this Sunset, by the way, which again brings in a lot of crowd control. Could work for either team.
Yeah, I like it better for BTR though. Just for Shogun to abuse that Vengeance stack.
Right.
Pigeon procs all the way.
And playing Zetian into Arlet is not a fun time.
Yeah. No. But I'm surprised with the Gord ban though, because if you look at it, Eve and also Gord is right around in the same area. You have range, you have some kind of like burst damage. If the Gord definitely excels on that. So I wonder, is this a setup towards another hero that Sans has this, maybe not Sans, Luffy on the table, Luffy half on the table, like a Terizla maybe.
Terizla can work, but I really don't like how immobile the Terizla is. So Lapu is a signature pick. I think it works fine here, right? They can dive into back, potentially to the backline member that looks like they're gonna be Moreno. It just seems like both teams are trying to flex each other's mid laner hero pool. They haven't picked a mid laner, and now Sans has shown his cards first. It's gonna be Lilia.
Yeah, one of his signature heroes from back in the day. I remember how aggressive he was. Used it already here in the playoffs, and it was a menace. It was a menace for sure.
Good evening, Jerome.
Exactly. Suyo, Lilia,
John Michael, hello. Team BTR si John Michael.
Moreno, what is he
Anong
gonna
team
pick up?
kayo, guys?
Did he go for Selena?
MPL Indo.
Against a Khalid that has a bit of a...
I mean, you mentioned the Zetian earlier.
Ngayon pa lang Grand Finals.
I think Zetian would take
Domen Kite. Si Demon Kite yung nag-inactive, hindi si Domen Kite.
That was good. I think.
Oh, the Barca.
Barca!
Wala nang Kite Brothers.
Really?
Juked us.
Again, with all the utility already there, having the Kimi to follow up and have an extra bit of front and back potential. Now it's
Hindi man kahit yung jungler ng Aurora nag-inactive. Baka lilipat ng ip. Naghanap siya ng malilipatan.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah, it's
Aurora.
either of those two, I think. Especially if you're thinking about the ARC matchup, Yuzhong fares better
Ito
on
yan.
that one. But
Yuzhong can go straight into the backline.
that is true. I don't know why, but I
Go
feel like BTR has now
ONIC!
left
Sabi ni Tikon.
match.
Ilang
Because
games
this
kaya?
map really
Mag-number
feels
pala
like
kayo.
they just want to play it super safe
Game
with the
7
front and
kaya
back,
to.
and also
Para sulit daw
having a
tigat
low
game
risk
7.
veteran.
Okay, I guess we're just gonna throw it straight into game
Oh, yan,
number 1
sakto,
here.
number
The
1.
opening game of the Grand Finals.
Pati si Edward susunod na din mag-inactive. Sabi sa'yo?
And today, Bicatron will try to take it. Dynasties are not inherited, they are overthrown. Welcome to MPL Indonesia Season 17 Grand Finals. It's Realize and Mirko reporting for duty.
It's a blast, you know? Very unexpected Grand Finals here according to most people, but I knew deep down in my heart that this was going to be the Grand Finals. And now that we're here today, we have to remember it is game one out of a possible
Hello.
7-game series. I asked Keyboy just earlier in the opening, what his prediction would be for this match. He said 4-3.
40. Uy, gusto mag 7 games ni Kiboy. ONIC daw kasi maganda support. Magaganda supporter. Rumors parang sabi ni Wise.
In the Velodrome and Onyx Kingdom was that 4-3 grand finals against RRQs. Maybe, just maybe that could be the case. But let's see if Bigatron by Vitality has what it takes. They have ticked the first box.
May technical pause ba? Ang tagal mag-start na.
And now they will try to win their maiden MPL ID trophy.
It just seems like when we're in the Velodrome, there's something in these walls, man. There's something written in these walls. And so far, it's always been ONIC. What did that say? I don't know.
ONIC?
ONIC, perhaps? But season 13, season 15, the 2 times we've had it here, there's only been one champion. Velodrome only knows one name.
Sabayan nyo na ng dinner,
Can it
guys.
finally be tarnished?
Intense eh.
Can it finally be taken
Parang di ka
down by the crew of the red robots?
makakakain.
The red robots banging on the doorsteps and possibly the walls of the Velodrome. We did see that Tifo up there by the Sonics. Velodrome.
Yan, gay
Let's see
na.
if the home gets taken down by Bigatron by Vitality. This is game 1 of ONIC against Bigatron by Vitality.
We're getting into the game. It seems we're getting in a bit late. There's already a significant advantage that we're seeing. Lutfi in the lane against Shogun. And we're finally in it. There you have it. Is there anything crazy? I don't think, but there's a significant goal lead on the side of ONIC. 300.
Yeah, that was quick. And 7 seconds into the turtle already. Nile hits level 4, especially with the Gimme up top, helping shove the wave from the Harlot. Against the Uranus, you really want to win out the objective fight. That Uranus will be very best to deal with. Frozen moment.
Oh, big bonk already on Keyboy. Sounds of the Glooms. Kyrie waiting in the bush right now to jump on Shogun. Mobilization and also the final slash on Lutpi. He's going to be taken very low. Traction pulls and a jump in forward, but Lutpi stays alive with a consecration. Finn and Nile holding on, trying to make an opening to get back into the turtle. Kai, steady, on the Suyo. Lutpi walking back up. Now he's going to be Karo with the walk up as well. Nile wins out the Retributive SOD, lands a Finn. Is able to collapse on him. A good queller as Kyrie charges the surge. But Bigatron win out Turtle 1.
The first win for Bigatron by Vitality in this best of 7. The objective completed. Shogun with a maiden kill as well. But you can take a look at how pesky that Uranus was to kill. They need something to shred it down. The Moskov, the Kimi scales well into the late game, and that could be possibly the silver lining to deal with the Uranus. But what if you just dodge the Uranus? Go for the other carries, especially the Suyo and the Lilia. Super safe to play. They have tools to deal with that. This Kimmy pick had the Moreno we saw yesterday. He picked up the juice in. Now it's Kimmy.
Oh, he finds a taunt just at the edge. Nile with a bonk on Suns. Now Sin going down. Kyrie looking for the play. Golden hour to save Nile and to zone Kai from getting a blade surge in. Now it's Lutfi cutting in after getting the top tempo.
Trying to take it down though. The Uranus will have prio and just moving around the map. And you can just proxy the waves as well. Play for that rotation. So far, nothing too crazy. Emblems by you. Bargain Hunter for the Kimmy and the Moskov. So it's all about just getting those items quickly, getting the power spikes quick. Because ONIC know they can force the fights when they also have that advantage. Other than that, nothing too crazy. ONIC, they will be playing for both Moreno and Emman, the hyper carries. And now we see the Suyo finally being picked up after being abandoned for a few series. The Suyo does pretty well as well for that clear, the Fredeno. That neutral objective take will be very interesting. Talent predictions by GoPay. 4-3 for me, and for Eterna too.
Just want to say that's why Arashi's my boy. Just want to say, you know.
4-0.
Hey, 4-0, bro.
Believe.
Hey, right now they're doing good.
That'll all work out.
Let it all work out. Hopefully, but right now it does look very good. Nile getting that mid-prio from Moreno, and this is a very weird pick for Bigatron standards, right? We were seeing a few heroes, however. The Barca made more sense if you're thinking about Maestro. He's back on it, traction pulse on Sans. He's able to walk out of it. Keyboy gonna get caught by the frozen moment as Shogun jumps on Lutfi, who's already used the consecration. Now it's the turtle dance. Claude rotating as well. Kai winning on the retreat battle, but now gets stunned up and a bite bonk to send him back home. The SOD connect. Now they go in with the golden hour as well. As that's what it now. Looking for the tongue. Won't be able to find it as Kelra pocket blaze and win and purify. But Keyboy has a quick sand guard, pops it in, stays alive. Lutpi walks up to go for more damage. Iman doing more. Sounds with the black shoes and Keyboy will hold on to this bush. Miss on the final slash from Shogun. He's trying to survive, just barely finished, trying to expedite this escape. Keyboy gets a kill on Finn, and it's 2 on ONIC. Big foul from Nile, though. Finds a taunt on Sans.
The cold-blooded killer does it again with the Fredrin is 3-0. And Lutpi shredded down to pieces, but he's gonna be fine. ONIC lose the members they need.
Lutpi! Can you survive this? Moreno guns him down. That is a lore inaccurate Stormtrooper in the mid lane.
Very chaotic early game. They want to brawl out, but it's a bit uncanny for Bigatron by Vitality when you know it's not about winning the lane when you play the Kimmy, the Moskov too. It's about farming up a Storm, but they still have that power in the Fredrin. In the fact that Finn has his hands on a Marcel. Shogun as well with the Arlet, very, very spectacular. And now Bigatron take control.
Oh no, Purify, what Kelro? Oh my goodness, Nael! He's a man on a mission.
He got deleted just like that. And the chain CC works pretty well for Bigatron by Vitality. They have the tools needed, the taunt, and then you have the Vengeance stacks for Shogun with the Arlet. And that also helps the Arlet play more because then you have the frozen moment to play with. Kyrie. Late surge.
The way the taunt coming down, and look at the auto resets. Bonk as well. Niall is unstoppable.
So much power, so much control for Bigatron by Vitality. ONIC, they have to think of something, a way to possibly weather the early to mid game and then wait for the items to come in, because late game, this Lilia, this Claude will hit like a truck, and that's where you get the shred to take down the Fredrin, to take down the Arlet. Oh, so far, Keyboy was looking for something, but I don't think he's going to commit himself to that. That's going to be the second turtle for Bigatron by Vitality up top. Lutpi again trying to hold everything in place. Oracle completed for Moreno, or rather for Niall. He's gonna have that extra shielding, extra healing as well. 5-0-2 though, as the Fredrin early on against a Suyo. Obviously, it's almost an on-par type of foe when you want to go for the neutral objective. But going 5-0 is actually very scary.
He has an Oracle already. 5-0 on the Fredrin means you're giga tanky, and it fits the bill perfectly. Bigatron need a solid front to play this front to back.
Yeah, they want to.
They're doing it.
Yeah, they want to play that front to back. Again, just trying to protect 2 presidents now. There's going to be the Kimmy and the Moskov.
Wow.
The Moskov yet to hit a kill.
No Sky Pierce on Moreno. Now that's different.
Yeah, that was something that I also kind of wondered, because the Sky Piercer enables you to bypass the threshold of the HP. Very effective against the Uranus, the tanky members that really have that power to just soak up all the damage. Keeper as well with the Khalid. Moreno, traction close.
Lutpi dashes away. He's gonna have to give this turret away. The final slash locks him down though. He has the flicker. Can he get out in time? He's gonna get chain CC'd before he can even react. Moreno on those laser beams, shredding them down. Now it's Nile with a taunt on Sans. He has no Purify, but he's gonna have to pop the black shoes. Keyboy will die for his sins. He's so low, he gets away. But it's 2 flickers burnt by the mid duo of ONIC.
Oh my goodness, look at the chain CC. So much control up top. Kyrie's doing heavy work on the structures. And this is what ONIC is also able to pattern to. When they know they lost the early game, control is a bit wobbly in the mid game, they let Kyrie farm. This has been the case when he plays the Yi and Shin, when he plays these type of farming heroes that also kind of excel in the duels. But this time around, 0-2 as a Suyo. He goes for the Hunter Strike, going next on the War Axe completed too. At least he has that sustainability in the War Axe, and the Hunter Strike kind of helps that as well. But let's see if he's able to bypass Bigatron, because look at how tanky Niall is. Who really kills him at this stage of the game? Maybe if we talk about it 10 minutes from now, 5 minutes from now, they have the power. But as of now, Niall is going to be unstoppable, especially in the Lord take.
This is why you don't give Finn to Marcel. He's just being an absolute menace as Niall picks up a kill for free. A monster kill for the cold-blooded jungler. Bigatron gonna go for the chase. Immobilization lands on Lutpi, but they know what they want. Sights on the Lord. Swift Trinity achieved at 9 minutes for Iman.
Wow. Once a part of the dynasty, now Niall becomes the cold-blooded killer to possibly overthrow it. It's a good start for him, 6-0-3. 9 kills for Bigatron. They are on a roll, chastised because they know, oh, they want to fight more. They want to get the regen. Two chastise available. They want to siege.
Again, so annoying. Finn, the human on a Marcel. Traction pulse over into the mid lane. ONIC are able to defend this holy shield. They've done quite a good job at holding these waves, but Bigatron, they were patiently still waiting for the Lord to spawn in the game, and it spawns in the bottom lane.
Yeah, and it's very good as well if you get the structure in the mid lane. That bottom side turret, remember, lost its holy defense. So that possibly might enable the Lord to crash into the base and get a structure, and then you go for the empowered minions and Kyrie. We've seen him playing from behind as a Suyo. All he can do is just play the segue, look for a segue, push on the lanes, the long lanes especially. No Bigatron on a siege. Keyboy in the back.
Uh-oh, he knows there are no purifiers on him on. Can he react in time? That's the question now as they go for the siege, but the look peek gets taken so low. Keyboy is all alone in the back line. No one sees him just yet. A distraction pulse locks on Kyrie, and now the mobilization. Bigatron gonna go into the mid lane. Holy Shield procced right away, and Keyboy's flank doesn't end up giving them anything for now.
It's too far for the players of ONIC to reach Keyboy. If they were able to get a chain CC to Aman, that could have been something to work with.
Waiting there.
But he's just waiting. He is still not spotted. Aman, ooh. The Abyss Walker. I do that sometimes as well, but with a nature now completed for Aman for extra safety, and yeah, Finn finally spots him out. I think it's too fishy to not detect Keyboy in a few minutes.
Traction pulse. Oh, Kelra able to react in time, but not Lutpi! He gets caught. That's a Uranus. That is the tankiest member on the team, melted like he's nothing.
Yep. Like hot knives through butter, and now ONIC, all they can do is just wait in the base, turtle up, and possibly try to clear the waves. I mean, Lilia is one of the best heroes you can have when you want to do that high ground defense. Golden hour.
Oh, catches Sans right in it. Now he's going to be waiting for the timing right now as he jumps in, and he finds it. Perfect. Godlike is a Nile. A man on a mission to show, perhaps, that he might be the best in Indonesia right now. Kyrie with Keller over to the wave. Now final slash from Shogun. Kyrie locked down by Nile. Big Bong sends him home. It's Nile, legendary. It's Moreno the Maestro on a double. And it's Bigatron who claims game 1 in the grand final.
Wow! 12 minutes. 12 minutes lang yung laro na yun. Nagwawala BTR. Bilis na.
ONIC unable to move, unable to play the game. A statement game, a good start.
Jean, hello. Ronald, hero.
By Vitality.
They're heated. They're warmed up.
Grabe si Nile.
ONIC.
Nile. 8-0 yata yung stats niya.
Make their way on stage.
MVP yan siguro. Pag hindi MVP, dinaya. Hindi ko nakita yung assist na yun.
Go through that grueling
Lakas si Nile na.
Yes.
Go, ONIC.
He might be tired, but it's a double-edged sword. It might be that extra boost in morale,
Maganda gising ni Nile.
in confidence.
Ako, 20 minutes pa yung susunod na game, guys. Sa timeran ko. Balik ka after 20 minutes.
At least carrying it into today. But ONIC, man.
Wala ka link te. Link ng alin?
But because of how clean Bigatron by Vitality played that game, the Fredrin, Nael, 6 kills, and the way they
Six ba?
CC in every single team fight.
Di ba 8 yung kanina? Baka mali lang yung tingin ko.
So invaluable because you know you want to pop the black shoes to be able to escape the ordeals, but look at the way they ration the CC, the taunt, the vengeance reset, and then you have a frozen moment, traction pulse, everything.
With you, the moment I saw the Marcel get left open,
BTR
I
win.
told the boys right in front of the stage is GG. You don't give in the human Marcel, brother.
Yep. Might as well change his name to Marcel the Human, but
We
Hero
already
yan.
have that guy. We already have Marcel.
we do.
John
Different lane.
Vincent, hello.
Bigatron, beautiful start. Let's see if ONIC can answer. But for now, panelists, please break the game down for us.
Pwede ka pa kayong mag-classic or RG isang game. Matagal sila mag-next game.
I think the Bigot Troopers are rejoicing because they do know the fact that if anything, Bigatron function on momentum. The fact that they were able to win last night and they lead the series, and not just the series, they lead the grand finals 1-0. It's looking up, it's looking up. What happened to ONIC in that first game?
So even when the game began, I was talking to Shepard about this, but it really felt like the whole draft was so far out. I mean, we have no idea what ONIC were trying to do with that draft because they don't really have. They were trying to go for early game control. With
Ano daw
William
yung
Lee,
download
but
game
they
daw
didn't have
yan.
the burst damage or the crowd control to really back it up. So we were looking at Bigatron with the golden hour, with the.
Sana mag-game 7, no? Ilang games ba gusto niya?
And even in the early game, okay,
Talo na daw,
in the mid
ONIC.
game, ONIC doesn't really win
Talo
either.
sa game
The late
1.
game, Bigatron wins it still. So there was no point in the game. where
Hanggang
ONIC
game 7
were
naman
supposed
guys
to
kung aabot man.
It feels like Onyx draft is
Tagal pa
way
oh guys,
too
matagal pa
optimistic.
to.
And that is a
Ito may
very,
timer ako dito.
I guess,
Minsan
like,
kasi 20 minutes, after 20 minutes sila nagsistart ng next game or after 15 minutes, mga ganun average.
You can function on neutral objective based on those two
Lagi ko na
heroes
nandito.
alone. You don't even need the mid laner.
Kaya
Okay, maybe
tinatimeran
after
ko yan
15
para,
seconds, but you know what I mean.
Yes, yes.
But
You guys get the
even
point.
para
if,
matansya natin.
you know, obviously BTR wins the early game. How the hell does ONIC come back with that kind of draft? Right?
Exactly. There's no playmaking.
It's tough.
It's the Uranus on the EXP lane. It's a Khalid on the roam. I was thinking that the Khalid was going to make it difficult for Finn on the Marcel to do much, right? He was being traded time and time again. But it didn't even come down to that, right? Finn was just avoiding him, and there was no benefit that Khalid aggression can bring towards ONIC.
Now
That's
we
why I
were,
was wondering, what was the reasoning behind the Uranus pick?
I talked about this with Arashi in the game earlier. I feel like the Uranus was once again a very optimistic pick. They expect to function off the early game damage of Keyboy and also carry most of the time. And Lutpi is supposed to exhaust
Baka
all of the
pinaisa lang.
away from BTR, and it didn't work. To be fair, I think
Happy streaming
this
from
could be like
Angela
the
Nicor.
season
Thank you,
against any other
Adrian.
opponent that they're gonna face because they are ONIC.
Tama po.
Mechanically, they are the best out of all the teams in Indonesia, but against BTR, especially in these playoffs, it's
Siyempre si
a
Mirko,
there's a
happy
chance.
yan.
This is something that we were discussing yesterday. The fact that
team niya
individually, their
BTR
mechanics
kasi.
are insane. And we saw the
Di ba,
mechanics
kahit
from
dati pa.
Nile here, not on Assassin this time, but on the Fredrin. Look at that stat, 809. And that's why he deserves the
Oh, 8
player
nga.
of the game or the MVP
8-0
presented by
nga.
the official gaming phone Infinix GT50 Pro. Now, what made Nile's Fredrin special?
All right. Well, first of all, it's the confidence we talked about, right? This guy on a hero like the Fredrin, on low HP, no problem. It just makes him more dangerous. We're seeing him fight with a quarter HP, with a half HP. And I think the underrated combo right here that people aren't noticing is the Fredrin Marcel, dude. Because it gives you so much, it can buy time for the skill rotation. It can give extra shielding for the Fredrin to just stick in the fight, do damage and regen back up. So those two together made it so that the neutral objective, the zone control, as we call it, was just so advantageous for Bigatron. ONIC in the early game don't have enough damage, right? It gets out-sustained, and then once that was done, Shogun, Eman, Moreno, you name it. You can pick anyone here to really deal some damage and seal the deal. And look what happens once they really get an advantage. With the overwhelming amount of damage coming through, every single bit of crowd control,
Ay,
whether
init.
it's just
Kumain na ba kayo?
a knockback,
Pwede pa kayo
a
mag-dinner,
stun,
no?
just becomes a death sentence immediately.
Yeah.
Makatapos na kayo mag-dinner, di pa nagsistart yung next game.
This draft was built for Shogun.
Ganun katagal, no?
With the Arlet Rock, with the Vengeance, and also the Marcel Immobilize as well. But mostly it's just Nile operating in the mid lane. And I can see now why the Uranus makes sense, because you want to weather the storm in the EXP lane, because mostly they're going to play through the EXP lane, right? It worked, I think, in the first neutral objective game, or like the first neutral objective game, but in terms of team fight, they were losing hard. I think Kyrie got one turtle, right? I believe in that game.
I think so, yeah.
Just with the steal. And it took a PTR error for that to happen. And I think what's so underrated about Fredrin or Boxer or every utility
John
jungler in
Reagan,
this
hello.
meta is you can enable any mid laner that you're gonna pick. No matter how
Right.
bad it is, you can pick Eudora. Obviously, that's an exaggeration.
Eudora.
But you
That
can
far,
pick
but yes.
Clear, Zetian. You're not gonna get punished. You can play in the back and deal damage and keep
Baka
your
gusto niya
choice
makita yung
the safest
items.
choice possible. I like this from BTR.
Thank you, John
They just wanna
Reagan.
fill out the series first, just like in the Geekfam series.
O yan, gayahin niya na yung
I
ano.
feel like ONIC will ban the Fredrin
Mga
and force him to an
items.
assassin or at least a fighter battle. No more utility from now on.
And don't forget, the Kimi and the Moscow both synergize so well with the Marshall as well. I think part of the damage that bursted silence in the base earlier was the bolts from the Moscow.
6 minutes pa lang ang
once it
nakakalipas.
expires. So, it
May
just-
10 minutes pa,
everything
guys.
works so well right there. It seems to be, man.
Ganun talaga eh.
And
10 minutes.
the respect that Bigatron gives for ONIC, man, there was... I've been talking about biblical amounts of greed coming in from Bigatron, but this game, whether it's the draft, the items, the movements, they respected everything, man. The Pauldrons was rushed by Nile, even though he was winning,
Yeah.
because he knew that eventually Kara will be the only guy that can be a real threat for him. The Wind of Nature was rushed by Eman, because again, it's about respect right here, and Bigatron are giving ONIC every single bit that they deserve.
And there are moments that when it looks really bad for ONIC, Kelra finds an opening of some sort, finds an opportunity to turn the game completely around. But going back to earlier, we saw on the stats the carry was Moreno, and I think this is a very unique take on Moreno's item build. What do you guys think about his item build
Bawi daw, ONIC.
on the Kimi?
Bawi.
Those Sky Piercer, Glowing Wand, Feather of Heaven into the Bloodwings. I think the idea is like having the executes is nice, but we want just more damage, more raw stats, because in the end they don't want to sit around and greed out for the stacks. But if you want to greed out for performance, you gotta get on that Infinix GT50 Pro, man.
Could you take it out, Arashi? Bring it up, bring it over,
That's a magic trick right there.
show them
Ooh.
right near your face how beautiful it is.
Dude, it's so good. Check it out.
Oh my god.
Let me turn on the liquid cooling.
Astig ng ano, likod
That's a
ng
special
phone.
part
No?
of this phone, ladies and gentlemen. It stays cool thanks to the Hydro Pro liquid cooling. On top of that, it also features a 144 FPS gaming ecosystem and a pressure sense GT trigger for more responsive controls. And Arashi, I believe that it's now available across all Infinix stores and of course all e-commerce platforms. So do check it out at your nearest offline store as well.
May phone kaya
By the way,
yung
there's a
champion
special
dyan.
promo, I believe,
Di ba
for
nung
this
last
playoff. Kinfix
season, parang may
playoff
phone sila
special promo,
tigi-tigisa?
buy Infinix GT50 Pro and get a free TWS plus the best price only at the Infinix booth in the Kingfinix Festival.
Check it out,
Wow.
boys.
This is the last day.
This is the last day.
This is the playoffs, Eterna.
All right, so you have from now till like maybe
Maybe
2
like
hours later,
Three,
Yeah.
maybe?
3 hours
Might
maybe,
be a long series, man.
maybe 4 hours.
Oo,
tops.
umiilaw yun. Para ano, gaming...
That's up for a flight. So head over, check it
Gaming
out. Because
sharing.
while you're at it, you guys can also
Gaming
check out the
feels.
GoPay booth because of course a GoPay for the playoffs.
Nasa momentum
especially for the
BTR,
playoffs,
mahirapan
the
daw
prizes aren't
ONIC.
just discounts or vouchers, but they're also fairy rings, Todak thrones, and you
Good
can also
luck
get that
sa lahat.
GT50 Pro that you saw earlier.
Pero na regular
plus
season kasi hindi nakascore ang ONIC.
Alright, and including
Tapos ng
electric
playoffs,
motorbikes
natalo
that
nila
are up for
BTR nung
grabs
ano,
during
bago
the
mag-grand
playoffs.
final.
So start from now.
Siyempre
Actually,
playoffs
this is the
eh.
final time you can
Grand
do it.
finals, iba yun.
Or are you guys too later?
Oh, may 4 minutes na lang guys. 4 minutes. 4 minutes waiting time.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, nasa... Ay, tatakpan pala.
Try.
Well, make an attempt, right?
Reverse sweep
Every mistake
daw.
that counts.
Reverse
Now, at least now,
sweep.
if you cannot vote for your champion, you can still get a free WDP from GoPay. It's GG on GoPay game special for MPL Indonesia Season 17. It gives you a free weekly diamond pass. Just scan the banner right now that appears during the MPL Indonesia Season 17 live and claim the promo only at gopay.co.id/games.
Yeah.
As easy as that. You can top up, do anything with GoPay, and you can get a lot of prizes.
Yeah, it was right below Sheffin earlier. It was right below Sheffin. And this is what we were talking about, right? The WDP that you guys can get for free. All you need to do is scan the QR code right
May free.
beside Sheffin
May,
over
may
there.
free weekly diamond pass
Who
yan.
doesn't want
Pwede ba kami
free
dyan?
stuff or cheaper stuff?
Sunod panalo ng
I know, I
BTR
can hear the background
na batak pa
music
sila
as
sa
well.
lower
You guys
bracket
have to come
kaya
here. It's
ganyan daw yung laro.
having
Oo
a
nga.
karaoke time.
Karaoke song.
Yeah. I don't think I think it's impossible.
ONIC
not to
Indo
fall
po.
when you do that.
It's a classic.
ONIC
At least
Indo po
there's
ito.
like
John or
I
Yan.
got so distracted. I was like, you gotta do some spiels, but I hear bangers in my ears.
It's not fair. We're getting distracted.
That's true.
But I hear I'm
That's
gonna take a look at a bit of a comparison, was it? bit of
maybe,
data?
maybe. We'll see, we'll see.
Oh,
The cool thing about, obviously, this current matchup, which was something that we did mention earlier on before, was seeing two amazing junglers in action. And unfortunately, we haven't seen that, you know, assassin duo just yet here in the grand
Sino kayo
final.
mamimigay ng Dayas para sa Sanrio event daw? Madami namimigay ng Dayas. Mahirap lang talaga makapanalo kasi madami ding sumasali.
It's actually Kyrie at number 1 and Nile at number 2. Why is this?
On it, I mean, if you're winning, you get totals. As simple as that, I think. You know, I think I would prefer it to be much more just how dominant ONIC was in the regular season. But ONIC does not play by that rule. Sometimes they won the fight, sometimes they
4-2 prediction daw ni Jerome
and also getting the opposing purple buff
in favor of
right.
ONIC.
There was a bit of a slump that Bigatron had.
Eh guys, ano ang prediction nyo?
Well, you can say a bit, but there were slumps.
They were almost out of the playoffs, bro.
That's true. They underestimated the most consistent team in the league right now, RRQ, and they paid the price for it. And because of that, the stats, you know, it skews the stats a little bit, but make no mistake, in the neutral objective game, Bigatron definitely still up there.
Yeah, we do see that Nile is still at number 2. But what makes Nile so unique is the fact that he's leading in his own particular stat, which is the
Ooh.
Hunter. So Nile is actually number 1 in most first bloods.
Ooh.
And that is something that we saw
May
in game
normal
number 1.
Starlight ka pero walang Dayas.
With this other
At least may Starlight ka, di ba? Iba, walang Dayas, walang Starlight.
in the jungle are cold-blooded.
Really?
I think so. I think so. I'm just
Foreman
making stuff
predict
up.
ni John Reagan. Go Kyrie and Kelra.
Yeah. What about Lion?
Sabi ni Veno. Veno or Vino?
Reptiles, no?
The
Oh yeah, the
reptiles.
reptiles.
Cold-blooded.
Snake.
Kakain
That's why I mentioned the jungle.
Computer.
Yes,
Ikaw
yes.
pa, kain ko lang.
This is some weird jungle Shevin is finding himself in.
By the way, these stats are not just in MPL ID, but
Yeah, I
it's
was about to
actually
say.
across MPL MY as well. Hazel at number 2. We saw Sakai's at number 3 as well.
Kaya guys, kumain na kayo. Pahingi akong ulam.
Interesting moniker. Interesting moniker.
Hazel, man.
So we saw Nile at number 1
4-3
in
to.
most first bloods. And do you think
Matik
that his top 5 most
dikdikan.
heroes reflect that stat?
Especially the
Siyempre,
Leopard,
ano,
absolutely.
hindi papayag
You see
na,
how
ano,
Alter Ego is
nakakalamang.
the hero to the most
Hindi pag
unprecedented
lumamang,
in
edi
M7.
sorry.
This is a hero that brings you first blood. Once you get the ultimate that Phantom Steed, then it's go time. In the mid lane and the jungle, it doesn't matter at all. You go with your foe.
I'm surprised that the win rates aren't higher. Because we've been seeing some really impressive stats. We saw the 80%, 90% even for Suns on the Valentina, for example. And you can see for Kyrie, right? Oh, 100% on the Fanny.
5 times picked up.
That's why it's so respected. So the stats shocked me a little bit for Nile, but again,
Does it really shock you? I mean,
they're up and down.
Sheffin literally mentioned like
Yeah.
the win rates for ONIC will look really great because
Yeah, I'm
they
sorry.
barely lost.
The
That's
BTR fan himself said in the regular season that at one point, BTR is literally a C tier team. You know?
Yeah. the 1 week where they lost to RQ. Oh boy. Again, ONIC though needs to be very careful that they don't underestimate the potential of Bigatron just from the stats, right? Especially after game number 1, they definitely have some idea on how they want a draft to go. And I think they should settle with the idea that they are not going to get a fully winning draft. Whatever they get for themselves in the drafting phase will be paid for elsewhere.
Because remember, that was a 12-minute and 32-second game. Like, that is one of our faster games that we've seen during the playoffs compared to games that have gone, what, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
30 minutes?
Dayas para sa mga broken.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Pag kinaban yung BTR, matik, baliktad laro.
Broke the fastest game against my team.
Oh,
Kaya pa ba yan?
That's fine.
Thank
Kaya
you.
pa yan.
So we're like even now, right?
I guess.
Right.
Game 1 pa lang
Okay,
guys,
Take a
ikalma
look
nyo.
at this data comparison between
Hanggang game
jungle
7.
assassins and the non
Gusto mo mag game
assassin
7.
jungles. What does this tell us? us, do you think that we should revert back to the
Para sulit yung ticket nila. Game 7, no?
junglers?
Well, I think it shows you the power of the non-assassin junglers.
Yeah.
If you look at the total difference here, for Bigatron at least, when they go for the non-assassin junglers, that's 30, right? Total
Yeah.
picked time. So they seem to really like that a lot more. I'm surprised that the amount kind of doesn't really stack up between like Bigatron and ONIC. That's one because of the duo.
That might be the case, but it's
Right.
still like a whole lot of difference in the numbers of the game, right?
Exactly. Like, wow.
Yeah. I wonder if there's like in between jungle.
In between?
Or is
Oh,
that-
so it counts as both?
I'm not sure, bro.
Interesting. Well, the data though shows that ONIC has great win rates on both, by the way.
End
So,
season na. Balikan na naman sa Epic 2.
I feel like that status
Yung
almost
mga
useless at
ka-epic.
this point. You know,
Why?
because BTR is a whole lot of different team right now. Regular season BTR is not a playoff BTR. It pains me to say that. It pains me to give some nod to BTR, especially there is this very annoying guy in the casting desk.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I mean, Chevy predicted like 4-0 for ONIC. That's wild.
I am
man.
trying to hate, brother.
And
We can see that.
I'm
yes.
just trying to hate.
he's just a miracle hater.
See, I'm not hating on Bigatron. I'm hating on Miracle.
Exactly.
That's it. I want BTR to win, but I don't want Miracle to be super loud. You know,
Exactly.
everybody.
Not too bad. It's a buy one get one free.
Like literally everyone feels that same way. Like even Taz.
Sino kaya mananalo sa round 2? Sino ba predict nyo, guys?
Yeah, I don't want BTR to win just for one reason.
Sa game
And that
2.
reason is Miracle. So
Pa-shoutout daw si Kian Kiel. Hello.
we saw in game
Sino
number
man yung
1
crush mo?
BTR were on blue side. As we get to game
Ayan,
number
game na.
2,
O, di ba 18 minutes? Siguro mga 20 minutes yan. Di ko na-start agad yung timer. Pero sakto lang. Ayan, mga ganyan average ng waiting time, guys, per game.
We're gonna see exactly what changes will unveil for our second game in
Game
the
number
grand finals
2.
as we see which map will bring us there, and the map will be
Flying Clouds.
Boys, Marcel was a highlighted hero. in that
Malamang
first game.
pupunahin na
What
nila
do you think is
Malina
gonna
na.
change now?
The immediate
May,
respect
na,
there.
nagre-review na sila ano, pag tops ng game.
We don't need any of that, especially if you're supporting Bigatron. Now, with that being said, though, they have to ban the Fanny as well. But the Tsushin is actually banned out by ONIC.
Shoutouts
Then
daw kay
also,
Lois
the
Miranda.
Poquito
Hello.
is the other thing that comes to mind. It's usually traded for the Tsushin. So I think Bigatron will have all their hands completely full. Just respect banning here, along with the go-to must-ban hero.
It's just Fanny and Freya, I think, for BTR. It's not going to change anything, but the fact that Marcel got banned on BTR side means that the utility
Live stream nakita yung mukha. Wag na.
most likely be
Di
open
naman
on both
ano.
side.
Di niya
For
rin
now, I think
naman.
BTR, they got a chance. No, ONIC does not have that.
Anong tag doon?
In a way, for me
Hindi
at
niya
least,
rin naman
my
papansinin yung
very
mukha
biased
ko.
perspective,
Hayaan niya na.
utility junglers that almost
Hindi ko
always
makita niya yung mukha ko.
Fredrin/Baxia.
Bakit na kayo bumalik sa stream?
Fredrin against the Baksha?
No, Fredrin or just the Baxia against a non-utility jungler.
Right, so you're saying that fighters, almost like a cheat code in the current meta, Bigatron, I was gonna say much prefers the Baksha for the tempo, but if they play the Fredrin like that, if you get the comp that can work with the Fredrin, either works. I get a feeling ONIC might be eyed with some Poquito. Right?
Oh,
It's the one pick that might be left open here.
this feels like a Baxia first pick or like Baxia prio pick for ONIC because the Arlet ban, no?
But it depends.
Dati
what BTR ban
naka-camera ako nung
If
naka-live
they
stream.
leave the Fanny
Tapos
and the
tinigilan
Poquito
ko
open,
na.
technically
Wow.
ONIC, will they be forced on the Fanny?
They
And
wanna-
BTR pick up Poquito?
They don't want to leave the Fanny open and then pick up a Fredrin that can
Go
stun it
na,
on
mas
and
idol
knock
ko
out
to
the
kasay
Fanny.
Kyrie.
Dude,
Sa akin
that is
lang
still a
naman sabi ni
dangerous
Rafael.
campaign, man.
Walang
Very, very
problema guys, kahit
Like, there's
sino
a reason you
supporta.
might think that 5 matches
Hindi lang tayo
on
mag-away-away.
carry 100% is not really that much of a
Lahat
sample
magaling,
size, but there's a
ganun na
reason why
lang.
it's only 5 match.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
With
they don't take
respect.
the risk. They don't take the gamble. They ban out the Fanny. ONIC are free to
Idol
pick up
King
Poquito
Kong
if
pa
they
rin
so
daw,
choose.
sabi ni Rafi.
It will be the Poquito.
Ay, hindi mo naabutan na. Oo nga, na-delete na din ni FB yung ano, yung mga live stream na yun.
The Phobius, same
Buti na lang.
Banned out.
already banned out too. So I feel like Bigatron might leave it for later and pick up the usual suspects. Claude first, right? The Claude and the Frenchman or the Baksha.
Pakito.
I
Claude.
kind of prefer the Baksha at this point.
Right. Because the Baksha technically has an advantage against the Frenchman. Lowers the regen.
Yeah,
But
on
it's
paper,
speed.
yeah.
Sila naman
We're talking about
nag-Claude.
speed here.
I think it really depends on which team are using it. I think both of these
Jessie,
teams,
hello.
for
Good
me, I think
evening.
BTR likes the Frenchman a bit more. ONIC definitely likes the Baksha more.
Adi, hello.
Kyrie literally said that that is his favorite pick, but
Take it away.
Kyle will just take it away. And even if with the Fredrin, the Arlet will not be there. Huh.
Okay. So what will be the response? Do they want to secure their mid laner here?
They might secure a
Take
role.
Harith?
They might secure a role because we've seen that the
Kahit
one of the
gaano
ways to
kagaling
counter Hero is to get
ang
mid
isang
prio,
tao
really strong
nagkakamali
mid
pa
prio,
rin.
and just
Tama.
gank that lane
Kaya
again and
wag
again.
natin,
If we get,
ano,
like a Khalid here maybe?
Yeah.
wag natin
With a good
i-bash kapag nagkamali
mid-tier
ng
top
isang
hero,
beses.
It might cement this hero as a power pick.
I think there are a lot of ways to roam for ONIC, but one thing for sure is the Frenchman is going to be picked. There you go. This could go a lot of ways. Usually, if we're looking at the
Kain
previous
while
matches,
watching,
Harith
eat
would be the
well.
automatic answer for the Claude, and it is going to be the Harith.
And remember, this is Kelra Harith.
Yeah. I
Like-
don't think it's 100% anymore.
Game-changing Kelra Harith.
Used to be 100%, but
I feel like the downfall for like the ruin in the win rate really was during the whole difficult time for ONIC. If
no,
you
like
catch my drift.
going to the playoffs is still 100%. It's
Huh?
or not.
It was playoffs broken?
I think so. No, I'm not sure if I'm really correct now that you're not sure because you're paying more attention to the stats than I do.
Stats are difficult, man. Harith right now, well, according to the stats we have on desk right here, 92%.
So it broke once.
And it's
Okay.
a Sora.
So they have the chance to ban out the Valentina, the second phase.
I mean, Paquito is already there. There is some chance of the Valentina still getting picked, but generally against this kind of tankiness in the front line, you don't want to pick up Valentina, and Harith is not really
Joko,
sharp either.
hello. Ate Kleng, hello.
Sora is
Nako,
actually
di
a great pick
di
up
na
for Hero as well,
notify
'cause
si
level
Ate
4,
Kleng.
I think you beat anyone once
Shout
you
out
run
daw
into
sa anak
this
ni
player.
Toby.
And on top of that,
Si
the button
Kyle.
control here. Repeated slow
Kyle
button
laki ilong
control
daw,
can
oh.
really mess with
Grabe.
your rotation when you're playing that Paquito. So if we stay with the recipe that cut control allows you to dictate the game, for now at least, Bigatron's the most
Bensa, hello.
Whoa.
Valentina.
Pili na may konting
I mean,
pusit.
it is one of the Suns special.
Naliyab yung bibig mo.
I believe it's still on 90% on Suns around the area.
Late nakanood si Camille. Okay lang yan. Isang game pa lang naman yung
The best
di
Moreno,
mo
the best
napanood.
Valentina.
91%.
Huh?
91%.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
That means 10 out of 11?
Something like that?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Next ban from the defending champs.
What is ONIC picking off right here? Because again, they don't want to go for a, from the looks of it, for a pure 5v5. They probably
Ben,
want to
hindi
have
ko
some
maintindihan yung
advantage.
chat mo. Tagalog lang naintindihan ko, tsaka English.
Chips in the picture, right? That's a geek fam type of approach.
For BTR, I don't think so. They have the Baksha already, and you want to play around that? I mean, it's still playable, but for ONIC, I can see them doing that,
Right,
even though it's
veteran,
not
you know.
likely.
It feels like a very cheese last resort kind of pick for me for ONIC. Like maybe not now. I mean, it's still a possibility for sure. But like you mentioned earlier on, right? Khalid is still open.
That's
Blue
right.
is still open.
Oh, the Cho.
Cho is still open. That's what I was about to say. I think it's banned.
Dude, Aldo's heartbroken. He loves seeing Keyboy on a mechanical hero. He's right there, actually. We can see him from the panel desk.
I mean, who doesn't? Is that Coach Yep? In the okay, it's just the jersey. My bad.
That is-
Clear ban.
That's not him.
Oh, this is gonna be a mid-off for Ashi.
It's gonna be a front-to-back approach here from ONIC, no? If they want to ban away the Valir.
It's probably just gonna be a gimme again for Moreno at this point. And we might see a Farsa if there is a Kimi on the other side.
Like, it's a bit vulnerable, though. The Kimi here.
Yeah,
against
maybe
the...
not in Red 4, Red 5.
Hindi mo rin
Perhaps,
maintindihan.
Mayhaps.
Whoa, Romeo and
Ganun
Juliet.
naman.
Okay. What's the choice for BTR?
The Force. Oh,
Oh, no, no. We're talking about the game, champion.
Okay.
I don't think that. Oh, Atlas. Okay.
more AoE. So
Atlas.
That's why they banned out the Cho.
if this is going to be a pure front to back, again, I really do feel like the team with the Harriet loses out. Because remember, the Harriet can only match up to damage when you have the Zaman force. So if Bigatron kite back away or push through it,
Sana all may
Aura might be in
jowa.
trouble.
So what do ONIC need?
Keyboy, this is just gonna be a Khalid. There are some options here.
What, do they go Khalid Lilia again?
Probably not Lilia. I'm thinking something different. No, no. They can go Kimi, no?
Valerius band, my bad.
Not like a weird Kadena pick, right? There you go. I
Oh!
was scared of a weird pick.
Louis.
Not a chip, but it is gonna be a low Yi.
It's taking a page out of their brothers in Philippines book. It's the Super Friends Fresh Special.
This is scary, dude. With the Yin Yang effect can mess up so many combos from Bigatron because their comp
Super
beats to fight
Friends
together.
special daw.
I wonder. Nah, they need some form of more damage, right?
Do they not need burst?
I feel like crowd control. So all three of us have a different.
I think
Basa ulit sa anak ko
They
kay.
have Sora and Atlas.
Sa anak daw ni Toby. Kaya malaki ilong. Hello.
Yeah, the usual answer
Sikat
to the
talaga
Harriet is
Atlas.
usually the Farsa
Oo,
and
eh.
you outrage the Luoy once you get level
Piliin na
4.
ba ngayon sa ano? Sa RG yun? Hindi na ako nakapag-RG ulit.
No way.
Nah. That's a nah for me, Chief.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bit of damage, a bit of crowd control, and
Burst.
burst, kind of.
Late game burst.
Nah.
Depending on items.
I wouldn't put it that way.
Full stack Sky Piercer. burst.
Exactly.
Maybe.
That's burst.
Sure, but that's kind of a boring answer,
Agree
man.
to disagree.
I prefer Farsa, bro.
Me too.
Ba't ikaw, idol? Wala ka bang jowa? Bala na kayo mag-decide,
Because you're up
guys.
against like Harris and Paquito, so it's not as safe, I think.
Oh, for sure. The Paquito will one-shot you. That's a terrifying fear to face as a squishy backline character.
Quick predictions before we head into game number 2 in the grand finals.
I'm scared of Onyx, man. Honestly.
I already forgot the draft.
Okay, thank you so much,
Pagutin
Jeff.
ko wifi
What do you
ng
guys think?
BTR para
Mirko,
manalo
relax,
ONIC.
take it away.
I
Grabe.
forgot the draft, but my man right here, Mirko, he's on a roll.
Game
He read through
2.
all of it. The Atlas
Easy
pick,
Kimi
the
daw.
Cho ban, the
Kung
Valeria
kasali
ban.
pa rin,
But
ano,
goes for the Luoyi.
or may
a
B,
pick
boy
that
na
we
boy
haven't
naman si
seen
Deacon.
for quite some time.
I think they were just backed onto the ropes early. That's what happened, right? They went for their 3 picks, and I think the 3 picks from Bigatron were just a tad bit better. Then we saw those bans, man. Those forced errors coming in from Bigatron from the bans itself. It was already tough for ONIC to pull it off at the end. But these are picks that have won them championships, so we cannot take it away from them.
We cannot,
Good luck.
especially
Tatahimik
with
na
the
ako.
crowd behind their back in their own backyard. Game 2, ONIC against Bigatron by Vitality.
Yep. Here we go. Land of Dawn.
Okay. Well, at least with the Paquito, with the Fredrin, and the Loi, to a certain extent, you have tempo in the early game. You have a way to kind of win out. Because the problem with the draft in Bigatron is the range, and that's why the Kimi comes to mind. There were also discussions about the Farsa. You mentioned the Navaria as well. Possibly popping.
Wow.
Well, look at the damage from Shogun. He goes with the concussive blast, so at least extra tad bit of explosion in that early, in the last proc. Helps him rotate quite fast as well. And now this Atlas, river control, everything else you name it, that's gonna be the main contention now for Bigatron by Vitality. Will the glue be able and be enough to match that Cryo?
That's the thing about the glue, though. This is such a risky pick. It's basically Keyboy banking on the fact that he's a good glue. If he can mount the Baksha before he gets all in by Bigatron, it's great. But if you fall behind just early here, if you get knocked up by Finn before anything even starts, it's going to be a long, long day for Patrick.
It is. Gonna be making burgers again, the Krusty Krab. Now, little spawns, still objective take. Finn coming close by. Niall with Baxia. This Baxia Fredrin matchup we have seen multiple times throughout the playoffs. But mostly it's with the Baxia.
There you go. Traction pulse. Now it's gonna be Shogun walking up, gonna go for the shifting skies, able to find it. Niall wins out the retreat battle as that's Lutpi. Chain CC. Kyrie in the midst of it all. Getting the big bump, but it's not gonna do enough damage as Shogun walks up again and stuns Keyboy. And it's Shogun who claims first blood.
Bigatron strike first in game number 2, and moving in unison is this squad of red robots. Look at Iman just rotating down bottom. as Lutby wants to try to win
Uh-oh.
something out. Moreno is close by, lingering presence for Bigatron. Look at Kyrie in the bush.
Oh, he's not. He doesn't want the smoke. Not with Niall around. He was thinking about it. Maybe get a quick shank on Moreno, but it's him who gets the XP crab.
The level gap as well, Miracle. Level 6 to level 4. Niall has so much tempo in his hands. Emblems by Bayou. Get the vitality for the Fred, and he knows he has to tank a lot of damage, especially when the Cloud and the Kimmy goes online. You have to frontline. Uh-oh.
Seconds. Look at that Shogun just jumping in now. Knockout strike, and it's practically a solo. I mean, Niall red treat for sure, so he can't call it a Sokolil. But Shogun went in, and now it might be Kelra.
Uh-oh.
Bigatron set their sights on.
He has a Purify if you want to go for the Fatal Links. Kelra will be privy of that. Yeah, that Golden Crab too. At least acquired now. ONIC. Obviously, we have to play with the tools and the cards that they're dealt with. You have the Luoyi ultimate, possibly to look for a pick off, potentially, but to who you don't have the hard lockdown, Kelra. I think will be a-okay for now. A tad bit of damage from the passive of that Synchro Fission. Item build, the Paquito obviously wants to go full damage, or rather, mostly damage, because you want to have that physical damage going. ONIC lack of that, and that's going to be the Paquito as the tailgate. Meanwhile, a Black Ice Shield for the app. So Dominance Ice will be the name of the game, and everything else is still being built toward. Niall, already with the Curse Helmet, and Shogun too, with the War Axe. Survivability is going to be key for this Sora.
Look at the awareness of Shogun. He knows something is up. They haven't seen the Luoyi in a bit, and this is the thing about the new Luoyi, right? When you ult, you actually get seen on the map. So Shogun uses that to his own advantage. He just sees that Sans hasn't been anywhere on the map, and no ult procs, so something fishy is going on. And now Bigatron are the ones holding the second neutral objective. Oh! Finn getting the Fatal Links. Now it's an all-in over on Moreno. Now with the Shield Unity onto Sans. He gets the diversion, but he's going to get taken out before he can even get through the teleport. Moreno on Keyboy already. Shogun holding the neutral objective. Kyrie right there. Keyboy, no mount to play with. Now it's going to be the all-in onto Finn, but he has a perfect match to get away just in time. It's Kelra who takes him out. Now pops in and Ron Fords as he walks back up with the chrono dashes.
So fighting for the neutral objective here. Kyrie is close by, and Aman still yet to use his Blazing Duet. Maybe they can go for round 2. Shogun is close by, but the cycle is still not enough for Bigatron. No Finn as well. They're going to take the pit control.
This is great by ONIC, maximizing the neutral objective advantage they've got and the resource advantage they've got. Now it's Shogun with a jump in 2! Sans gets pulled back straight into Moreno's laser beam. And now it's Kelra, who's already used the Purify. Niall wants to go in. He's trying to go for the Shield Unity, but it's going to be under turret as Kyrie's able to peel for a bit. Now it's a big knockout from Lutpi in the back on Iman.
And they have to be wary of this Paquito, because in moments like that, he could be an assassin.
Kai's got to be careful now, but look at the Patrick coming around. Big bomb coming out as the Fatal Links is able to land, but Moreno is going to get targeted by Lutpi with a knockout strike. Now it's the whole team trying to run them down. It's going to be Finn walking away. He will surely die to the hands of Lutpi.
Momentary respite for ONIC. Being able to get a few kills on the board. That kill towards Amano was so clean and so important as well for Lutpi to get. He was able to smuggle his way around in the back. And that's what Bigatron needs to remember, because they want to keep on frontlining for the carries to be able to hit the damage. 5 kills for the Sora. I wonder if, like, okay, the Sora gets the kills, you can get the items, but I wonder if you want to funnel those kills to the Sora, right? Because you have a few other carries. Sure, they scale, you know, better late than never. So now, ONIC, Hunter Strike completed for Lutpi. Longsword, he's going to look for possibly a Malefic Roar if he wants to go that quick. But look at the tempo that Bigatron has with this box here. You can open up bushes so quickly, just be around the map. And that kind of addresses, I'd say, the problem that the Luoyi brings with the diversion, to check the bushes, to look for potential flank angles. The box here does it well, and it can tank a whole lot of damage as well with that box here mark.
So now it's back to the waiting game. What's so eerie and scary was the gold rankings earlier. Did you see it?
Yeah, Kelra up top.
Kelra is, I think, 1,000 gold ahead of Aman. And when you give the god in the gold lane that much of a lead, it's just always something that you have to have in the back of your mind.
And we've seen his heroic play with the Harith against Bigatron too, when Bigatron bit off more than they could chew.
Oh,
and
good poke.
poke coming in from ONIC. Meanwhile, Finn Pops the perfect match.
Fatal link to the perfect match. Aman gonna be able to get out. Whoa! He actually dodges away, blazing away and flicker around, but now he goes for the BMI. A big ball! Kai wins the entry, gets a buy one, get one, as he gets the kill on Aman, and it's a shutdown for Sans.
A massive shutdown for the Luoyi. Shogun was carrying a bounty on his head all along. And now ONIC want to advance into the deeper territories of Bigatron by Vitality.
What a diversion to send Kelra and himself down below into that bush. And man, he had no idea what hit him. By the time he realized, it was a big boy swinging a big sword on him.
And that's how you use the diversion. Because now it shows in the midst of the chaos of the team fight, you can always look for that flank play with a mini diversion when the team fight ensues, when the chaos is at an all-time high. And that's how Kelra was also able to be sent in the back and get that kill, get the damage going towards Aman. 5-6, Bigatron lost their gold lead that they built. Finn,
Uh-oh.
it's okay. He has the perfect match. That's one of the privileges of the Atlas. So open pushes going for river controls. You can always have that safety net. Golden staff for Aman. But I do want to circle back to a point where Moreno actually went for the Blood Wings first item. So all he really wants is just to move fast, have that extra shield, play it safe, and then he is going to go for the Feather of Heaven, which he has completed. So extra spell vamp right there to survive for himself. Item build by Dunia Games. So glowing one for Sun, still stuck on that item. So the Sea Halberd for the Paquito. The Paquito is able to bypass all the shielding, the heals, and potentially get extra damage. Radiant armor as well. So Harith and Luoyi hits like a truck already.
Yeah, and that goal was the reason for it.
Yeah. They know the Harith is spiraling out of control. Obviously after what happened, having a Harith that's still well farmed with items to go, a Holy Crystal as well, he wants to scale quickly and be prepared for a potential fight, because Bigatron are always going to look for it when they know they have a massive, strong hero to look for the sets with the Fatal Links. You have to be very wary to pull yourself into the team fight. The wave building down bottom, the Lord will be neglected as of now because they have to clear the waves. And let's see if ONIC can carry this momentum, diversion play, just to rotate themselves faster into the mid lane.
They're going to go for the Lord right now. They have the tempo and they have the advantage. They want to utilize Kelra's big lead before Aman gets to his item power spikes. And hey, Lord's already half HP. ONIC know what to commit to.
Niall still hasn't shown, but now he gets spotted in the back though. Finn!
Go for the Fatal Links, that's the question. He gets mounted before he can even do anything. That's a flicker around the Fatal Links. In desperation, Keyboy gets away. Shogun able to find two as Aman plays in, plays in the wet. Now the big ball comes around. And it's Kelra in the back surviving. Oh my god! Kelra, he finds, oh what? Lippy saves him with a knockout.
Wow, the gold standard shows up again, but Lutpi steadfast to protect their main carry. Bobbing and weaving with the Zaman Force, getting to the right targets, giving the right damage. ONIC turn the game around, and they will get a Lord for themselves as well. Now they can work on the structures, now they can reassign the map. Kelra gets everything for himself. But last minute, Lutpi was there with his heavy punches, the boxing glove, to save Kelra. And now ONIC, they're the ones pressing to Bigatron. Honest prediction by GoPay. It's a close vote.
Wow.
51% to 49%. When is the last time you have believers, Mirko, for Bigatron in such a high-stakes game?
It's usually only me and 5 dudes. No, I'm joking. That's you know. Hey, we have believers, you know. I was in the crowd. They were chanting. They were great. Bigot troopers all around the world. It's just they've been in a cave for a bit too long. You know, finally show up now. Chef is looking at me for no particular reason. Kelra though, god dang. This is what I said in the early phase. 1,000 gold lead early. There's something scary about him, man.
Yep.
He's locked in.
If they didn't pick the Harith, I think the game would be chopped in the drafting phase.
Yep.
And now this Harith needs to be taken care of. How do you really want to go and access the Harith? Because you have a lot of things you have to bypass. Obviously, Fredrin will be there frontlining. Keyboy with the glue. So good on just handling heroes like Atlas, like the Sora. You can always mount towards those heroes, potentially not making them advance even further. And as of now, ONIC, as long as they can play for Kelra, as long as Kelra is going to be in a safe position, they too will be available to fight. But hey, That's Skylar and Adifa. Congratulations, by the way, for they're expecting.
Yep. W Skyler, man, always been a fan of this guy.
Yep.
What a fantastic player and now a fantastic restreamer as well. Watching outside in the Infinix GT50 Pro MPL restreamer booth. Always fun. That's Shogun with the shifting skies on keyboard. He's gonna go for the knock-up as well. Finn goes into the back line and finds Fatal Lane. Brazilian onto one member. Zaman! Daniel lays into wet flickers in! And he finds the kill with Nile right there. A big ball goes, sends Finn home. Shogun will die to the mount as well as Finn comes in for the back line. And Man gonna go in for the gun down, but he's gonna be covered. Knockout strike, and now Man gets away with a BMI keyboard!
They're getting flanked from behind. ONIC scatter Bigatron by Vitality. It looked like a winning team fight. They got Kelra, but they lost 3. And that's the trait they have to take. If they don't kill Kelra, Kelra's gonna go for them. And if they kill Kelra, the other members will go for them.
That's a big dispersion and rotation that landed on Moreno. They're gonna have to give this base turret in the mid lane, and ONIC have finally cracked this base open.
It's all about the damage for the Harith and Loyi. Look at the Divine Glaives completed already, and Sans is now storming. So the Wishing Lantern completed too. It's in a Bigatron. You kind of wonder, what can you do in these type of situations? Need to bait out the Purify, and even if that happens, a Chrono Dash will always be available. Zaman, Force Reset, and everything in between. You have these beefy boys just giving way for Kelra to hit like a truck. Malefic Roar, excuse me, for Lutfi. Completed. Whoa. Kyrie with the tank items. Gonna be ready for this. Lord take.
Finn gonna go for a perfect match on Kai. He wants to go in. Shogun jump in as well. They're gonna go for the fight instead, and they set their sights on Kelra. The god of the gold lane traded in for the Lord. Kyrie can't escape right now. He has full stacks. This diversion is there, and ONIC get away just in time.
The great escape.
Wait,
saving them, but Lutfi
caught by the perfect match and attraction post on Moreno. Guns him down with those laser beams. Lutfi cannot survive.
Instead, what is a boxer to a gunner? And Moreno gets the killing spree. At least Bigatron by Vitality stem the bleeding. After what was a hard decision to make, they decided to collapse on Kelra.
What a pivot. They used the Lord purely as a distraction. They got it so low as well. These are the fine margins that Bigatron have been utilizing the entire playoffs. I'd say all the way from the regular season.
Yeah.
But in the regular season, it didn't work.
The minute details. And then you wonder, the statement from Coach Theo. He said regular season is for the testing, right? Playoffs is where they show up. And they showed up all the way to the finals. And even in this game where it looked
That's
like
my nose right there.
was going to spiral out of control. And now look at the winner crown as well for Emman. So all that he wants to do is survive, possibly pop the Blazing Duet, and then get that, time to buy himself survivability, and then give Bigatron leeway to go in. Because if Kelra dies, sure, there's still a Lutfi. The main damage dealer, Sans is still available too. But if Lutfi gets damage in the way, then there is no way for ONIC to re-engage unless Bigatron by Vitality pulls something insane. Immortality for Keyboy, again, just looking to survive the long drawn-out fights. And this is Iman with a lot of items too. The squad late game will be a massive problem now. ONIC, what do they want to look for? This Loyi diversion multiple times has been an escape tool, an escape, the jail card type of deal. But it has also been used to rotate fast into the objectives, knowing that Bigatron can't really contest. But again, this box just enables the players of Bigatron by Vitality to sniff into the movements from ONIC. And look at the long lanes that Iman has also been working on. At least the structures for ONIC, and that bottom side turret still available.
Wait, they go for a full shove, and ONIC. Wow, they're scared to even walk up to this wave. They know the Atlas is possibly there, and they're gonna have to wait for it.
2 winner crowns.
2 winner crowns. They gotta deal with the Fatal Links, these combos.
Yep.
That will ensure Kelra's safety, right? Oh my god! Keyboy! He's done this twice now on Nile. In the upper bracket semifinals and now in the grand finals.
Hey.
Patrick, stop!
Patrick, you cheeky thief. This for Keyboy.
That's thief in the night.
Thief in the night. Thief in the night. Always looking for something. 8 seconds to the Lord. And now let's see if ONIC can get this one out. Because in the last 2 team fights, Kelra has just been collapsed on. he didn't have a say on the team fight. Maybe with the winner crown, he's gonna buy some time. ONIC will work their way into that. They have a pushing wave up top. At least it's stuck there. Down bottom too. They need to solve that problem. And Bigatron inching closer. Holy crystal from Reno.
They deal with the wave up top. It's going to be slow pushing for Bigatron, and ONIC know that BTR are around. So they reset it again. They're going to look for Pryo. They have Pryo in the bottom lane, but again, that top lane is looking good for the red robots. Lutpi getting some poke down onto Shogun. Lord at half HP. Nile fighting desperately for control. Kelra with a bit of poke over on Nile. And Mon sent into the mid lane and clear it out as the Lord again gets resetted. These waves are great for Bigatron. ONIC, what do they do? How do they deal with it? They send Harith, Kelra, and Sans up top.
Yep, and the Lord evolves as well, so this will be game-changing. They do get
Wait a second.
on this objective. They show. At least they have the diversion to relocate back quickly. So maybe Bigatron want to rush this one down.
They want to go on Keyboy. They have the tempo advantage, but Finn won't just go for it just yet.
There you go.
This is another reset up top. I wonder how the wave is right now as Kelra holds the neutral objective. Keyboy trying to fight for that tri-bush control. The mid lane as well, even as it stands.
Lord, still solo, conceal player. They're looking for potential Fatal Links.
They want to go for the red tree right now with the Fatal Link. Fly! Still wins it out. Fatal Link, no! In the back line, locks on down. Kelra going to go for the Mon course now, and Mon flickers out of safety now. It's going to be him taken out by Kelra. Shogun in the air, going on. But it's Kelra with the crowd. He's going to be able to go for the chrono dash again, and Shogun goes over the chase. Kelra with the chrono dash. Lutpi jumping in. Shogun getting rid of Kelra. And now it's Lutpi and Keyboy versus the world. Now taken low, taken down already by Lutpi Ray as Keyboy stays alive, and ONIC got the evolve forward.
Lutpi keeps the hopes alive. At least they have the evolved Lord Kyrie. Does not miss on the retribution. And Kelra bought so much time surviving for the longest possible minute. And now the Lord will march into the base. I don't think he can do anything about it.
Shogun's trying to save this base turn in bottom lane. Can he do it? Shogun walks up again. He's going to be able to get the shifting skies now onto Keyboy, and that's going to be the jump to take his immortality down. Keyboy, can you survive? I think he might go for the mount. Oh, God, Moreno just takes him out as the Lord gets dealt with. And the wave up top, and the game keeps on going.
And Bigatron deal with that easily, because that's a Kimmy. That's always going to be able to shred fast, especially when you have the passive available. But they tried to do something. ONIC didn't even get a single structure out of it. Wow. And bottom side still intact. So that mixed feelings on that one for ONIC, the Lord. Blood Wings this time. And the winner crown, excuse me, for Moreno. So winner crown galore in the land of Dawn. Are they forcing something here now?
What the hell? Now jumps in on Sans. Dang.
Oh, that's a tanky box, yeah, so maybe he's just impatient for the vision to go in.
Oh my God. What is this? Bigatron with their awkward initiations again, the Fatal Links. Kyrie can't get away right now. Oh, with a blazing to what? And a winner crown. Shogun in the back now, jumping on Kelra as he goes into the air. But it is going to be Kelra cutting away as Lutpi jumps in, but Keyboy is isolated against everybody. The Maestro gets a double.
Get Kyrie and Keyboy in that process. It looked like a botch engage. It looked like it was rushed and too aggressive. But they knew they were going for the carries. At least they were able to get the tanks. What the heck? Frontliners, 14 seconds. And this time ONIC has to fight unprotected. They do not have the front line. If they can buy some time, maybe, just maybe, they can wait for Kyrie, Keyboy to respawn. But for now, they can't do anything about this Lord. I think Bigatron want to try and rush this, just blitz it quickly. Especially when you have a wave down bottom.
There's no way for ONIC to react to it.
There isn't.
I mean, they can send a diversion, but it's 3 members against 5. That's practically suicide unless Kelra can do the things he's been able to do. Anaya with the retry evolved, Lord secured for the red robots.
Don't forget the empowered minions, that's all you get from the evolved Lord. It's gonna hurt a little bit for ONIC. And the wave clear, I'd say not the best. I mean, sure, you have a Harith, the Luo Yi can always play with a dispersion, but it's not as good as a Kimmy per se, or like a Moskov. So they need to deal with this pushing Lord. Evolved 1-2, item build. Again, wishing Lantern for the Harith. Sold his boots with a CE2 sustainability plus extra bit of damage with the projectile and to eat up the tank. But so far, Eman a bit struggling when he wants to engage, but that all he needs is just a decoy. Something to distract ONIC, and he can come in with the Blazing Duet The rest of it will be on Bigatron's hands. Evolve Lord up top. That mid wave also worked on. Down bottom too. And then it'll be a tri-lane, but it'll crash the turret, so at least they're gonna buy some time.
They're gonna play as slow as they can. They want to build these waves as much as they can. Again, into the bottom lane. They don't want to get caught off guard. That's why they let the Lord do its thing, and they split into 2 waves only.
I like the Genius Wand purchase from Keyboy too. He buys the Genius Wand.
I think it's a bit too late though.
Yeah, it is. But at least it's gonna add 4 magic damage for both Sans and Kelra.
Sans walks away from the traction pulse. Mid wave gets cleared, but now they have a big Evolve Lord up top, and they have split ONIC up. The bottom lane is the priority for ONIC, as they know that the top lane is for sure done.
Burden Helmet as well for the Atlas. Attacking damage, replenish it as well if you want to
CO.
go for the second fight.
Fatal Links to the Blazing to win a crown! Doesn't win a crown as well. Zaman gets constant damage. He's able to get out with a BMI. Kelra onto Zaman Force. Goes over to Chrono Dash. Shogun buys immortality in time, but can he survive? Kelra takes him down. The mid lane base swing gonna go down for Bigatron now. As they back away, they've gotten the far lane, and they will say, disciplined.
The Fatal Links was fatal. Got 3 players.
Wow.
Hooked up, lifted to the skies. Finn the human. But somehow they were unable to capitalize on that.
Look at the timers though. Shogun is down for 40.
40 seconds, 14 on the Lord. Will they be able to play with only Finn and Nile? This Sora is pivotal on the team fights for that Cloud form as well. Let's see if ONIC can burst it down. But there's gonna be empowered minions pushing in the mid lane and in the top lane. So they need to worry for that as well. If Bigatron can buy some time, then they might have a chance on this Lord.
This is gonna be a very slow Lord take though. Let's see. In the mid lane, Iman has to BMI away. He's gonna go for the clear in the mid lane. He's done well. Top wave building as well. Diversion.
Iman.
Oh, he gets away with the Blazing Duet and the BMI. Oh, he actually flickered out for that, but they've actually bought enough time for Shogun to come around. Now the question is, can ONIC utilize those timers on Iman again, playing with those fine, small margins?
The massive wave up top too. At least Coach F is still laughing. But look at this. The taunt to Moreno.
Perfect match now as Kyrie's gonna be all alone. Fatal Links to lock him down. He's gonna go down. There's a free retry for Nile. Can he get it down? It's Moreno who claims it. Calor with the Zaman Force already as Shogun goes into the air. Traction pulse locking him down as Keyboy goes for him out, but Shogun is able to get away as Zaman goes in for the hits as well. Immortality down. Calor knows Zaman Force, but Lutpi jumps in and Moreno gets another kill on to Keyboy. Lutpi perfectly timed jumping in with Kelra. Iman looking for the play, plays into West! From Iman, and now Moreno collapses from the other side. Kelra has the Zaman Force back up. Iman is not
Moreno.
It's going to be Kelra jumping in, but Iman is able to get away in time. Now with the Zaman Force built up already, it's going to be Shogun left to kill the god of the gold lane, but Kelra!
Kelra! The gold standard goes in for the last Suns!
He's going down. Iman's going to go for the chase. His main rival in 1v1 against Kelra. The Chrono Dash doesn't land. Kelra, how the hell are you still alive?
He survives, but does the base survive? This Lord will march into the base. They have to clear it quick. 4 members, 3 members standing strong. Kelra needs to hold.
ONIC bought this man for a single reason, and it's a carry. Zaman Force over the Blazing Duet. Kelra's trying his darn best. He goes in, but Iman and Moreno end the game with a double.
Grabe. Grabe yung laban na yun.
Another stage.
0-2.
Heroic, but Kelra loses out on the last push. The Lord marches to the crystal. ONIC stumble. They lose game 2, and Bigatron are up by 2.
They got him for that sole purpose, to make the impossible possible, but in the face of an evolved Lord, in the face of these
He's all alone. JR alone. Kaya pa daw.
enough. And it's now 2 games that it has happened. Halfway there for Bigatron, a game away from match point, up against
Michael, hello. Ano ba yan? Sabi ni JR.
historic venue.
Kamal si Kyrie lumaban kahit walang kasama.
Causing a ruckus in the abode of the Sky Kings, in the walls of this velodrome. They go insane, and ONIC, it's all about resetting. We've seen them come back
Imi GG.
from
Good.
such adversities. When they're
Hanggang
down
3 ba
under,
yan ate?
you can
Unang
never
maka 4 na score.
Bigatron. This is
Kapag ka ano,
sign. It
kung
might
sino
be
maka 4,
awakening.
pinakauna, Kaya pa yan, sabi ni Jessie.
Play. What a
Sa
game
race
as
to
well.
4 yan.
They played so well.
Everything about it, the engage
So
from
good
Finn,
though.
the layering, Shogun as well, just becoming the forefront of Bigatron, carrying the team fights, and just stopping the advances from Bigatron. Man, oh man, we do have a series in our hands.
Wow, that was such a close game, and I felt the deja vu, just like in the upper bracket semifinals. Realize
May 2 games pa. Ano,
but ONIC coming back into the game, but this time
hanggang game 7 maximum kung
oh
kung
my
madikit ang laban. Pero pagka naka 4 na yung BTR, wala nang game 6 and 7.
Waves are pushing in like that with the Lord as well. But now we're gonna take a break because up on stage is Sabila.
Timer. Parang talo na daw sila.
Pertandingan yang luar biasa sekali kita saksikan di Grand Final match untuk hari ini. Tapi sebelum itu
Shira, hello.
sudah ada break.
Happy stream from Angela Nicor. Thank you po. BTR talaga nightmare ng ONIC ID. Oh.
Tapi Brevi melihat game 1 dan juga game 2 gimana ini Brevi?
Lumayan sedih sih, karena kemarin mau nonton ONIC, mau dukung ONIC, udah 0-2 nih. Tapi aku yakin bisa comeback.
Mali si Kyrie pumasok agad eh.
Bisa comeback stronger. Nah, kalau misalnya dari Brevi sendiri melihat untuk game yang kedua, kira-kira siapa nih yang paling mencolok banget? Siapa yang akan menjadi MVP-nya kalau menurut Brevi?
Feeling aku Moreno deh, ngeri sih tadi dia mainnya ngeri banget. Moreno.
Ronel, hello.
Saya udah yakin Moreno?
4-3 daw, sabi ni Philip.
Kayaknya benar Moreno. So kita langsung
Game 4
lihat
no?
aja
Ay,
apakah
game
benar
7
Moreno
no? Para sulit ticket.
Game kedua kita kali ini
Game
langsung
7.
saja. Kita lihat Moreno kah? Jawabannya adalah betul.
Moreno.
Wow, luar biasa banget. Memang prediknya masih belum pernah salah ya, Brevi.
Lumayan lah, lumayan ngerti lah.
Baka masiro daw yung ONIC, sabi ni Benson.
Brevi sendiri kira-kira ada nggak sih?
Kailan ulit laban nila? After 20 minutes or 15
Saran
minutes.
buat ONIC mesinnya nyalain sih. Ini udah tidur mulu nih. Ayo dong, game 3 nyalain mesinnya nih. Bisa comeback stronger.
Oke, baik. Nah, kalau misalnya
Kalaban no, ONIC, Indo, ano, Indo rin, BTR.
semangat lagi. Nah, kalau misalnya dari
MPL Indonesia to guys, yung mini-stream ko.
juga kalau permainannya itu kan luar biasa banget gitu. Gimana?
Keren. Pokoknya kedua tim dari BTR, dari ONIC mainnya nggak mungkin kalau nggak keren bisa sampai final kan. Tapi semuanya buat hari
Sayang
yang
ito ang
menang ya,
Redayas, bakit?
tetap support lah sampai nanti ke AWC.
Follow ko ito te para mapanood ko ulit. Ayan, very good.
Predik buat
Salamat
ONIC
po sa
yang
mga
dimana
nagpa-follow. May follow nyo naman ako guys.
4
4 ya? 4-2. Oh, best of 7 ya?
Iya, best of 7.
Berarti 4-2 buat ONIC. Comeback 4.
4-2. Oke, baiklah kalau begitu. Terima kasih banyak pastinya untuk Brevi dan kita akan langsung saja memberikan kepada para panelis untuk membedah game kali ini. So, silakan.
Moreno, the maestro, once again shows us peak MLBB here in game number 2 on his back-to-back Kimmy performances. But here he shined the most, deserving of the MVP of the game. Now, boys, talk us through, break it down for us. What happened?
Madali manalo sa ano, Community Heroes.
To favor ONIC tool-wise, they have macro advantage, they have a split push threat, but they are trying to match Bigatron in a team fight situation.
Kaya pa yan, bawi daw Kelra. Hindi pa uminit si Kelra. Kaya pa yan, tiwala lang guys.
Afterwards, once the power spikes start hitting, especially for Moreno and Man, the winter crowns to help with his survivability as well. They were just matching ONIC in these crazy fights until the end of the fight, until they really disengage. You have no idea who's actually on top, and that is how a grand finals team fight should be.
Yeah, before I break it down, like I just want to appreciate how good some of the team fights here are, especially. I hope we get a replay of that last moment. It was Moreno versus Sans. It was a battle to decide who's the better mid laner in ID. It's Calra versus M1 on the Lord pit. 1v1, the item swap. It's literally a 1v1 in both.
Right here.
Both
Right here.
moment, like, oh my god, this is so big, dude.
Dude, it's the whole gang's fighting, and then there's the main characters are having 1v1s elsewhere. It is indeed a truly anime moment. The item swaps come in, the clutch comes in. They were low in HP. They all bought Sky Guardian helmets just to regen back before the final fight, and they got it done. Oh, we said that Bigatron needed momentum, but this is some serious momentum that ONIC are facing.
And by the way, that exchange was so MPLI. That's like literally
Silip ka
MPLI
muna.
down to the core. As we're gonna take a look at the stats
Ngayon ko lang
here.
nag-live ng
But,
ganito, te.
I wanna
Naku, ang
talk
tagal
about
ko na
some of the
nagla-live
things
ng
that
ano,
which is, I believe, ONIC
mga
is playing
MPL.
BTR's tempo in a way that they're fighting instead of just split pushing. Is that what you said earlier?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know if
Official
that's
Restreamer.
kind of fair for ONIC, to be honest, because most of the time, BTR is forcing the fight on towards ONIC. Like it or not, ONIC has to fight on the gambit.
Replay po ba yan? Ay, hindi po.
Losing on objectives, they're gonna be losing on fights, and BTR.
Naka-live po yan. Ayun o, live.
Moreno is so good.
Grand finals na to, guys. Baka akala nyo ano,
Drafting for Moreno too.
yung regular
It's not just
season.
heroes. It really feels like another ONIC draft where they are really relying on that micro potential, right? It feels
Kaya pa yan
they
daw.
set
Oo
up
nga,
a
hindi pa
harder
tapos
way
yung
to
laro,
push
guys.
themselves
Hanggat may
really
game.
big. Yes, I can see a world
Kaya pa
where
yan.
this ends up being
Live ng
dominant
MCM
ONIC team,
naman.
especially with the tempo that they have.
May
the,
padayas ba
OP,
doon?
but until level 4 at least, you're gonna be forced to play Moreno. And against an Atlas, what the hell do you do? This is an Atlas. I believe Loiski last match against BTR, they were playing a utility jungler in the Zara in Fredrin. And they were not going for objective battles at all when Atlas is on the other side. Because how good Atlas is as in catching up to the team fights or setting up for the team fights. And when Sans is placed on a Luo Yi, which only has a flicker, then it's tough. I think the only problem that BTR was facing in the early to mid game was the fact that the follow-up was not immediate, right? When you have an Atlas that can gamble super fast, and your mid laner is a Kimi. Like it or not, Kimi takes a while to get there, and Atlas has to, in a way, tank up a little bit of damage until the follow-up happens. So that's why I think BTR was not able to dominate the game as I thought. But still, I feel like they have to set up a good draft for Sans.
Awi
And
ulit.
also, I think the shift in momentum in that mid
Meron support lang ng
didn't die in these skirmishes.
any
The
team
Winter Crown.
sa comsec lang nadayas.
Like the first few fights, Eman instantly
Pag
gets taken down by
napili,
whoever.
napili ka
And you
last
see
week,
the damage is
so no.
it's just really not there for BTR. And finally, he survives, and then we finally see BTR winning out those team fights. So the adjustments from each and every single player, including Iman, I also do want to applaud Iman for that performance as well. He realized that, okay, maybe if I position in this certain way, if I blazing do it in this certain way, maybe it's not going to work out for me. Like once, okay, he learned. Twice, okay, this is really not happening. This is really not it for me. Winter Crown hit, and then finally he was able to...
Nakuha mo na yung Sanrio. Grabe talaga sa atik lang napakayaman.
That was such a good game. Number
Yun ang
2.
sabok,
We're
guys.
finally seeing two teams with, I would say, almost equal mechanics in every single respective
Even
lane.
macro.
Go at it. It's just, it's so beautiful. But I do agree with you. I think there's a big emphasis on the drafts. Right?
For sure,
the drafts
for sure.
for ONIC.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what will change as we get to game number 3.
I think ONIC might simplify their win conditions because, like Shevin mentioned, they have the more complex, they have the more
Higher ceiling, I guess.
varied. It's a higher ceiling, but again, when both teams are so equally matched, as we saw in the final game, the simpler one really has an advantage.
Kanina pa to. Opo, 6:30
I think we need a
nag-start.
breather after that, don't you think?
Just a little bit.
This is gonna be a long best of 7. I don't know who game number 3 is.
Matagal talaga sila mag-start ng next game, guys.
It's something that we saw yesterday
15 to 20 minutes.
In the King Phoenix Festival, we do have activities that take place here at the venue as well, and
Masyado silang
they actually go
nag-e-enjoy
home
sa
with some
chikahan.
amazing stuff. So if you guys are curious as to what that is, we're gonna throw it over straight to Sabilla to show you what they got.
Nih, para super fans yang jago untuk main carry, soalnya kali ini Sabila pengen cari
Tapos sasabihin naman ako,
terbaik
hoping
di
lang daw.
Kari one on one. Langsung aja kita cari di sini.
Wala,
Mana user
parang di na
carry
bumabalik sa
boleh
stream yan, no?
Mana? User carry?
Cute ng boses ko.
Boleh maju ke depan.
Salamat
Nih,
po.
udah satu. Satu lagi, ada di mana? Satu lagi di belakang. Oke.
Persiacha.
Nah, sebelum kita mulai untuk kali ini dan sambil menunggu lawanmu. Halo, siapa namanya?
Di ko mata-translate, guys. Di ko rin maintindihan ay yung ano, yung salita nila, eh.
Sedikit mendekat ke arah Sabila. Kalau kakak namanya siapa?
Namanya Fatan.
Fatan. Dari mana Fatan?
Kalau asal dari Makassar, Sulawesi Selatan.
Wow, jauh banget. Datang ke sini
Ya.
sama siapa?
Di ko maintindihan ako din, eh.
Sendiri. It's spesial untuk nonton.
It's a time.
Untuk spesial dulu. Kebetulan kerja di sini.
Oh,
Wala ko, ano, makain ka.
Oke, baiklah. Jadi, udah siap untuk kali ini karena
Di ka maglalaro ng Roblox. Maglalaro ako Roblox.
Gimana, ready? Fatan dan
Ayoko
juga
nung
Dava.
Grow Garden. Boring.
Kalau ready.
Karena dua-duanya udah ready, kita akan langsung saja
Yung
melihat
Roblox
untuk
na.
rules-nya kira-kira seperti apa sih? Nah, ini dia rules-nya. Nantinya kalian harus mengeliminasi lawannya sebanyak
Tatlo na
3
legend
kali. Jadi
fish
siapa
mo.
yang tercepat
Congrats.
3 kali ataupun
Pengi isa.
yang berhasil mendapatkan
Biglang
satu
ganun.
bakar
Congrats, pengi isa.
pemenangnya. Dan nantinya untuk pemenang yang berhasil
Porta daw sa ONIC, Gerald, oh. Sabi niya magandang nagsasalita. Siya yung nagsasalita. Pwede siya yung maganda.
Karena dapat hadiah juga. Hadiahnya akan ada Infinite
Hindi namin maintindihan yung language.
Pro. Ya, gimana? Udah siap semuanya? Udah jelas untuk rules-nya?
Sudah jelas.
Udah jelas. Baik. Kalau begitu langsung
Paano
saja
ako maglalagay
kita melihat
subtitle?
bagaimana untuk buy one kita kali ini di carry one on one. Apakah nih mereka berdua sudah beneran siap seperti yang mereka bilang? Karena di sini balik lagi, saya akan ingetin
Blacksprout. Hindi ako naglalaro. Hindi ko bet yung Blacksprout.
3 poin kill terlebih dahulu ataupun mendapatkan 1 buah turret, dialah pemenangnya. Dan ada lagi ya. Jadi ini untuk buy one kita itu ada
Pinalas ko, hindi na, ano,
jadi kalau misalnya waktunya udah habis, kita akan
hindi na
melihat
tulang.
dari banyaknya poin kill.
Naging
So,
6.
let's go. Kita akan langsung
Nalamangan ko yung 5 mo. 7 na yun sa akin. Lamang pa din ako. Eh, nag 1v1 pala sila. Ay, yung kahapon, yung nanalo dito ng 1v1, nagka-phone. So, ano all, no?
yang luar biasa karena
Ito, sa kanila. 1v1 dito sa venue.
hadiah
Nanalo siya ng phone.
santai aja
Yung GT50 Pro.
masih ada baru mulai juga jangan terlalu terburu-buru
Chanel.
ingat hadiahnya udah ada di depan mata dan
Naman kasalanan na
liquid
nanalo.
di sini yang masih dingin belum panas sepertinya
Ginalingan mo lang kaya nanalo.
melihat bagaimana berjalannya untuk carry one on one kali ini. Belum ada serangan satu sama lain kah di menit-menit awal ini? Atau mungkin bakal langsung mengarah ke arah turretnya aja, tapi sabar. Sabar, ini Sabila pengen nanya, yang hydro flow yang mana? Hydro flow? Yang hydro flow, oke. Hydro flow sebelah sini, berarti untuk yang liquid cooling di sebelah sini. Oke, baik. Tapi PD bakal menang kali ini?
Insya Allah bakal menang.
Insya Allah bakal menang. Gimana kalau misalnya dari kamu bakal PD akan menang?
Naiwan chinelas mo sa 7-Eleven.
Berarti akan PD untuk membawa pulang
Hayaan mo na.
yang luar biasa dari Infinix ya?
Ya.
Iya.
Ang bilis 5 pa yun ng laro ng TL. Eh, kailan pa yung laro ng TL, guys?
Kita ingetin lagi bahwa kita juga ada tenggang waktunya.
Maganda daw specs ng GT50. Naka 144 Hertz.
Ya, karena masih santai satu sama lain dan kita lihat di sini dari Hydro Flow masih
Tari ako sa 1v1, no?
aman dan belum ada mencicil satu
Ako na
sama
to,
lain
guys.
serangan yang diberikan dari
Ako na yung matatalo.
di sini. Dan sepertinya dari liquid cooling harus mundur terlebih dahulu. Kalau enggak dia akan
Ay, nabangga daw sabi. Narinig niyo.
itu dia
Nabangga.
satu buah poin yang berhasil didapatkan oleh Hydro Flow. 2 lagi, tenang, tarik nafas dulu.
Oo.
Jangan nervous walaupun di sini banyak sekali yang nonton, tapi timer kita
Feel mo.
sudah mulai berhitung mundur karena 40 detik
Panalo.
lagi kita akan melihat siapa
Panalo o ang kalaban?
Di carry. One
Ha?
kali ini.
Eh, sabi niya, feel mo et,
Karakanda
panalo o ang kalaban. Di ba? Walang tip eh.
detik lagi.
Mamaya tinatanong pala niya, panalo BTR o kalaban. Mamaya tanong pala niya, panalo ONIC o ang kalaban. Walang team eh. Lagyan niyo ng team guys. Hindi ko masasagot yung tanong.
Countdown kita. 10 detik lagi. 8.
Kahit matalo daw ONIC, sila pa rin pinakamadaming achievements sa Indo. Oh, ang dami nilang championship sa Indo. Victory!
Jadi ikutan panas pasti gara-gara ngelihat
Pag talo ako, bigyan ko ng chinelas. Huwag na madami akong chinelas.
lawan BTR by Vitality jadi ikutan panas.
Kailan ba nagsabi?
Hindi.
Jadi panas banget. Gimana? Udah puas sama hasil?
Hindi pa nag-start yung game 3.
Udah lakukan yang terbaik ya.
Nakaka 14 minutes na. Tapos may 5 minutes timer dyan sa taas. Oh.
Hadiah
Sabi sa inyo, 20 minutes yan guys.
mana boleh diambil untuk hadiahnya yang atas? Yes, terima kasih banyak dan ini boleh ditunjukin dong ke kamera. Ini untuk yang kalah bahkan tetap dapat hadiah. Ini untuk hadiah yang menangnya luar biasa sekali.
You know, may GT50 Pro. Kasi isa, watch yung kanya. Watch ba yan? Uy, di pa rin lugi guys.
Buat teman-teman yang udah punya tiket langsung
Magkano rin mga smartwatch.
luar biasa panasnya match yang amat sangat sengit.
Benta na lang yun.
Sepertinya kita akan melanjutkan permainan yang sengit.
Prediction daw ni EJ. 4-3. ONIC Bin. Bawi daw.
Take it away.
Abutin ng umaga. So, wag na 7 games.
Thank you
Edi
so much,
7
Mona. And of
hours
course, thank
yun.
you so much to
Kasi-
Phoenix for making that
Kasi
activity
parang 1 hour
happen
per,
here in the MPL
1 hour per
arena
game.
at Jakarta International Velodrome. Imagine that. You buy one with carry, all you need
GT
to do is
Watch.
participate.
Bumili ka din. So, bago phone mo, GT50 Pro na yung phone mo, te.
Smart.
O, kasama nung GT30 Pro. 30 ba yung sa'yo? O 40?
15, no?
Baka 50 na yata kasi ano eh, regalo sa graduation. Guys,
Bumili din daw siya nun eh.
Casting gets
bumili
like
ng
disqualified.
GT Watch. Sabi bumili nun. So, nung nakaraan wala pang watch eh. Kaya meron ngayon na bago yung phone ni ate.
The best.
Ano ni ate ko le?
Yaman ni ate.
You're not
Like who?
including me.
Kaya ng ONIC daw yan. Kaya.
Yeah, I've heard really bad things about him. Like, what's
GT30 pa din. Ooh, ay wala sabihin bago phone mo. Naiya ka ba sa amin?
Oh, this. You know what stays me?
Hindi ko nawawanig yung pa.
Well,
Well, realize
moving on.
realize has high highs and extreme lows. You know, let's
So
leave it
there
at that.
are highs.
He's generally high. I think it's something that a lot of people agree on. If you know what I mean.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on.
Oh boy.
Huh.
How will they adjust? We were on that topic, right? I think for ONIC, they have to streamline their win condition because it's good to have flexibility, right? And they've always been known to be able to do a lot of things, even though the draft is meant to be doing something else. But when they're at a similar level of macro and micro,
Yeah.
like we saw in the last fight, man, they have to like make things a lot more streamlined, you know?
I mean, you can see the internationals, right? Every time they're faced against the S tier teams, the LPH, the PH teams, pretty much all of them, it's harder than in MPL Indonesia. Let's put it that way.
I think it seemed a little hard for Sans in that particular game, and I think it was a really good highlight by Sheffin, right? The fact that he was given the Luo Yi, he was forced on a hero that would be unable, or it would be really disadvantageous for him to pick up the Purify, and he was up against Sora, Baxia, and the Atlas. So I'm considering maybe prioritizing Sans' hero in the early stages, or maybe choosing something different for him altogether. But of course, the stats are still stats. Sans is still Sans. And he is at number 1 when it comes down to KDA compared to all the other mid laners that we have here in MPLID compared to Moreno, who is at number 2.
1 hour ba
Octa
per
as well
game?
is at number 3, which is actually quite impressive. Octa at number 3. He
Very
like
cool.
left.
Nagiging
very
1 hour kasi nga Pagtapos ng game, ang tagal ng waiting time.
I mean, hey,
I'm not. I'm saying it's impressive. I'm taking a shot at Dewa in general.
Iwala lang daw kay Kelra tsaka kay Kyrie.
That he's
Iwala
number 3
lang.
on the stats,
Okay.
despite not going so far. in
Pag
the
nanalo
early
ONIC,
exit.
really
pag nanalo ONIC natin,
in a sense that
sasayaw daw si Kalanaw ng Budots.
right? It doesn't really funnel it away, but if you saw the stats
Pag
earlier,
natalo ONIC natin, di ako papasok.
the KDA ranking,
I-watch lang binili mo.
it was like 0.10.
Yeah, it was really close.
Maganda yung watch, te.
Of like 21, right? Or am I bad at math? No, 21, yeah. About 21 in the assists. So hey, shows again how well matched both mid laners are. So at this one, we talked about how in the drafting phase, it seems like it's a battle between both mid laners on
It's a middle.
who has the bigger hero pool. Because they were banning the Yeeves, they were banning all these meta mid laners. Now it's time to see who actually has the more adjustable hero pool. No,
I don't know if the hero pool is the problem in game number 2. I feel like,
I'm not saying it is.
oh, didn't you say?
It was like in the drafting phase, it was like a battle on like who has the better hero pool because they were banning both mid laners.
Yeah, at the same time, I feel like Corona has a head start in the second phase. No?
How so?
Because Sans is forced to play a Luo Yi against those dive heroes, man. Meanwhile, Corona can just turtle around
May
the
game pa
backline.
po ba? Meron pa po.
Let's count their hero.
Race to 4 yan, guys.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Hanggat
6,
wala
7,
pang nakaka 4
8, 9, 10,
points,
11.
may laban pa.
Rhino is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh.
7, 8, 9, 10,
By the
11.
way,
Babali yung leg mo, kakaantay. Ba't mo binabali yung leg mo?
wow, same thing, the exact same number. I just want to say, for the people in the comments that said ban Kimi, I
One hour bago magsimula, hindi naman. Ito pa start na sila mo.
bigger fishes to fry. If you want to blame CW for not banning the Kimi,
Ito, nag-timer ako guys, naka 20 minutes na nung nagdadaldalan sila.
This is the issue when you're at a high level.
Diba, ang tagal.
There's
21 minutes na.
or
Di pa rin nagsistart.
Like cross off and it will change the entire game. If you want to have an adjustment in the mid lane, for instance, you have to start from the first phase to figure out.
Shala ni ate, may pangbili ng ano,
You want to use to really throw off your
GT
opponent.
watch.
So, simply saying ban Kimi, yeah, I don't think
Parang
that's gonna work at
nagugutom
all.
ka kakahintay. Kumain ka na.
That is true. That is true. We are in a catch-22 situation, but things are going to be a little bit similar for ONIC now that we get into game number 3 because they are
Leg
on
ang
losing
tama
right
pag
now.
natalo.
Earlier on, we saw the full distribution Arlet banned out by ONIC. Do you think that might change the third game?
Mobius, Jushin, Arlet. I feel like maybe they might let go of the Arlet, right? Knowing that there might be a trade-off in the jungle picks between the Fredrin and the Baksha. If they assume they're gonna get the Fredrin again, then the Arlet could be something that they can use.
Yan, pa-start na sila guys. Diba, 22 minutes?
They
Grabe.
let go the Arlet?
I think and it depends on how they wanna.
Hindi na panalo dito.
We can only assume,
Champions
ladies and
na.
gentlemen, as we head
Champion
over
na.
into the draft for game number 3.
Grand
presented by
finals
the
na to eh.
official gaming phone Infinix GT50 Pro. And we're going through flying clouds once again. All right.
Pag tumatawa ako, maganda ako. Pag di ako tumatawa, pangit ako. Sasabihin niya, di ako nagsasabihin natin.
Tito and Fredrin are the bans here in game number 3.
I think this is what ONIC should have done in the second game, banning one of the utility heroes, the two utility heroes in the meta currently that is very prominent. The Baksha and also the Fredrin. Now, they can prio more towards the Baksha. I feel like this is going to be a Baksha first before anything else. Before the Jushin, before the Bakito, or before anything else. There you go.
There you go.
Pag natalo ONIC daw, absent bukas si John.
Even though it's not preferable right now.
Wala bang hiring? Ayaw mo dyan, ate?
No, Arlet, wow.
Baksha.
Because there's nothing. Wait. The Fredrin is banned. I just realized.
Yeah, so
Binigyan
now
yung Fredrin.
ONIC can get the Sushin. Do they want to though, right? If this comes down to a damage face-off between Moreno and Sans, the Sushin can carry, but what's up, Shevin?
It's a Kyret 3, no? Against a Baksha, you win the objective game. With Arlen, that's pretty much Auntie Dash, Auntie Vengeance for Nile, and he played it.
That's true.
And I
Does
believe
Gwyn-
ONIC is already reading that.
Does Gwyn not work for BTR?
You know what? That's actually true. It's been a while since Gwyn has been
3%
getting
na
picked,
lang
so it's
si Cassie.
always
Ba't
banned.
tayo din
It's
mag-charge
always banned
guys?
from BTR. That's why we don't see it anymore.
Yeah.
John
I guess
Paul,
that's the more
Respecia, hello.
route or normal route
Pag natalo daw
for
ML, pag natalo, pag natalo ONIC, delete ML na si Aljay.
For ONIC, trying to outmaneuver Bigatron, because in the first two games, Bigatron definitely got places faster compared to ONIC, even with the low E diversion. Look at the top 5 cross-region total kills right here. Moreno? Like 60, almost like 70 kills above the next person.
I mean, technically we have more games.
matches. Yeah.
So unless it's like average kill, then yeah.
That is still pretty crazy
It's
stats.
really impressive though, wow. All right. Let's see what Pikachu want to put in the hands of Moreno though. They might go for one here, because getting the other options banned out is fine, but no, they do go for that tie Shevin, as you predicted.
Shout out po kay Kevin Obanya, hello.
Because of his adaptability.
Yeah. But I think say
Kung sino
goodbye
yung
to
maka-score ng 4, siya na yung champion.
Do you think Valir?
Will
they actually ban the
something
Kimi?
they need to think about?
I think
Valir here front to back. If they're dealing with a Baksha, man, against a Valir, it's really hard to really move forward in any way.
What do BTR ban though?
a good EXP that was brought up maybe in the first game, that is the Uranus.
Let them play the hero.
Well, in the same line, it wins out the lane.
UG,
at least
hello.
and there's no
Good
ganks.
evening.
Well, if they ban the Yu song, it seems like a front-to-back angle, or they just want to make sure that the Arla doesn't really get countered too hard in the lane. So both of those are valid.
It's also making me think about Moreno's pick, you know, with the Yuzong ban.
Right, is it going to be a backline type of hero?
Yeah.
But then again, he plays the backline heroes in the front, you know, so...
But I mean, this could potentially be another Kimi game because we're looking at a Kimi versus Baxia.
Pag natalo ONIC, absent kayo bukas.
Arla as well for some synergy.
Yeah, I feel like I like
Dati hindi yan na-absent. Walang pasok yun.
It's not really that great unless you have the DHS. A bit of a HP-based
Anong skin ba gusto mo give sa'yo?
Max HP.
Yeah.
Chicken skin.
And the Valir also complements the Arlot even more, so you can set up for a better objective game in the first two.
BTR daw 4-1, sabi ni Diaz.
Yung stacking.
And I'm wondering if it's because they don't want to give ONIC like a dive hero, they can burst the backline, or are they trying to get more crowd control and then punish with pickoffs, and they want to ban out a hero that can be immune to said crowd control.
They still ban the Lilia either way.
Interesting. I guess in terms of damage, Lilia is much more dangerous than the Believer. But going by how safe BTR has been drafting in the first two games, I kind of expect the Valir here, even though the approach is a bit straightforward now. But sometimes straightforwardness gets you victories. And I believe Moreno is still sitting at a 100% win rate on the Valir.
Do you think the Valir is okay with the wave clear? I mean, but considering we don't have the roamer just yet.
Well, the wave clear isn't
Believe
bad
it's
at
still
all,
open.
because you get reset from the fireballs when you get a
Ninang
kill on the
thank you.
mid lane.
Budol nga yung new skin daw
And
ni
it is
Ling.
AoE, right? The issue is if the roam is really dangerous, it can
Bubudol daw
be
sa'yo.
hard to
Kala
really
ko
get your
sa'yo.
fireballs
Hindi.
off.
Saka siya yung pagsisipin.
Ako ba? Ikaw nagtanong ah. Ba't mo ako pinaing?
Atlas again. So now there are three potential, like, engage potential tools
Ay,
coming in
no,
for
walang
Bigatron.
There
pera.
could be a choke, B-boy.
Ooh. Oh, you know what?
ONIC in
Ford is still
6,
playable.
sabi ni Ramboy.
It's not bad. It is gonna be a bit
Starlight na lang.
Uh-huh.
Ito na nga lang yung laman ng wallet.
And if
Ito
they want to go with
nalaglag.
the
Babae.
there's not a lot of synergy here, not a lot of damage you can follow up on the way up the dragon.
Dude, I think there's nothing good for Keyboy here. I feel like
He might go Khalid.
Yeah.
Just for Prio.
just for Prio, but when you look at the opposing composition, like, do you think, like, oh, that is a good pick? It's more like we gotta settle for something big, right?
Yeah,
I feel
it's
like
something
Joe
that they
is
will
nice
settle
because
on.
also it's anti-CC against the Akai.
Yeah.
So Rizla Khalid.
Ako magsasend. Nire-refuse ko nga eh.
Is something that Bigatron really wants to use, and we saw the Baksha, the Tsushin, and now with the Khalid. But then they have a really
Rizla.
slow EXP lane. I don't know if I like
Punat.
that.
Punat nung ano sa ONIC
It's
ah.
only a record for Moreno. Or maybe Kimi is not really that bad
Si
either,
Boss Cab
considering
lang
how
pala
well
yung
it's
ano.
working so far in the first two games.
What do you like better, Rashi?
Kailangan
I'm biased
yung
for the Khalid a bit
madamage.
more AoE, more crowd control, and a lot of damage if you can get the resets. It's everything we were
Baka
talking
history
about.
to, reverse sweep daw.
I
In game 2.
guess we'll see. I guess we'll see. Valier has that it
Yeah.
has value,
Suspension nga niya.
but they're looking
Anong
for burst.
suspension nga
The
niya?
problem with the Valir is you can't really catch up to. If you want to burst down
Si
the backliner, then
Chan.
you have
Exactly.
nothing to offer. And this is
Exactly.
something that they can offer here with the Jetian. Jetian, I'm sorry. How do you pronounce it? Jetian.
Tien? Yeah.
Okay, there you go. You know more than me.
Whoa, that's true. I like it, man. I was saying I wanted more crowd control, and they really quadrupled down. Everyone except for Eman can quote-unquote engage or disengage for Bigatron. I like that. I think ONIC are going to struggle to really pick and choose the fights that they want, and Bigatron can pick and choose whenever they feel like it.
So it sounds like your BTR for the third game, just from
Yeah.
drafts.
I think so.
What about you,
Hey,
Sheffin?
At least Sans gets his heroes right now.
Okay, and with that being said, we're gonna throw it over to the casters to walk you through game number 3 in the grand final.
Game number 3. Good luck.
Bigatron have their troops surrounding
Baka
the
good luck eh.
velodrome.
Good luck,
And the
both
coup
teams.
d'etat is still underway. A revolt by the red robots. The uprising of the machines to finally topple down the dynasty ONIC has built from season after season. And they are one away from match point. And now we will go to this match. It's game 3. ONIC against Bigatron by Vitality.
The Sky Kings have been dragged down by Bigatron. And now it's ONIC who are down in the dumps. They're the ones pushed onto a wall. Inside of the castle walls here in the Velodrome.
And let's see from the draft, there was a blue. Oh, the damage.
Yep, this is why I was a bit on the fence on the Zetian pick. I thought oh, wait a second, Voss! San's taking a bit too many turret shots there. That is horrible.
Yep, and burnt the Purify as well for that extra movement speed. So I don't think that's a slight equalizer for Bigatron by Vitality. But we did talk about the draft alongside Coach Aldo in the stands.
Oh, this is a great reset on the recall.
Yep, very, very nice. Emblems by you, agility for the Terizla. Pull yourself together for the Chutian, so you have extra Purify.
Oh.
Lutfi, Frozen.
Yep, there's a bit more poke onto Lutpi. Shogun. Whoa, I don't think so, brother. He wants to go in, but he knows better than to go in. Keyboy's gonna go up. Can't risk getting a few hits on Shogun though, because the whole team will show up.
But the audacity to pick up the Arlet.
Oh, nice save by
That one
Keyboy.
too. Yep.
Took it away. The level 4 right now. That's gonna be good damage on the Keyboy, but Finn just respects it. Flickers out of the way, and Nile dodges.
So far, it's looking very, very, very good for Bigatron. They have the chain CC set up as well. Extra stacks for the Arlet to play when you have an Akai. And you have good disengage when ONIC wants to clump up like this.
Uh-oh, Sans don't purify. He's gonna get pulled down. Fury of the Phoenix, and that's the final slash on Lutpi. Bigatron winning all in. Keyboy gonna be taken very low. Shogun's still there. Penalty zone, but Kyrie is able to get the neutral objective, but that's Lutpi having to flicker out. It's a kill for a neutral objective in the end.
They were looking for a re-engage because Kyrie was close by.
Oh, good
Whoa.
take by Kelra.
SOD for that extra bit of gold. The gold card goes for him, but Kaman will be okay with that. He's gonna re-farm again as the waves do collide. But the problem now for ONIC is obviously gonna be the range. If they can look for a good set, either from Terizla, either from a Keyboy Raging Sandstorm, then that's gonna be very good. And that is why, part of it, I think, why Bigatron picked up the Chetian, so that they have some sort of, I'd say, disturbance when ONIC wants to go all in, because of the lack of the range, then they have to bank on the team fight. And that's why the Akai is super good too. The reason, like, mind you, they picked this up in the first phase, knowing full well how ONIC really wants to approach the game. You have a disengage somehow with the heavy spin, a pin down two. Oh, penalty zone.
Yep, quick around for Moreno. Just a clean little getaway. But that is a great resource. Shogun, though. Into those big hits onto the turret. Keyboy might be going for the 1v1. Your Raging Sandstorm locks him down. Moreno Sokolil. Actually, a bit of an assist there by the Baksha, so never mind.
Yeah, Keyboy so confident. And he knows the damage the lead can deal. Take a look at the audience prediction here. A slight shift of 1%.
Uh-oh.
Mondo in the back, yanked.
Yep. Oh, great read by Kyrie! Onto the BMI. The Purify out, though, with the Blazing Duet. Another resource spent. Another resource baited out.
He timed the crash to the BMI. He's able to get the crash. However, a Purify burnt with the Blazing Duet is enough for Eman to stay safe. Bigatron by Vitality, they can force these fights if they want to, especially with the early game damage that they have. The Chutian stings Very much so. 7 seconds to the turtle. We haven't really seen a neutral objective contest, but if Bigatron want to play the long game, if they really want to disengage, then I think that heavy spin will play a huge part, scampering ONIC and just disintegrating their formation. Kyrie completes the curse helmet, and Keyboy up top is battling it out with Finn and Shogun. Mind you, he has the fatal links, and Shogun will come close.
Good poke by Shogun. Penalty zone, flicker out from Shogun. Now the heavy spin onto Ludpi. That's a big resource spent already, and I don't think that's the right move for Bigatron. They were baited into that skirmish.
Yep. A flicker for a heavy spin, one of the most important ults you can have so far in the neutral objective, and Kyrie will try to take this. And it is free, but maybe Bigatron say something.
He tries to go in, Fear the Phoenix locks him down now as Shogun goes in. Into Sans, Crimson Beacon already down as Niles there, gonna be taken out as the SOD doesn't land, but now it's gonna be the crash onto Shogun. No flicker already, gets the stuns, gets the resets. Moreno coming in, but Shogun, oh god, disintegrating in the face of ONIC's trio.
There is a lot of damage. Coming in from Lutpi there, 2 kills for him.
That was a gamble.
And he carried that fight. Yeah, a gamble indeed for Bigatron. If they can get something out of that neutral objective take from ONIC, maybe they can get a trade, but they did not, and they had to pay that price. Turtle goes for ONIC, a structure up top too, before that cannon minion gets taken down. So at least no farm for Shogun. The cannon minion so far, Iman. Oh, eating up damage there. And Keyboy can just stand there menacingly, especially when you have the healing.
Oh, god.
Kyrie gets it, right?
Yeah, Kyrie's just been gapping now on these Restrees.
Uh-oh.
This is not a good place to be in. He's able to dodge from the first few shots. The penalty zone locked in with the shield unity, but Shogun now has the reset. It's going to be the constant reset onto Lippy with Nile on the heavy spin, but is it enough to take him down? Moreno rotating as well. Kelra with the SOD and Sans is right there with Kelra. Oh my goodness, ONIC. They're angry.
Beautiful set there coming in with the penalty zone. It looked like Bigatron had a chance to flip the script, especially when you have constant resets. Oh, Finn gets the orange buff. So that's going to be a slight win. You can see Shogun just bobbing and weaving his way with the Vengeance in and out. And he tried to buy some time, but that SOD landing, I think, is one of the main points as well. And Kara gets himself a kill. Eman has to TP back. Item build, War Axe for the Terizla, survivability. And Corrosion Side for item build for Calra. You would see sometimes he goes DHS. Notice the tanky lineup. I think it's manageable now for Bigatron by Vitality. Sans almost gets himself pinned down. And Bigatron has the damage to outright kill members that get pinned down with the heavy spin. Now though, how will Nile use that heavy spin?
How will they use the combos, man? Because right now we've seen, I think, a glimpse of the combo, but they haven't utilized it in the neutral objective pin. Where they jump on Lutpi. He's gonna go for the perfect match as Keyboy goes on Iman, getting up a good few more poke fatal links coming down as they go all in, even with the heavy spin. God dang.
Have to go back. It's gonna be a death to Lutpi. ONIC, will they stay right here and contest the turtle?
Perfect match, the Raging Sandstorm baited out as now gets in the knockup. Shogun gets the kill, Kyrie with the shield unity. A man advantage for Bigatron as they go in as the SOD lands in the back line, but I don't think Kelra will take it just now. Kyrie, help away, Nile gets out. Fury of the Phoenix coming out as Iman is gonna go over the damage again as Kyrie is gonna get chain CC for Iman. Gets a free hit. Shogun with a final slash. The Spear of Misery doesn't pin Iman down onto Moreno, but it certainly picks Iman back up. It's a Purify though, baited out, and now Bigatron decide to disengage.
And it's a Flying Clouds too. Lutpi was close to rotating and maybe assisting the remaining members of ONIC. They were looking for a re-engage, but Bigatron, discipline is the name of the game for them. Throughout the playoffs, super clean disengage coming in. Oracle for Shogun, survivability, extra healing, golden staff completed too. And now they have to be privy where Finn is. Look at Nile. Kelra has to be careful.
He's gonna go for the pin.
Oh no!
Wow. What a read by Nile, straight into the god in the gold lane.
Kelra gets taken down.
Wow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you'll pay for your sins, Nile. Or maybe you won't. Wait a second, the whole team's right here. Nile gets away with the jump in. Kyrie, shield unity body blocked by Shogun, and he has the Vengeance still. The final slash lands onto us now. The whole team comes crashing down on him. Keyboy all alone, thrown back again. The fatal link by Finn drags him into the shots from Iman,
sending him to his demise. And ONIC, they're still trying to bait something out of this. Other resources are a big time of Vitality. Kelra, will he take it?
The god is back, but he doesn't have a Purify. There's no way he takes that.
Yeah, and Moreno still has the Fury of the Phoenix as well. So that is wise from him. Queen's Wings for Lutpi. And Bigatron by Vitality. So far, so clean. But they're not out of the woods just yet. They can still take a look at the Moskov that really waits to scale to the late game. Looking for the Golden Staff after a completed DHS on Corrosion side. He's going to play the far lanes. Bigatron needs to answer this when it comes a pesky entity late game later on. But still, ONIC, they cannot clump up. There's going to be 2 ultimates waiting for them if they stick together. That's how they kind of want to play too. That Fury of the Phoenix will be very, very scary, and then you have the Fatal Links. So now look, Bigatron, let's see what they can do.
The way they're playing, you'd think that Bigatron are the ones with a lead. They're the ones controlling the map, pushing the tempo, and making proactive moves on the map.
Yeah. It's a 2k gold lead down to a 1.9k. But it's Bigatron looking for these flank angles. Look at where Finn is. He holds that tri-bush. And Keyboy too, trying to open up the map. They are yet to take the structure up top. And so far, ONIC are the ones to pull the trigger. Now we'll always have that escape button. So I think ONIC needs to wait for Bigatron to bait their resources, get those spells, get those big ultimates, and then they can advance forward. Because there's so much that Kyrie can do. He's only there to possibly tank for the team and then catch someone. With the Passants as well, you have that anti-regen, but you still need the Chusin to hit, the Terizla, the Moskov. And this lack of range is a bit worrying for Bigatron, for ONIC, because they can't really commit to a scenario where they're able to make Bigatron expend those resources.
In the gold lane, though, I want to see the gold lane rankings, or the gold standings. And it is still Mr. Kelra who's number 1, man.
Yep.
How far ahead is he? 500 gold around. Yeah. So not too much, but okay, there you go. I was about to say, Swift Trinity were both completed.
It's almost like a situation we see in game number 3. Rather, game number 2, sorry, but that fifth match will save him. And now Bigatron reset. The next one on the menu is obviously the Lord. Bigatron can clump, if Bigatron can just converge around this Lord, force ONIC to a mistake to get their spells out, to get their ultimates out, they can then come in. Because you have 2 layers to this. The Heavy Spin, Fear of the Phoenix, and even the Fatal Links if it connects. So Bigatron, they have to play this closely.
Really good poke. Oh, wait, the Fatal Links, everything thrown at Keyboy. Flicker in the Raging Sandstorm for just the Fatal Links. Shogun! Final slash lands on Ludwig. It's a massive penalty zone as SOD lands as well with the Fear of the Phoenix. Locks him down for just a bit. Ludwig able to escape for now as Keyboy jumps in, but that's going to be the heavy spin to pull Kelra away from the fight. Kyrie isolated now. The pin down as well. And no one dies in that skirmish.
Ooh, that was so close.
Wow.
The Fatal Links to make sure that ONIC are down 1 tank. And they go in. But Shogun with the final slash almost made it possible. Turns out Santil is safe. And Bigatron, they want to start this fight. It's a Flying Cloud map, so they can respond fastly with this rotation.
Look at Finn. He knows his ult is going to be up. He knows there are no Purifies. Eyes on Finn. If he can get a massive Fatal Links, that could be the end of the game.
Could be.
It's up, it's up.
It's going to be up. The Fatal Links is what he will try to fish for.
There we go. Lippy already there. Moreno with the flicker out. Lippy. Oh no. He's all alone, and Bigatron know it. No way home. They're going to go on to him right now as Finn waits for the timing. Heavy spin on the Suns. He's going to get taken out. Completely out by the Panda. Lippy next to the chopping block as Shogun jumps in, and Finn in the back line. Going to go for the big play. It is him zoning the boys as Kyrie gets locked down. And Monpog to the Blazing Duet. It's the Fatal Links on 1, not 5, but it's A-okay as Moreno claims the kill on Keyboy. And ONIC have been completely outplayed.
Bigatron by Vitality are on another level. ONIC made speechless. Left with nothing to do.
Oh. No, it's too far.
It's way too far, but Kelra, he's hoping to turn something, make something happen out of nothing. The only player to watch everyone die. Let's take a look at the replay. They were able to zone out Lippy. He's isolated. This pin down from Sans is so good. Make sure the Chusin can't move anymore. And you have so many layers in the team fight. That Fear of the Phoenix is still available. The Fatal Links has been left unused, and they went in for Kyrie too. The knowledge of rationing the spells, knowing that ONIC does not have those Purifies, those get out of jail cards, makes Bigatron so flawless in just executing the CCs. So you can always mix and match on which ultimate you want to use first. One thing for sure is that that's going to lead to ONIC's demise. Time and time again we have seen.
The robots have made Gila Sans. Normal.
Ordinary.
0, 3, and 4. When have you seen Sans on this stat before? Number 1, by the way, in KDA. Just earlier, we saw those stats.
Cloud stings now, and that Malefic gun will not make ONIC
Niall,
do better.
Oh my god, Evan now bait up. He's gonna bait out the Purify. He's baited out the Purify. Now eyes on Fitness, blazing away, gets used up in the BMI and the Purify out from Iman. Finn's gonna be looking for it. Look, Pew, the penalty zone is now the Pew, the Phoenix lands onto 2. It's Iman going for the gun down with a melted gun. Treading, look P down. He's trying to survive right now, but the base turret at the top lane is gonna get taken down, and Iman gets a killing spree. And a turret in the mid lane. Finn! Oh! Fatal legs by Finn! Gets Kelra down! Bigatron on the verge of match point. Now it's Keyboy in the back, looking for the Clouds to send something to fight back.
Oh my god, Keyboy next to the menu, probably Shogun.
He goes in, wants to go for the stun. Sans caught in the bad spot right now. Final flash! The Purify out by Sans, but it's broken in the back. Heavy spin and the resets are ready. Amon stays targeted on the
Match point ng BTR! Grabe! Uy, naglag.
The Red Robots secure match point.
One more. Just one more game from rewriting history. Answering the call of destiny.
Grabe yan ah.
The Velodrome silence, at least for its residents, at least for the ONIC fans.
Walis ONIC sabi.
Does not look
Okay,
at their
another
portal.
timer. Another 20
Starting
minutes.
Now, the red robots come in for that coup d'etat, for that revolt.
Isa na lang daw.
Just one
Laki ng ilong
more
doon.
game.
Uy.
Now we know why. Robbie Panchoro is in the building.
Ginawang normal na Team ONIC.
Like this before in the final. This is their league. This is a farmers league. People call it a farmers league and they
Farmers
got that right.
league.
What happened? Bigatron are about to tear the script apart.
They will demolish.
Lugi daw sa drop.
They barely made it to playoffs. No one
Nasobrahan
believed
sa
them.
front yung XP si
They were
Lutfi.
the S word, and I mean subpar.
They're about to demolish the Velodrome.
Oh my god.
And with it, the walls that has been echoing the name of the Sky Kings. Bigatron, one away from their maiden trophy. Just one more, but sometimes distance means nothing. If they fail to deliver, if they cannot capitalize on this, Mirko, a trophy in sight. It's theirs for the taking.
And this is usually where you see Bigatron use the C word, the choke. But Niall stayed so composed in fact that he was able to read.
Itlog daw siguro to.
Kelra,
Tutulog
the
na
man
si
with the
Janmar.
awareness of 5 pro
4-0
players.
ONIC.
Hey, Mirko, the C word here stands for composure.
Di pa nadala, di pinagbaban yung Cloud tsaka Atlas. No?
Composure, it's composed. Everything is so beautiful. From head to toe, Bigatron. And they played with trust to one another. And that was what was lacking. Said by Coach Theo, they lacked trust. And now that trust might bloom into a potential silverware.
Ganyan daw talaga mga bida.
You did it calm, calm.
The panelists, break it down, please.
In an interview, Coach Panda said that the one thing that they repaired from the regular season to the playoffs is the fact that they now play for one another and not for themselves. And my, oh my, ladies and gentlemen, here in the Jakarta International Velodrome, bear witness to a different, to a changed BTR as they are now at championship point against the defending champions.
Man, we said that they would get it done dominantly, if at all. But 3-0 in dominant fashion as well. These games are intense, don't get me wrong. But overall, you can have, at every second of the game, you get this feeling that Bigatron have control. This is not the norm. Dude, this is
Kahit
unusual.
yung mga casters, so nagugulat
Something
din.
unusual. I feel like ONIC after the 2-0 victory by BTR, this is quite literally a territory that ONIC has never been in ever since the Stone Age, right?
The Stone Age.
ONIC has never been in this kind of situation, and there's a reason why they play like it's tilted.
Shout out daw kay Clint Ezekiel ng Isulan Sultan Kudarat. Hello po! Di matatalo ONIC basta may Pinoy na kasama. Sabi.
The gold standard off guard is actually insane. That is
Pag may Pinoy, mananalo.
Again, it shows once again that
Sa
when it comes down
BTR
to
din may Pinoy.
BTR are up there. Maybe this entire time it's just been the
Kailangan
mentality
ako na lang kaya mag-Moscow. Grabe.
of the BTR performance as a whole.
And by the way, you can see that mentality,
Naging
right?
kampante
It's not like
daw.
they were losing against ONIC.
Exactly.
And I was saying to Arashi, there's a reason why Veteran is more, a much better pairing to an Arla compared to an Akai, because you're only playing with one cycle if you're Akai. But the in-game adjustment from BTR is so good. They stay composed. As Mirko said earlier, the C is not choke anymore, it's composer.
It is composure. We're looking at the gold graph now, and
Talo daw.
it's exactly like you mentioned earlier on, right? It was
Grabe, 0-3
ONIC
guys.
holding control, even they had the control over the economy, and then at some point something swapped. But by the way, when we're talking about Akai and Arlet, this was a combo that we had in EWC and MWI. So it was always the Arlet Akai. Shoutouts to Renmar for actually picking that up when we were in MWI, and then we finally saw it in the latter stages of EWC MSC as well. So it's an old combo that they're bringing back out here
It's
for
throwback.
BTR.
Ang ilang game na. Nakatatlong game
I'm getting
na.
distracted because like the Big Ten fans are reacting to
Nag-explain pa lang.
coordinating the cheers right now.
Sa game 3.
What a moment.
Hindi ko pala nalagay yung game 2, game 3
This
no.
is so good, man.
Sorry,
Again,
guys.
it's throwback to the old combos, but the fact that they're able to just
Yeah,
pick up a lot of these older combos and on the fly,
0-3.
make it work
Hindi ko nalagay sa
like
pin
these
comments.
in the base, for instance, like maybe
Game
early
1
on
pa
it
yun
stands
sa
out,
pin
but
comments.
these went in the base. Very clear
Game
were
1 pa.
improvised, and still
Yeah.
they knew exactly what to do. The
Kahit naman ilagay ko sa pin comment, may magtatanong pa din. Ate, ano na score? Meron na sa screen, meron sa pin comment. Ate, ano score? Ba't kaya ganyan, guys?
And we gotta talk about it, right? One of the main reasons why in the early stage of the game that we're gonna see in the highlights is the fact that the combos in the composition for the Red Robots, I don't feel like it works
Last
out
win na lang ng
according to
BTR,
plan.
champion na. Opo. Pag nanalo sila sa game 4, yun, tapos ng ML. Shoutouts daw kay Mama Leonida Joseph. Kamusta na daw po kayo? Sabi ni Fred Joseph. Galing ni Moreno mag-mid, no?
4 engaged tools will always have like the better start. Before that, though, in the early game, during the earlier
Talo sa tatlong games yung ONIC, 0-3.
I feel like in the early game, it didn't work out because ONIC drafted a good EXP and also a utility jungler to deter.
Uy, heart rock nyo na may live ko, guys. Kasuhan nyo naman. O kaya i-like nyo na lang.
Might not be the scale hero that we're
Mas maganda kung magpa-follow kayo. Pero okay lang kung ayaw nyo. Walang sapilitan dyan.
For you to proc the vengeance that in a way you also scale as an Arlet. My MVP vote was not Shogun because I'm always against voting a player based like a system MVP, you know. But I think
0-4 ata, kahiya daw yun. Draft pa lang may edge yung BTR sa ONIC.
earlier in the season,
Salamat
like
po,
last season,
napansin niyo po.
always
You're welcome
as
po.
twinkling, right? You see the stars,
Meron pa.
like a little situation for ONIC.
May game
You see
pa.
Emma, you see Nile, you see Moreno. These are some of the best players in ID, but Finn is like
Race to 4 yan, guys eh. Kaya pag nanalo ang BTR next game, wala nang game. Champion na kapag nanalo BTR next game.
Beloyski really likes playing the Atlas because now he gets a say on when the team fight is happening. He gets more control on the team fights. And you're putting the burden on towards Finn, and I think that shows a lot of trust from the coaching staff, from the other players of BTR, towards this guy specifically.
I definitely see your point. If there was an argument to be made, it was between those two, I believe. Even if we think about it, Moreno on his signature, I want to say signature now, right? Signature Zetion pick as well. The symphony of skills once again from BTR were just really, really emphasized here in game number 3. But we've talked so much about BTR. Now talk to us about ONIC. What happened to ONIC? How did they lose the ball there? And what can they improve coming to game number 4? Because once again, this is championship point. This is the defending champions that we're talking about.
I think they have to kind of like recognize the fact that Bigatron are matching them when it comes down to the maneuvers and the mind games, right? For the longest time, ONIC had a monopoly on being able to mind game you and being able to outmaneuver you. Whether that's in map rotations or in the team fights, you've seen moments even in this
Meron
game
pa
here
po.
where Sarge,
Meron
where
pang
Tyree
game.
escapes with a sliver of HP. I feel like
Bawi
they
na lang daw
got
sa
away with it for so
MSC,
long, they
yung
thought,
ONIC.
but now that they don't have
Lugi
that
yung ONIC sa CC, tas hindi pa nakascale ng maayos si Kedra. Healing hero kasi daw si Moscow.
You know, it was so one-dimensional, and it won't match this game where both teams are doing a lot of these feints, a lot of these mind games. They gotta start really respecting more on Bigatron, I feel like.
Respect.
And pick something that has a bit more flexibility when it comes down to the movements.
Okay, so respects and draft. Is that, do you agree with that, Chef?
That's so vague though.
Tulog pre, talo ONIC Indo natin, sabi ni Patrick. Wala pa, may games pa guys. Hanggat wala pang nakaka-4, wala pang champion.
We do have something in store for you, ladies and gentlemen, as we show what Bude is currently doing. Wait, what?
Whoa!
Are they in a fight? What's going on? Is everything okay? Bude? Everything okay?
Kita mau merayakan, belum merayakan. Kita masih menyediakan kalau mau merayakan. Satu game lagi, semoga kalau dikasih kesempatan.
May pag-asa pa ONIC, yes. Pwede pa ma-reverse sweep yan. Mas maganda yung story pag na-reverse sweep, di ba?
Special Grand Final.
Benar.
Comeback yan, sabi ni Arfan.
Maskot baru.
Iwala lang kay Kedra. Papalag pa yan.
Ya.
Nangis. Udah ada itu.
Ini mereka lagi berpesta. Ini Sonic ngapain?
Shout out daw sa kapatid ni Fred. Si Alona Joseph. Kailan daw kaya uuwi sa bahay?
Kita mungkin kecolongan dari Bude 3 poin tadi. Tapi
Roblox ba yan, te?
bisa ngebalikin.
Ngebalikin. Karena kalau
Ang klaseng tanong yan.
Bentar ya, yang sering Grand Final yang kanan. 8 kali Grand Final.
Terima kasih Bude ya.
Kalah sekali.
Betul.
Ini gimana nih sekarang nih? Diambang. Match point loh Bang Upi.
Kita nggak mau kalah lagi sih. Pengennya kita langsung poin.
Poin.
Ya.
Tapi ketinggalan 3 game. Dari Sonic sendiri agak deg-degan gak sih? Ini kapan kita ngelihat ONIC kewalahan di Grand Final?
Deg-degan mungkin ada Bude, tapi kita harus tenang, harus percaya sama anak-anak. Semua kita kembali lagi sama player, sama coaching staff. Dan kita dari Sonic, kita harus dukung terus. Jangan pada lemas, Sonic!
Woohoo! Gimana dengan Bigatron? Ini Grand Final kedua dari Bigatron. Yeay! Terakhir sih udah menang 2 game, terus kebalikan. Tapi sekarang kondisinya berbeda. 3 game udah dikantongin. Gimana kalian ngelihat Bigatron nih di Grand Final?
Gimana bos?
May game pa naman daw, di pa tayo sigurado guys. Oo nga, pwede pa ma-reverse sweep yan.
Tepuk tangan buat apa? Buat kekalahan.
May na-drafting daw ng ONIC, sabi ni King. Shoutouts kay Jello, Aguma pa, hello. Friend nila si Morena sa drafting.
Soalnya yang luntur malam ini ya ONIC.
May broccoli daw sa MPL.
Bang Upi, nggak mau dibalas?
Wajar Bude, pendatang baru.
Pag ito nakambak.
Asik. Kalau kalian punya apa nih?
Kalau kita
Hindi ko alam yung dialect nyo guys. Tagalog yung naiintindihan ko.
Tetap di atas langit ada ONIC ya?
betul sekali.
Betul,
Bude.
tapi Bude penasaran. Ini juga di Grand Final ini menjadi sentimental karena
Corpus
ada
Marvin, hello.
anti Kelra. Jadi Kelra dari segi achievement kita tahu kejar-kejaran terus dan belum sekarang apakah ini bisa menjadi momen untuk Eman untuk mengalahkan Kelra nih?
Ya kita berdoa aja Bude ya, supaya bisa ngebalikin sama waktunya Kelra buat ngebuktiin ini.
Coba sampaikan
Kalau
sesuatu.
bukan antinya itu emang.
Bukan gitu ya.
Iya.
Shoutouts. Na-shoutout na kita, Marvin.
Oh, Jimat yang
Ya,
paling
ini.
diseremin.
Yan guys, may 5 minutes timer dun sa taas.
Bude mau nanya apa?
Mau
Kita kan menang malam ini.
Bude,
Tanya-tanya itu
aku
dong
boleh
yang
manggil
salah.
orang ya?
Alam niyo guys, kinakabahan yan kasi final na. Kaya sila natalo doon ng 3 beses. Parang kahit sino, di ba, ano, kakabahan talaga pag grand finals na.
Troopers.
Apa
Coba.
Mereka bilang dia penghuni tetap, kita mah pendatang baru. Kita pendatang baru. Coba nanti pulang buka buku sejarah karena di situ dicatat malam ini akan terjadi sejarah baru di Indonesia.
Suaranya. Apa
Pak Guru, kebanyakan nulis buku kamu Pak Guru ya. Ngayal terus. Udah, bahasa Indonesia aja. Ngarang aja udah.
Di natin maintindihan yung sagutan nila guys. Hindi ko matra-translate eh, hindi ko rin maintindihan.
Akankah dari tim ONIC bisa mengejar ketertinggalan atau di sini Bigetron yang bisa
Manalo, patalo, panalo pa rin kayo sa amin. Laban lang. Heller and Kyrie. Oh, may MSC pa naman guys. Pero syempre, mas maganda kung maipanalo nila.
Is everyone okay?
I think so. I think so.
Are we
High spirits, I guess.
allowed to
A little
fight
bit,
like that?
yeah, a little bit of violence here and there is fine.
I mean, someone hold Miracle back because
They're friends, you
Miracle would
know.
have been.
I guess they're not friends anymore.
Yeah.
Hey,
Because
friends fight you.
Fati grew up from Upi, who was on Onyx side, and so was Dara on BTR side. And
Oh.
also with the lore.
Friends also fight. No, it's part of strengthening your bonds as friends.
Ah, okay.
Hashtag anime.
Strengthening
What?
the bond and also strengthening my wallet. That's
Oh.
what's important, ladies and gentlemen, because GoPay is, of course, your go-to wallet. And for you guys want to strengthen your wallet as well, you guys can do that because we're giving out free GoPay coins. Yay!
Ibaban
It's
na
also
kaya yung
by
Atlas
the
sa
way, I'm
Game
pretty
4
sure
sa
that you
tingin niya
have
guys.
already downloaded the GoPay app. What did the producer say to me? Oh, okay, yes. Countdown QR code. Don't worry. We got this.
All right.
So after you have the GoPay app, open up your phone, open up the app as well, and make sure that you get your camera ready. So it's like a camera inside the app. I don't know how to explain it.
Translate ka, hindi ko alam eh.
Scanner, yeah.
We are going to show you the QR code, and Arashi will do the countdown for you.
All right.
Is everybody ready?
Are y'all ready?
I can hear you.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Ooh. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
There you go. Go ahead, scan the QR code.
Ano
down
meron sa
below
code?
through the GoPay
QR code,
app
I
and
mean.
Click open rewards to receive your GoPay reward. And
May
congratulations,
ano.
the GoPay balance from GoPay reward will be
May weekly diamond pass yata dyan eh. Pasokin lang sa GoPay. Sa kanila lang yata yung GoPay.
Imagine that, guys.
It's just a simple.
Speaking of free things,
Yes.
you're supposed to take over.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Speaking of three.
Oo nga, that English
why did I
na.
say three kids?
Dapat
Sorry,
may-
got distracted 'cause Abang
Oh.
Lord was there
Merong
earlier as we
bukod
were
na
about to
ano.
do the Toadek ad-lib, so I got a
Ganap
little
pag
nervous.
English no.
And then we gotta make
Sabagay
sure
sa
Abang Lord
sa atin
gets
din
back
nun
to
walang
base.
English eh.
But, ladies and gentlemen, attention, because for you
Sad
guys
to
in
say,
the
50-50 ang
VIP, we
ONIC.
talked about this yesterday.
Kasi
Don't
confident.
miss the special offer from Toadek because with your VIP,
Confident
you
ang
guys
BTR
get
sa Game 4. Tignan nyo.
to get the Toadek
Kahit
Trophy
nga
this
ako,
year,
ko'y nakakabahan sa kakanood.
40% of its original price.
Ang intense kasi, lalo ngayon Game 4, syempre isang panalo na ng
And the stock
BTR.
is limited, so make sure you get it
Mukhang
today.
ano,
Visit
makapigil
the
hininga.
Toadek booth for more information at the King Phoenix if you guys need that. But I think we're in line
Hindi pa rin.
as well.
Hindi pa rin ibaba.
Take it home today.
Iba ng ONIC. Siguro daw kasi ang laki ng factor.
We are ready.
So they have just the stock. Where did they stash it?
Somewhere safe. Because those chairs are desirable to say the least.
That is true. That is true. And you know what? Speaking of Todak, of course, that reminds us of MPL Talk because not only do they sell amazing chairs, not only do they sell exclusive
Shoutouts
merch in
kay
collaboration with MPL, they
Maki
also
CX
have
ba to?
the MPL Talk as well as the fact that there are collaborations with
Kahit talo ONIC, panalo pa din sa akin ang ONIC. At least ginawa nila ang best nila. Tama! At least di ba nakapag Grand Finals, tapos MSC secured pa. Hari! Hari secure!
That's how you make a jacket.
Thank you sa live daw. You're welcome po.
Keep you company during your competitive endeavors.
Kahit di natin naiintindihan yung salita nila.
Feel the inside.
The insides?
Hold it, Chefin.
Gabi guys, so na 19 minutes na.
You know, what are you doing? Whoa.
Oh. Ah.
Anyway, this jacket is designed to represent a generation that is bold, competitive, and of course,
Ni-inspect pa niya yung
moving
jacket.
forward. And those, you know, the what do you call it? Cartoon figures?
It's Starla, it's Dudu, it's... I don't know who that is.
Those are like,
The mascots, I guess.
what do you call it? Easter eggs from the regular season.
Is it Easter eggs?
If you guys paid attention to the
Weather
regular
is
season, you guys
weather.
will know who those characters are.
And there's a lot of them, so, you know.
Yeah, a lot of Indonesian people call this my beanie.
Arashi included, I think.
Really? Where did you hear that?
You said it yourself, backstage.
What?
Super cute.
Super cute.
Must have forgot about it. But yeah, make sure you check out the
Tagal ng
jacket,
game
man, 'cause,
pa.
I believe it's limited to a degree.
Wala pang yung mga players dun sa ano, sa upuan. Ay, ayan, paupo pa lang sila guys, oh.
Imagine,
Malapit na
you
mag-start.
guys can actually...
Can we?
Yeah,
Oh, we can?
we can.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that the point? I'm not telling them.
Oh.
That was pretty cool. We get to match with the pro players, ONIC,
That'd be cool.
BTR as well, Alter Ego, they all have the jackets. I want one.
I
At
wanna-
Craft,
I want to go there and support them.
with the jackets,
Exactly.
right?
By the way, this is fully embroidered, so it's gonna stay for a long time. It's not like one of those cheap
Tagal ng game for 3-0 na. Opo.
immediately after you put it in the
0-3.
And there's not a lot of loose, like, stitching. So it won't
Joker na
come off.
din.
'Cause that's the worst, right? You have a good embroidery.
Sabihan
and
mo
then
na
like
nga.
there's one thread loose, you pull it, and you lose half the
Yeah.
embroidery. Like,
Mag-start na
bro, I
kayo,
hate
go.
that, man.
That's why,
Happened like one too many times, honestly.
it has.
Anyhow,
Back to
it's time
business.
to go back to business.
Back to business, back to business.
And
So,
there is a lot of business.
earlier on, we were discussing about, you know, respect and drafts, and I think Sheffin didn't have time to elaborate on it. Did you agree with respect and drafts being something that ONIC needed to improve coming the next game?
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk
Hey,
about?
do you think?
Okay.
Do you think that maybe getting more crowd control might help? Because in this game, at least, they were completely outmatched crowd control-wise. My personal favorite method, but how about you?
Maybe for me, like one thing that I noticed, ONIC has never been in this position, right? I've said it earlier. I can't believe I'm saying this, but ONIC has to reset. It's been a long time since I had to say this.
Blasphemy.
This is 0-3, by the way, and the only 0-3 comeback that I remember was Geekfam ID Junior against RQ Senna in the MPL Season 10 Grand Finals.
Yikes.
Feels very specific, Sheffin.
Yeah.
Very specific.
Gotta glaze my own team. There's not much choice.
And
There's not
against-
much chances as well.
A certain
After
someone's
1 year
team
ng school,
on the panel
official
as well.
tambay ulit.
But we're
1 year lang
looking
ba yun?
at
Di ba 2
Emmanuel
years
right
yun?
now, up on
Wow.
stage and looking at the
Congrats
stats, he's
ate.
number one when it comes down to
Congrats sa
total
mga
kills.
graduate.
Is that what we've been seeing reflected through the playoffs as well?
Interesting. We've always assumed that it's because ONIC overall all do so much better that the kills don't get funneled over to the gold lane. But in these playoffs, it's a whole different story. And I question if these stats are updated because in the past 3 games, Eman has been
Wala
doing
namang
better
klase
technically,
bukas.
That's why people are saying
Ano?
Emon the anti-thesis or the anti-Calera
Ba't walang klase bukas?
against the gold standard who
Hold
is
up there.
number 1
Ano ba? Financial mo?
and Emon is number 3.
Financial yung pasok.
Shout out to Xeon though. They got their gold lane already now.
Hindi ba 2 years yun?
They went out of nowhere there. Eman in 3rd. Not even second.
Siya tayo.
Do better, bro.
2 years old.
What are you doing? Number 3.
Here's the thing. Okay, so we've been talking about how ONIC needs to reset and so on and so forth, which is, I agree, something that we haven't
Face reveal naman sa live. Matagal ka nang nakanood ng live ko. Nauna yung face reveal ko, guys. Yung bago pa lang ako, ayun, pa-start na ako. Bago pa lang ako nagla-livestream, naka-face reveal ako. Nakita na yung mukha ko, kaya tama na.
Since season 1.
Rivers.
Tatlong sem, edi almost 2 years.
If you look at the trajectory of the 3 games that we played so far,
5 years walang klase. Sana.
Would you agree? So, if there's a time for them to actually get a W, it's this time, no? At least in the draft.
Malakas din daw sa Jensen. Uy, ingat po kayo dyan.
Second game, BTR I think had the better answer. Third game, I feel like they could have
Ngayon ba lumindol Wesley?
that combo from Kai and all of that. And they did for a few minutes in the early game. They just lost track. They lost the plot.
That's where it gets
Pumunta sa Indo para sabihin mag-game.
Make sure that they don't get the pressure of like being so close to achieving their goal, get to them. And for
Cancel pa din kasi meron pa rin lindol. Ingat po kayo dyan, guys.
As we take a look at the draft right here, Atlas.
They've taken heavy measures.
They might take Arlet here. They might take Arlet and then secure an Akai later on
Nag-return
in
ka
that
2024, 2025. Ayun nga, 2 years nga. 2026 na to eh. Ba?
There's still Paquito, there's still other. Oh, Phobies is also open.
They want the Phobies though against, you know,
Phobies ban? Okay.
ONIC first.
Right, the Arlet makes a lot of sense, but now for ONIC,
that breaks the tide.
is that back to the mid lane for them? Oh, Tushin is open. The Khalid
Nicole,
is as well, but again,
hello.
we've seen Keyboy play this hero, what, 3 times at this point?
It's Jushin plus other heroes here.
Do they want to go Moskov again with the quad matchup?
I almost feel like they had a better time with the Harith, technically. And again, if they want to match Bigatron in the team fights, if they're
Ayan,
not
binan na
confident
si
they can
Atlas,
go away
guys.
from all the crowd control, double down on it. Because if they have half measures on winning fights, it's not going to be enough, man. Bigatron are so synergized right now.
I feel like there's gonna be something new here. Otherwise, it's gonna be a Jushin Harith. Do you really want to take the Harith here? I feel like they have a better chance with a Moskov at this time.
All right. Well, this is a signature pick for Lukpi, right? The Lukpi Lapu.
Oh, I have PTSD.
Good. To be fair, he's really good situationally. He's situationally more aware, I think, on the Lapu. I don't know if that's a comfort type of deal, but now that if that's part of the picture, and ONIC has a good dive comp coming in, Vitality, do they want more kite ability, or do they want more crowd control to stop the rush coming in from ONIC?
It's either a Kai or Vinegar. I think that's the only two that makes sense right now.
I see a Kai.
Arlet. I mean, I see a Guinevere angle, but I do agree that going by the trajectory of the matches so far, Akai fits Nile 4 with the momentum that they have.
Okay, what will it be? Will it be the jungler pick here? Akai again. All right.
Oh boy.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now, the difference is there's no more Atlas for 5th, so you gotta break up his brains on what makes sense the most. I always think every time that 5th place is gonna be a Badam, but it's
Eliminated na
never
ba pag
Badam.
natalong
I
ONIC?
wish there is more Badam.
Oh, talo na sila. Second place na sila pagka...
Doesn't really work that well here, I think.
Diba, runner-up na lang. Ang champion na yung BTR. Grand finals na kasi to, guys.
They engage to force the respect out of ONIC, because otherwise they can just jump onto the Akai.
I think there is none. Aside from Atlas, no?
Fighting.
Oh, you want to go crazy like Valorant? Like,
Coach Aldo thinks there's some potential. And fun fact, us casters played a five-man rank game and we struggled against a Belric, so hey.
We just suck.
but there's not a lot of dive from ONIC for it to have value.
Is there not? Technically, these are 3 potentially divey characters on ONIC.
I think Kalea
Kumusta ang 10k? Grabe. Ang laki naman.
It's more like a sustain kind of Kalea. You have the heals, you have utility junglers.
Yes.
It fits
Kiss
well
mo
with the
naman
Arnold and the
natin yung
guy. You want to
BTR.
sustain as much as possible, but I don't think they're gonna complement it with a burst in mid lane for Moreno.
Oh,
It's
Nice
Phantom.
ban.
Kalia comes to mind for ONIC as well, banning that out. And the Cho gets respected, which I find quite interesting.
Do BTR not want to take away, like the Harris?
I guess they don't care. Whoa. Maybe now that they know that they can, they have so many picks for Moreno, they want to make sure that Finn, right, isn't counted too hard. What do they have in mind though with Cho and the big band?
Yeah, what is this Hilda pick? I can see Cho is more comfort than anything else for Keyboy, but this Hilda pick feels like they're setting up something here, either in the roam or is there a possibility of the Akai? I don't think so.
What, Rome Akai?
I don't think that's.
What, Omawa dubs the vlogging Akai? They can do nothing until level 4?
I don't like that.
This is the problem, man. In your heart of hearts, you have the feeling that like Bigatron could possibly go for it, and that is enough to be confusing. E-ban from ONIC. There's a counter for the Sushin. And they took the Khalid.
Let's look for Keyboy.
Yeah.
Badang, that thought.
Hylos. I guess Hylos.
Chip and Blue.
Ooh, I don't know Chip. I don't know about Chip.
Blue isn't awful, I feel like. It's a bit more difficult to push back away. Can wreak havoc in the midst of a chaos, right?
It can't be like a crazy pick, right? For Keyboy?
What?
But what could...
I don't think there's any set heroes because Kai is on the other side. It's really tough for you to play that kind of game.
It should be called like zoning heroes, control heroes. That's why the Cho and the Hilda is banned out potentially.
So what, like Hylos?
Yeah, I think Hylos makes the most sense. You can't go wrong with the Hylos.
Is this something more aggressive though? I feel like ONIC might want to have something more aggressive.
Oh,
Brody!
What? Nah, I don't like this. You're fishing out on a Kai spin. What the heck?
Championship point.
Are they
Brody!
planning on just like going in the gold lane? Going for the dives?
Dude, this is so
Brody!
risky. This is not how
Pinag-friend si Kendra panalo. Nag-Brody.
Nah, absolutely not.
What?
If it's a purify, he's killing himself.
That is such a risky pick.
Oh, do they go to is the Valir open?
Valir is open, yes.
Against Hylos and Freyden, I'm gonna say that the Valir shuts everything down. But the Lapu is the concern. But the Lapu can still get to you.
The Lapu is the concern, and you don't have any damage to complement bursting on the Brody. And I think that's a big thing. I feel like this is gonna be something like a Ziltia. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, they played safe. They go
Still
for Lilia.
DPS approach though.
I hate the Brody pick. I'm sorry.
You hate it with a vengeance? Is this it?
Yeah, with the vengeance of Shogun.
Is this it?
Might be.
Mirko is waving the Bigatron jersey. He is convinced.
He's signaling for 0. Let me tell you that.
We're on the precipice of change, ladies and gentlemen. One game away from championship point.
Match point ang BTR. Pag nanalo BTR guys, champion na sila.
Of MPL ID Season 17.
One final step remains. For years, the Velodrome has only known one ruler. Championship after championship, every road led back to ONIC. But tonight, for the first time, that reign trembles. Bigatron stand one victory away from their first trophy in forever.
Dikit na
One
yung laban.
victory away from completing the coup. One victory away from defying the dynasty.
Still a lot to fight for. 3-0 means nothing if you can't finish the job. It's a best of 7, not a best of 5. The 3-0 lead is great. The advantage is on them. They have no pressure compared to ONIC, who have to climb back from this mountain of a lead. But it is not over yet. They gotta stay calm, composed. And right now we are waiting for that final game. For Bigatron, that's definitely what they want to think, the final game. For ONIC, they're thinking 4 more games. They're thinking, we're locking in. That Brody pick, though, we have to talk about that. The analysts didn't get to talk to it about it for too much because, you know, obviously it's so sudden. It was last pick. I personally am not a fan of it.
It's a lane bully. But hey, up against an Akai, against a Khalid, so fragile, so susceptible. But the land of Dawn is calling. Can Bigatron rewrite history? It is now or never. This time, it is potentially the last game of ONIC against Bigatron by Vitality.
Everything on the line. Can the robots finish the coup? The coup of the greatest empire known in Indonesia, the dynasty that lasted for so long. They must go for the throat if they want to do it here. Kelra already burning the flicker early with an early gank from Finn on the Khalid.
That's the lead. Obviously happening with the mid prio. It doesn't really help that they also have a Lilia to play with it. And San, so we're gonna talk about him particularly in this grand finals. Hasn't been the best performance out of him, especially when he is put in picks that are not comfortable. Look at Kelra, receiving a lot of heat. Under third, he will go. And he will go for the Master Assassin. He knows he wants to win out the lane, that Brody is gonna bully the cloud to eternity. And even Eman running the Vitality to have extra bit of health, respecting that matchup against the Brody.
He knows that the Brody is picked for one sole reason, and it's to win out lane. It's for ONIC to rotate down below and capitalize on this weak side pick. It's something that we haven't seen throughout MPL ID. Well, I mean, we've seen a couple, but like not for ONIC, right? ONIC, they don't do this. They're not known to play with these, is it safe to say, desperate strategies?
Niche picks. And maybe, just maybe, it screams desperation. Look at Nile.
Look at this.
He's gonna fish for a reaction from Kelra. The flicker burnt.
There's just no chance. No chance to react. Nile! Oh, he pulls Kelra all the way. He's gonna go for the kill. And that's KCC. Kelra taken out already on the Brody. The strong side Brody. Bigatron. They don't care about the turtle. They don't care about the neutral objective. They instead look towards Kelra. Finn, all in. Great shove by Shogun to disengage for Finn.
Very great usage of the final flash, but they want to go for more, it seems like.
They're going to get hunted down here. Finn. You can't lock them down. Nile gets the green camp.
A green camp, at least, stabilizes everything as well for Nile. Kelra down bottom. A level down against Eman now. He hits level 4. But you can take a look at how susceptible the Brody is. That Akai was just walking to the turret, and there's nothing Kelra can do about it. Sans will rotate down bottom. Can they get this kill on Finn? I don't think they can. That's a Khalid that has sustainability. Now we ask the question, what is this Brody gonna go for in terms of the build? Is it gonna be all out damage? Because I think that's what he wants to go for, especially when you know it bullies you in the lane, but that death seems like it has stopped a potential catastrophe up against Eman. So Bigatron, they know they can keep things stable for Eman and not let himself be bullied to eternity. I think there's still a chance.
No way.
But for now, look at the gold crab. Kelra will be the one to take it.
That would have been really demoralizing had Eman gotten it, and he already has the lead right now. It's a very small lead, but it's a lead nonetheless. Nile looking for the play, retreat in as well. Oh, he's just gonna walk past. What? Ludpi thrown back again. He's gonna get a lot of those turret shots, and now, oh, bravest fighter. Ludpi, no flicker. Yep, he goes for the stun, but that's the bravest fighter already used up, and Shogun is right there. No heavy spin for the neutral objective that spawns in 15 seconds.
Maybe this time, ONIC will take this opportunity to possibly look for a collapse onto Eman. He knows that he is being hunted by ONIC. And San will be there. Good reaction from Finn, too. But this will give time and space for Kelra to hit the turret plating. Turtle spawns, and now, will they still have that heavy spin? Gold crab. Acquired by Eman. They'll play in the cycle. Shogun is close by. They don't know that he is there, but Ludpi senses something is wrong, so he will join the fight too. Bravest fighter is up. Let's see who wins this dance.
Whoa.
Final flash.
Did ONIC see that? That's a big resource to be burning at the start of the fight. Shogun gonna go in. Glorious pathway sent down by Keyboy. The carpet is laid down. Now gonna go in. That's Keyboy with the law and order. Finn. Flicker in out the safety as that's a retribution by Kai. And Nile's gonna go for the fight instead as Eman's right there. And Kyrie walks up with a heavy spin, gets used as a turret by Memory. Takes Nile very low, but not down just yet. That sounds of the flicker, taking Nile down. Moretto right there. And ONIC are alive.
At least that one kill ignites the flame in them. Final slash to Kyrie. That's a tanky Fredrin. Can he get this purple buff? I think he just might. No. Oh, it does. Goes to Sans. So Sans acquires that, and that's going to help him even more. Let's see if they can take the structure. Sans will try to screen out and deny access to lane for Eman. And now ONIC are playing for the Brody slowly but surely. Item-wise, yes, they have to seize completed. A leather jerkin too for extra survivability. Let's take a look at this. That's a adaptive glove. Is he gonna go for Sky Piercer?
It's all in or nothing for the god on the gold lane.
It's a gamble,
It's a gamble. It's the Brody pick is a gamble. That in itself is already a risk that they were willing to take. So you gotta go all in with the build as well.
Oh no. Let's see if it does something. If it does, then ONIC has pulled out a desperation into a silver lining. Thunderbelt for Finn. So now you have extra damage in defense. Keyboy.
Lowers pathway. Keyboy able to get the law in order. Now the final slash. Great dodge by Keyboy. Heavy spin to lock him down. Shogun zoned away. Keyboy stays alive for a bit, but Moreno takes him out of the fight. That's the Gloom doing damage. Now he goes on to Sans. The black shoes away as Sans has to escape. A stun from Lutpi onto 2. But it is just a 1-4-0 for BTR.
The front to back is so good from Bigatron by Vitality. They can just segmentate the team fight in a way that just protects the carries, especially Eman now, the main damage dealer. And it seems like ONIC wants to collapse on Shogun.
Yep, that they do. They're gonna get the torn apart memory as well. Well, Shogun with a jump all around, but it's not gonna be enough for him to survive. Kelra, his first kill in the game. Moreno, no black shoes, has to flicker out. Sans trying to go in. Now Finn with the Radiant Sandstorm, lands it on Sans and Keyboy. Kelra still there to look for the damage. Now jumps in with a headbutt. Eman with a lazy new and now the heavy spin. Lutpi comes into the Raven Spider. Now jumps in on the Kelra right now. Finn jumps in the back line and is able to trash him down. That's a kill. Eman right there with the help of Lutpi. He's gonna go for the Radiant Slashes. Then it takes him on down.
Lutpi again, the beacon of hope. For ONIC, it looked like everything was lost. They took down Eman and Nile. Lutpi still staring at the eyes of death. But ONIC, that's what happens when you clump up together. That ultimate from the Khalid, a heavy spin to pin them down. But still, flawless is ONIC. In terms of that mutual objective, Kyrie gets all 3. This Brody, yes, it hurts. The Sky Piercer completed. But once a member from Bigatron reaches to him, he has no other option than possibly the skill 2 or a flicker, but the flicker got burnt there, so now this Brody sits in a very tough spot. Again, the chase potential from the Arlet, from the Panda too, from the Akai. Hogan cancels his recall, essentially waiting for Lutpi to overextend. But as of now, it's going to be quiet.
Lutpi senses something fishy, that's for sure. Great read on Lutpi.
2-level lead.
But again, here we have to look at the 3 neutral objectives taken by ONIC, a whole structure as well, and there's going to be 2 structures now, but only a 1,000 gold lead for now. Big John doing a good job at playing damage control. Niall Finn sent to clear up top. He goes for the retribution and denies the turret away as the mid lane looks good for Bigatron. And man, just poking Lutpi down every chance he gets.
The lack of range from ONIC kind of punishes them. Finn wants to walk up close. And this Lilia is such a pest to deal with. Wishing Lantern second item. Extra bit of damage too. That's what he really wants. To be able to shred down this high-lows, even this Lapu Lapu and the Fredrin.
Dang.
Just so immobile when it comes to receiving the glooms and the slows. Items so far, Sky Piercer, like we said, for Kelra, can he farm those stacks? That's the problem. As a Granger, you can hit from afar. You can always try to fish out angles where you are still safe. But for the Brody, you gotta follow the front line, and sometimes you get exposed to a certain degree. So he has to play this carefully. Down bottom, it's Eman building up a wave. Lutpi will answer.
Yep. Lutpi has been fantastic this game. Glorious pathway into the mid lane. Moreno just chunked a bit, but that's an ultimate that they've utilized. Finn hiding away. That's onto the Lantern Flare. And a big shot. Torn apart memory. Finn! Oh, he gets away bidding on the torn apart memory. Now Keyboy is the one sent to respawn over. Eman gets caught with the damage. The Brave Spider already baited out as he goes for the stun, but heavy spin comes in from Nile. They set their sights onto the purple buff, and Niall's going to be able to secure it. Now Kai takes it away with a big bonk.
Yep. Fraser's Wrath delivers him that purple buff, but if you take a look at how far back Kelra was playing, he can now only rely on getting those stacks going and then potentially go for the ultimate. Kelra has to be careful. Finn is looking for a flank angle. If they don't detect him, he's gonna be toast.
Moreno with the flicker out of the glorious pathway! Struggling with the final slash on the keyboard right now. Zaman takes the damage, but he purifies out of the stack from the Brody.
The Lord.
Takes him on down. Oh. He's good for Kai. Kelra goes for the stun. He goes for the kill. The torn apart memory doesn't land, but it's a flicker in. And the Sky Piercer stack. Moreno in the mid lane, taken down by Sans. As Shogun and Finn get rid of just one. Now it's Shogun trying to survive. Kelra looking for the stacks. Shogun with a stun on Lutpi. The Vengeance still ready, but he has to escape as Lutpi's trying to go in for the chase. Giving him Ozi for the Bravest Fighter. That's the final slash, and it's a kill over to Lutpi.
They were trying to give him the Sky Piercer stack, but still a kill is gonna be valuable. Plus the Lord too. 3 members fall down. ONIC finally with a winning team fight. Bigatron shook by the potential of this composition. Lutpi goes for the second item, Chastise. He knows this Cloud will sting, this Cloud will hurt, and he wants that HP regen. Kyrie up in that bush, possibly looking for someone coming. Swift Trinity completed by Eman. But the front to back from Bigatron is still so good, and if they want to play all in with the collapse, that is still an option too. This Lilia, someone needs to do something about it to reach it from afar. That has been Lutpi in some cases. That's why the Hylos helps them pathway to the team fight. Now they want to crack open some structures down bottom, still being worked on. Bigatron doing a fantastic job of just trying to hold and pulling the trigger first.
This is the advantage though when you have a Brody on your team and you played for him, right? Strong side, playing for the gold lane. I thought Bigatron with that early gank on the Akai, they would have already dealt with Brody. But it's Kelra on the Brody, not just an ordinary Brody.
Yep.
Even now, they're sieging the turrets like it's nothing. They're just playing around this Brody to take those turrets, structures. Bigatron gonna have to scale, and ONIC have the mid game. This is the time where they are strongest.
The gold lead is still in the hands of Kelra though.
And Lutpi.
And Lutpi too.
Oh my god, that's almost a 3,000 gold lead.
Yeah, look at the
Lutpi.
Lutpi has been so strong. Even the Winner Nature completed for the Brody, plus that Malefic gun, because he knows he has to hit from afar, almost like an artillery mage to a certain extent. But the Sonics, hopeful they are. Can Bigatron shatter that? Now it's all quiet, waiting for the next objective to go, because it has always been about the big team fight. And if they can give Eman time and space to deal damage and dive, because this Brody is going to be a victim of that too. With that skill too. If you ration it right, you can cancel that. Replacing the wet, potentially it can happen. But Kelra needs to be super careful. 20 seconds to the next Lord. And we have seen Finn multiple times looking for a flank angle. Just surprising ONIC, hitting them from under. So far ONIC, they stand very tactile together as a unit. And the sieges, if they do get the Lord, it's going to be very good for ONIC.
Finn's clearing the wave up top, and Man is holding this position as well. Lutpi's done good.
They have dips.
Wave in the bottom lane, cleared out. It's going to be a slow push for ONIC. Pushing towards Bigatron.
Now they want to dance against the Lord too. Bigatron, will they be content of landing ONIC like this? Because I know they have that power. Kyrie hits level 15 already. Nile with the heavy spin. Is it going to be the pin down? Is it going to be what scatters ONIC's formation? Because they have to keep it compact. Eman, Brody cannot take damage, cannot die. And Eman, the BMI a bit too close for comfort. The Lord, it is now or never.
Finn is into the bottom lane. He's gonna go for it as well. They're gonna go for it straight up as Lutpi's gonna get chain CC now as they're gonna burst him down straight up. Oh, Lutpi! How did he survive that? Oh my goodness! What a clutch revitalize! Making Sandstorm on San. They're able to cut away, and now it's ONIC's turn. Kelra with a jump onto Finn. Finn with a flicker in forward as the rest of the team tries to kite back as Eman does damage on a Kai, but a big bomb comes in. And that's a kill over. Torn apart memory coming down as Kelra gets a double. Shogun gets the kill on Sans. And now it's Lutpi shooing Bigatron members away, and they have Kelra on 30 stacks.
And now they will siege onto the base of Bigatron by Vitality. 20 seconds for Nile and Moreno, 15 for Finn. What are they gonna look for? The final flash misses, but at least it clears out the wave. The minions, Eman pops away to nature.
That Wind of Nature was almost too early. The torn apart memory landed. Spin is up. Eman's gonna go for it. They're gonna go for the base straight up right now. The Blazing Ray gets used up, and Eman's gonna get taken very low and down by the Kai Fredrin. Spin with Raging Sandstorm. Moreno back up. That Spin still alive somehow. Logan is already dead. Kelra wants to go for the end, and now it's gonna be Moreno with the jump again. The heavy spin denies him away from the end. But P still there. Moreno gets rid of him. ONIC forces a game 5.
Walang sweep!
It is not as easy to take down that empire. The dynasty still stands, even with the castle walls broken and the gates open. But ONIC, they have been tested in times like this. They know what it means to play in the back end. And they finally take their first game in this series. It's still 3-1.
Holy moly, Lutfi in this game. Oh God.
Wag TP daw, Lutfi. May sumpa. May sumpa yung TP. May chance pa, may chance pa. Diba? Hanggat hindi nakaka-score ng 4 guys, kaya pa. Atlas ban talaga, no? Sunod-sunod din yun, ah.
Now game's wide open. It's back. So ONIC rebuilding to a possible game 7.
Still a long way to go to talk about game 7, but hey, this is the start. We've seen them rise from under. Lutfi though, with the Lapu-Lapu. What do you call him again? The Lutfi.
Malabo na daw manalo. Sino?
Lutfi and that. The Lapu-Lapu man.
Sabi ko na kasi hugutin ko wifi ng BTR. Ayaw nyo naman.
The first portion of that game, Kelra with the early death. We thought it was gonna be hard for the Brody. But the Sky Piercer was fed to him. The kills he was able to get. And ONIC, still a reason to believe. Still, the empire they've built standing. Even though it's close to crumble, yeah, that revitalized. Too clutch in this last fight. Kelra practically untouchable for a brief period of time. He just hits everything else in his way. And ONIC, will they be able to climb the tall walls? Will they be able to make their way home? Will the roads be smooth for them to force a game 7? One thing we know for sure is that
Malabo naman nalo ONIC daw, sabi ni AC.
That is true.
Thanks God.
Really tried their best here with the defense here.
Parang 4-3. Balikan nyo ako, sure to sabi ni Gian. 4-3. 4-3, ano, sino panalo? Wala kang nilagay na team. Predict ko ban ng BTR? Yushin, Lapu, Fred. Sabi ni Wesley. Yushin, Lapu-Lapu, tsaka si Fred rin.
Banget ngelihat Bang Jeffrey di sini, Bang Nicole di sini, semuanya langsung penasaran. Gimana tadi?
1-4 daw pareho sa Spurs at Knicks. Oo nga pala, kanina champion yung Knicks, no?
Udah 3-0 tadi, terus tiba-tiba menang. GG banget buat semuanya. Nile juga serem banget akainya. Agak deg-degan sih lihat Nile main.
Agak deg-degan. Tapi kalau ngeliat di sini emang ada supporting player atau tim?
Aku support dua-duanya karena punya teman di BTR, punya teman di ONIC juga. Jadi di sini buat nonton keseruan MPL aja.
Oh, tentu keseruan pasti sudah dirasakan, tapi banyak yang penasaran juga. Bang Jeff, Bang Nicole, ini role-nya apa?
Kalau aku XP biasanya.
EXP. Kalau boleh tahu, rank-nya apa? Waduh.
ONIC, sabi ni Jaya. Grabe ONIC, nakakapat na akong tasang kape.
Hero favoritnya apa?
BTR yan, para sa akin. Deserve daw ni Eman, sabi ni John Michael.
Jadi mulai penasaran nih gimana ya Bang Nicole kalau di EXP lane, tapi kalau ngelihat tadi
Sabi nila, hindi pa daw natatalo sa Grand Final si Eman. Sabi nila.
Charlotte-nya Shogun serem banget tadi di game.
Sabi lang nila.
GG banget, tapi di game keempat tadi lapu-lapunya Lutfi keren banget sih megangin backline lawan.
Oke, memang semuanya punya spotlightnya dan kita semua penasaran. Kira-kira siapa yang bakal jadi MVP di game yang keempat ini? Siapa kira-kira? Winkle.
Di game barusan, kayaknya Lutfi sih.
Lutfi?
Lutfi sih.
Apakah benar? Langsung kita cek siapa MVP di game keempat. Inilah dia. Inilah dia dan Ciluk. Wah, Lutfi.
Lutfi.
Coba, Niko, kasih tahu sesuatu, say something tentang Lutfi.
Comeback killer.
Lutfi semangat di game berikutnya, dan kalau menang nanti ajarin gua cara rotasi ya.
Cara rotasi, oke. Lapu-lapu dari Lutfi mendapatkan MVP 306. Kemenangan yang begitu mengejutkan karena mereka berhasil membalikan keadaan. Thank you Kak Nicole. Dan kita akan langsung balikan kepada para panelis. Inilah Lutfi, the MVP.
With their backs against the wall, ladies and gentlemen, the defending champions succeed in prolonging the grand finals here in game number 4 after such an unexpected, I would say, unexpected victory, especially with the last pick, Brody. And it turns out at the very end of it, it all worked out in their favor.
Initially, the weakness of the Brody was exposed. Shevin was very vocal about that, and we all agree here. Man, it looks so weak, but then...
Hindi daw matatalo basta ONIC, sabi ni Datu.
I've been blazing his Lapu for the longest time.
Gagamitin mo na ulit emote ng BTR.
Best Lapu in Indo. When he's on, he's a good player, don't get me wrong.
Mababami ba yun, 10K?
And he shows it right here. Whether it's actually the fight
Grabe naman kasi yung taya.
and demolish the backline. Whether he's the one getting jumped on. If it's the atomization, it's the positioning, I don't know what it is, but the Lapu in his hands is just an absolute monster.
Yeah, a whole lot of plays, a whole lot of this just does not make sense at all, man. How the hell did you survive this?
Balance items, bro. Oracle, Pauldrons, Queen's Wings. There you have it.
Yep, this is how he survived 1v through. What? There was a 1v4, 1v5, no?
It's basically a 1v4.
I mean, there was a moment in Big Fam match where he was like, wait, was that Shogun or Lutfi?
Oh, I have no idea.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, I want to talk about the Brody pick here. I kind of warmed up to it a little bit after I kind of missed out what it initially was trying to do. Obviously, you want to dominate the lane, but that's just the gist of it. You just want to cheat the system that Bigatron is making by making the fight as farther away from Shogun as possible, because BTR is drafting the competition for Shogun especially. So I like that. But at the same time, he expended a flicker 40 seconds in. He got not solo killed. Now was
Pagkatalo, ONIC.
3 clean turret hisses on Akai to get a
Magpapaduli daw ulit si Ace. Bukas pa rin ba sila ano daw? Bukas pa rin ba sila mag-G? Anong bukas pa rin sila mag-G?
They did the same thing in the EXP lane too, man.
Tapos na po ba? Hindi pa. Kung sino makascore ng 4, guys, yun na yung champion. Pag may nakascore na ng 4, wala nang laro.
But here we are. This kind of changes everything, no? Because from now on, this gambit of like this battle of
MVP lang naintindihan.
even more trickier for Bigatron by Vitality, because now ONIC has in a way decoded or like strategize how to actually
Mali ka daw sa MLBB page. Basic lang daw yung event. Indo po ba yan? Opo, Indo.
It was dictated by BTR, especially in the second phase of the draft.
Oh man. Yeah, now they have to really weigh out between the Lapu and just the fighters in general.
Tayong chance, Kelra. 2 times MPL na sana. Pero babawi yan.
I don't know if I think I don't think I can hear it. But there's a banger song on the back.
Bentings. Mali vision. Ano ba vision ni Bentings?
Okay, player head to head. Lutfi with that MVP. Shogun, I think even Jeffrey Nicole mentioned it earlier on. He's a really famous actor in Indonesia, by the way.
Morning.
It was like a highlight reel for Shogun, but in game 4, I think Lutfi was like, I think I gotta step up somewhere, somehow. So he successfully grabs his signature pick, his comfort pick. I think you guys already talked about it. throughout the breakdown of that previous game.
Right.
And he really showed what he was able to do.
But is this Bigatron also getting a bit lax though?
See, that's the
Because
thing.
that final fight, it didn't
What
work
do you
out,
think?
right? Initially they went for the Lapu, it didn't work out, and
Should've
then they
just backed off.
chased, bro. They
Yeah.
chased hard. And that was the moment where I was like, oh wait,
Kasama
this
yun?
does
Wala.
not look good.
I don't get it because it's the same mistake that they did in the first game that they used Akai. They expended all the resources, especially the heavy spin, which is the most valuable resource in that kind of composition. They should have got the note that you are building through the ultimate, then why the hell would you chase? It's a bad comp to chase anyway. And by the way, the Lilia pick, I think you mentioned it, Arashi. We're not really that big of a fan of that.
I think in hindsight, right? I think
Yeah.
initially there was some potential. It's good for kiting back. There's some safety for Moreno. But again, hate to keep harping about this, but the extra stun would have been so nice to guarantee some of those kills, to stop some of the dives coming in from Lutfi, from Kyrie as well. And the passive on the Zitian, I think would be very, a lot more beneficial compared to like just a simple black shoe.
Yeah,
you know?
personally, the bigger things. Oh, apparently someone is intruding us.
Yeah.
What?
It looks like Alyssa has an update for us from the festival. Let's see what she's up to.
Ada suaranya! Alisa berada di depan ribuan orang yang menyaksikan dan mendukung tim kesayangan
Predict event things 4-0. Oh.
kali ini. Tiketnya
Malas daw si Kera sa Grand Finals. Ba't naman malas?
tim kesayangan mereka bertanding.
Ilang minutes pa bago mag-start? Hindi ko nga na-timeran nakalimutan ko. Pero may timer din sa taas ito. 8 minutes. Tagal pa, no? Live naman to, no? Yan, live naman.
Alright, kalau gitu mulai dari barisan paling depan kita
Ako sana dyan kasi malakas ka mag-recall.
1, 2, 3. Woo!
ONIC explained to BTR that ONIC is an old house. Sabi ni Jaya.
Wow. Tapi ya, kalau boleh tahu nih, Alisa penasaran. Di sini tuh lebih banyak Sonic.
Daming lamok sa labas, makapasok na nga daw. Ba't sa labas kayo nanonood?
Sonic, mana suaranya?
Di nakaporma core ng BTR sa Frederick ni Kyrie.
Wow.
hindi ko rin alam guys, hindi ko naintindihan eh.
Sama Alisa langsung aja kita tanya-tanya di sini ada Big Troopers dan juga Sonic. Halo. Namanya siapa nih, Kak?
Turnip
Turnip. Kakak asalnya Sonic dari mana nih?
dari Batam.
Dari Batam. Kesini jauh-jauh untuk nonton MPL?
Oh, emang kerja di sini.
Oh, emang kerja di sini. Wow, ini pertama kalinya datang ke MPL atau gimana nih, Kak?
Ya, baru pertama kali.
Baru pertama kalinya. Euforianya seperti apa nih, Kak Turnip?
Wah, rame banget ya sampai ke belakang sana juga ya parkiran juga.
Ano, maglapo na naman si Lutfi mamaya. Malaki ang bag niya sa ONIC pag naglapo.
Doang dong. Di sini ada Big Troopers, namanya kakak siapa nih?
Fikri,
Fikri. Kamu dari mana, Kak Fikri?
Jaktim.
Oh, emang warga lokal ya, warlock ya. Ini nonton pertama
Sabi niya malakas daw Pilipino.
Ini ketiga kali. Iya, setelah season 13, season 15, ini season ke-17 di sini.
Wow, jadi setiap ada di Velodrome pasti ngedukung ya. Kenapa kali ini memilih untuk nonton di festival daripada di dalam?
Nggak dapet tiket.
Gak dapet tiket. Sama nggak alasannya?
Sama.
Gak dapet tiket. Siapa di sini yang gak dapet tiket juga? Oke, ini para warga di sini ternyata memilih untuk nonton di festival bukan karena mereka tidak ingin nonton di dalam, tapi kehabisan tiket karena warnya begitu susah. Kalau begitu kita mau coba dulu kali ya. Kamu Big Troopers pasti punya jargon-jargon khusus dong. Ajakin dong Big Troopersnya. Cobain semangatnya kan udah 3-1 nih. Silakan.
Sana all 19 Bali matalo ONIC importante. Paris secured na. Oo nga.
Kita akan terus mendukung.
Oo guys, Paris secured na sila.
Dan berhasil mendapat tahta MPL ID season 17. Bigetron win!
Gila Fikri, luar biasa semangatnya. Tapi kalau boleh tahu nih, kalau kamu punya wish season depan kamu pengennya venue-nya di mana sih?
Untuk season 18 saya berharap di Istora Senayan GBK. Iya.
Ini GBK, kalau di sini masnya pesan-pesan dulu nih buat ONIC supportnya dan kita coba dulu dong, what time is it?
Ayo Sonic yang ada di festival, what time is it? Oke,
Di daw basta-basta matatalo ONIC kasi may Pinoy.
comeback is real.
Comeback is real.
Luar biasa banget ya, kita tahu bahwa tadi udah sempat ini nggak sih mau copot nggak sih jantungnya ngelihat 3-0?
Lumayan tapi kita mental juara ya. Jadi kita percaya kita bisa comeback.
Kita bisa comeback. Well, let's see. Tapi kalau kamu punya satu wish, kamu pengen next season 18 venue playoff-nya di mana nih?
Di mana aja yang penting ONIC juara.
Tetap pokoknya dimanapun, yang penting ONIC juara. Mau di Velodrome, mau di GBK mungkin ya.
Ganun si Kuya.
Coba sekali lagi semangatnya ya. Kita masih akan coba humor.
Baka is real lang naintindihan ko. Same.
Oke, kalau begitu langsung
It's Ata.
sekali lagi kita akan coba 3, 2, 1. Woo! What time is it? Big Troopers! Win! Itu dia keseruan kita tadi di Game Winnings Festival. So, kita akan lihat apakah hasilnya akan sesuai harapan mereka ataukah sebaliknya. Panelis silakan take it over. Woo! Mana suaranya sekali lagi Game Winnings Festival? Wow!
It's a full house even outside.
Score daw. 1-3 po. Ito yung score na sa screen. Kaka-comment ko lang.
Season 16, where was season 16?
16.
Season 16, no,
Nice
season
pick.
16 was
Pick.
Pick.
Yeah, nice pick too.
Season 15 was
That's
Velodrome,
Velodrome
right?
again.
Yeah, so since season 15.
So it's the
2
Velodrome
seasons ago.
effect.
Yeah.
Velodrome
Or is it
effect.
because the Tyrants are on the brink of being overruled?
I think it's gonna be full house either way, whoever plays in the grand finals. That's just how it is in MPL Indonesia. We have so much people that really likes Mobile Legends, man. Once again, we want to appreciate everyone that made this possible.
Are you feeling cold, by the way? What's up with this?
I just want to show Cultured by Todak,
Cultured by
Indonesia.
Todak.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah, what's wrong
You,
with that?
you have a
Rashi?
problem with
I
that?
was assuming you're feeling cold.
You have a problem with that?
I said I was concerned that you were feeling cold. You understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I could be colder though.
How?
With Garnier.
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 Yeah.
You mean like this?
Looking good. Looking good. That's a combination of cold and good. Looking good.
Looking good.
The gameplay wasn't lacking at all, and the players' faces aren't lacking either, especially
Whoa.
Who's your
Maloyski.
choice?
He's thinking.
Maloyski.
He's thinking. Well,
Who's your choice, Arashi?
Super Ken.
Super Ken.
How about your
Alright.
choice, though? That's a lot of people's question.
My choice is not an MPL ID. But, ladies and gentlemen, let's focus back because Garnier Game Face Bundle is ready to buff your face, keeping you fresh, focused, and confident anytime. They are ready in your favorite mini market or the online stores to get your game face on. Alright, yeah.
Plus, now when you buy Garnier, you can get diamonds and other exciting prizes.
Cool.
So, can't waste any moment right here, man. Go get Garnier at your favorite mini market or online.
And while you get Garnier, get Bayou as well because it is a unique internet provider that's actually real. You get a number, it stays forever. So for Arashi, someone who likes to be inactive for like 90% of the time of the year, it is so valuable. No lag, no drama, full 24-hour internet data, and Arashi and you guys back at home can push rank anytime. Gaming together gets smoother, and you guys will be able to perform a lot better every single match. So, don't forget to switch to Bayou now and Dunya Games.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of deals on
You can
Dunya
scan
Games.
that QR code.
So there's no excuse to be late in replying to your bros, Rashi.
And even your job.
I mean, dude, I like I like being face to face.
Eterna. If I were to be late in maybe replying your messages, and I say that I'm in the moment kind of guy, is that an excuse or no?
No.
No?
No.
I'm just saying, I haven't touched my phone a single time throughout the whole grand finals.
Oh
My friends are wondering
God.
where I am right now, but I am in the grand finals, bro.
What if you get a girlfriend?
She needs to understand.
Oh my
I-
god,
I
bro.
don't think-
I'd be so upset.
There's something that can cheer you up though.
I'm very clingy, guys. What?
What is it?
That is the cards from One Play.
One play.
The virtual card.
The virtual card or the physical card?
I think it's the virtual card that has yet to drop.
Ah. Maybe at MSC, right around the
Maybe.
corner.
Maybe, perhaps.
Well-
So we're telling you this ahead of time because we don't want you to miss the, authentic signatures and the jersey relics that I think every collector would definitely dream of. So don't forget to scan the QR code down below there and follow One Play right now. You guys want to stay ahead of the crowd and, get ready to secure your favorite world-class players.
Ooh.
Now we can discuss world-class players. What's yours?
What do you mean?
World-class player.
What's the question?
What is your favorite world-class player? Oh, I mean, who is your favorite
What
world-class
is your
player?
Loisky.
Aloysius, yours?
Might be Kelvin.
Kelra.
How about you?
Mine is King Kong. I think he's so good.
Is he also like your pick that wasn't an MPL ID?
Yeah.
Yes? Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
okay,
That's
okay.
so good.
He is really good.
Almost as
He's so
good as this sausages, my guy.
Sausages.
How many flavors have you tried? Because I've tried 2.
One.
And they have yet to miss, bro. I gotta be real. The
Yeah.
smoked cheese is pretty good.
I have a confession. Yesterday, I ate 4 of them.
Wow.
I heard about that actually.
Yeah, and I'm not even casting.
That's
just came
insane.
here.
You just came
Stole the
over
food.
and started eating sausages. What?
He loves
Hey, free
sausages.
Game na. Nakaupo na yung mga players.
Yeah, and also it's
Tapos umalis
actually
ulit eh, no?
elite, and you guys
Okay.
get a chance to
I'm a bit
win
tense,
awesome meaty prizes until June 22, 2026.
Yes.
Check out their Instagram, So Good ID, for details on how to join to win those amazing prizes. That's the answer.
You can still feel the meat juices from that sausage, by the way.
I love the cheese.
Yeah, well, it's not dry, that's for sure.
The cheese is so good.
Yeah. I want to try this. Like, some of
I
these I
would
haven't
like
tried
a
yet.
bit more cheese in it, though.
Oh, you're a cheesy kind of guy. I
Yeah.
see.
As you know.
Oh.
But what we don't know is who will win finals MVP this year. All right, and this is specifically for MSC, and we can take a look. 2021, it was actually
sorry for
Kelra when he
laughing.
was back in Execration,
Why are you laughing?
where he won that year, I believe. Was it a PHPH Grand Finals?
Our
Which one?
first MSC?
Yeah, it was the online COVID one.
Dude, good times.
Do you remember that?
Wow, wow, wow.
2022, it was Emman winning
RSGRQ.
Finals MVP, RSGRQ. I remember crying there. Not
ONIC
a
Blacklist.
great time. 2023, it was Keyboy. So we have a stacked amount of players here
3 of them are in the grand
finals. Exactly.
What?
3 of which have won finals MVP and MSC, and they get a chance.
Nasa
to
30k plus daw duty 50.
still have that ticket.
Pero sa may discount daw sa block
I just wanna say,
upline.
what a glow up from Kelra.
I think all the players have blowed up over the years.
Yeah.
Every single one.
Us too.
Amen.
Amen. I think it's factual, no?
Yo!
We appreciate it. We appreciate it. We appreciate it.
Right.
DZZ.
A potential final game once again. We're still at championship points. Not just match point, but championship point as we get into the drafts.
Dangerous grass,
For
could it be?
game number 5,
Baksha na daw ulit si Kyrie. Expanding rivers.
Get your boat shoes on. We are getting in the river. Fast rotations here. If ONIC double down on the early game approach, this could be dangerous. But hey, Bigatron first pick. It's a bit of a curveball. ONIC needs to be careful about this one.
Just want to say the game has been amazing, but for my own enjoyment, I would like to not see another utility jungler.
Why?
Because.
Trying to keep
See value in me?
I just like seeing assassins, man.
You should.
All right. Well, if they don't ban the Baksha, it is. If they ban the Baksha, it will indeed be an assassin type of game, but it will not be the case. Baksha for Bigatron? Is this something that
I
ONIC
wonder.
are trying to bait them into?
Yeah, you know what? The fact that ONIC is letting go of it is pretty sus as well. But I think Penny at this point is a bit more valuable than the Babsha. And we haven't seen a Kai on Kyrie. The last time I
23 yung 256, 27 yung 512. Oh, yan.
And I dubbed him
May
as
information
best
na.
player in the world that time.
Oh, that was you.
Yeah.
Infinix.
Best player in the word. In the word.
Oh, the word. Word?
Yeah.
From Infinix member.
Word. Okay.
Oh, di ulit binan yung Atlas.
First two picks, the Claude makes a lot of sense. Is there gonna be a curveball?
Kukunin kaya yung Atlas.
Will they pick the Lapu away from Ludwig? That's a big question too.
I'm not sure.
Don't they want to pick their jungler first?
I
Do
think
you think Ludwig will be red 3?
it's just gonna be a Harith even, just like usual. As per usual for Bigatron Alpha or Bigatron by Vitality.
Could be. Back to basics.
If they don't want to stray away from what made them strong in the first place, that is picking the simple ones. But it's not gonna be Harith. You know what? I like the Moskov more than the Harith.
The Mount.
Because the funny thing is, yesterday in the lower bracket finals, the team to pick up the Harris was actually the team to lose against the Claude. So maybe there's more playability or just survivability with the Moskov. I don't understand why the Harris has been, losing a lot.
I guess there's self-peel for the Moskov. That's something that the other marksmen don't really have. I mean, you can push someone back. That's already a big deal. You can reposition once with your skill, second, 2 times with the battle spell, third time with the Spear of Destruction. So maybe that's the reason.
I think it's also because of the fact that Harith is only one cycle kind of dude. Once the Man Force is out, then you are cooked. Trust me, I'm a Geek fan. I know the best.
Okay.
Interesting.
But it looks like Ludwig's hero will not be contested there in red 3. It's actually going to be the Leomord pick for Kyrie. And now, if BTR wants, they could eliminate that out. But they banished Soul first, even though the Atlas is gone.
By the way, it's not just the Lapu, even though I think he's more dangerous than that hero. But the Yuzhong is also a Ludwig's signature back then. And ONIC really likes to play the Yuzhong against this kind of composition when you have a Yves in the back. And you can play both strong side and weak side for Ludwig.
And it's a lot of crowd control. The Furious Dive and also the Petrifying. 2 layers. The Kalia being banned out here. Once again, despite the fact that both teams were kind of EXP-centric in the previous game, the rolling position is where most of the attention is being expended.
Yeah.
Khalid?
Oh, yeah, right around the area.
They don't have a roamer either though, so... But I don't think could they make this one with a Khalid? I think they could for Bigatron, but there's better options for them, so banning it wouldn't be bad.
I just want to say that I feel bad for the roamer in this match specifically because the series is not built for them having finals MVP at all.
No, absolutely not.
It is how it is. It is what it is.
Like you mentioned, the Khalid taken out.
All right.
They are going deep into the roamers as hero pool for both Keyboy and Finn.
Get a roamer here, take away one more option from Finn. And
Nakamute pala ako. Nag-aral si Kelran ng language dyan. Pag ini-interview siya, yung language niya dyan yung salita niya.
I didn't believe in it, by the way, seeing the high loss for Keyboy, but...
Hindi na niya kailangan ng
It's
ng Tagalog translator. Dati tina-translate pa ni Kyrie, ngayon diretso na siya ng salita.
Just by one step, and you see what the opponent is trying to do.
It's a probing.
Very good, very good.
All right. Is it gonna be a front to back for Bigatron though, or do they wanna be a bit more aggressive? With the Yves and Moskov, it has to be a bit of a front to back.
Yeah.
Against a Leomord high loss, there's not a lot of ways for them to escape from a dive.
Is this Boxia black?
It can be, but
against I think it's gonna be a glue or something, right?
Okay, could work.
Oh, good call. Good call. So it turns out the Yuzhong will be for BTR by Vitality instead of for ONIC. I like that. And Shogun, I think he made some plays.
Lapu again.
Oh, this is like the old school TikTok matchup
Oh,
right
yan,
here.
walang Atlas, guys. Binan kasi.
The Lapu into the glue, by the way. He's gonna be healing so much. It's gonna be ridiculous.
So, quick predictions. BTR Onyx.
Si Lutpi hindi pinayin.
Yeah.
More even.
Feels the most 50-50 out of all of them, to be honest.
But
can't
I think ONIC has an edge here though.
For me, I like the E from Moreno.
All right, so one for BTR,
I think my pick would be for ONIC.
one for Onyx.
But it's
Pure
still very
50-50.
very close.
Still, ladies and gentlemen, we hyped the previous game up, and the fact of the matter is we are still at championship point. Can Onyx push through? We're throwing it over to our casters.
When their backs were against the wall, the Kings finally struck back. And for the first time tonight, ONIC reminded everyone why dynasties are so hard to kill. But the mission for Bigatron remains unchanged. The resistance is still breathing, and slowly will they occupy the walls of the Velodrome. Championship point still, but this isn't. ONIC against Bigatron by Vitality.
Here we go. Into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. ONIC going for the signature Hylos and Jusin. This is like their bread and butter, dude. In this meta, at least, you know. I like the fact that Cho and the Khalid got banned out. But yeah, Chevin called him, man. This Yuzong, Lapu Lapu, TikTok, 1v1 type of deal. It's all about mechanics in the XP lane at this point, right? Who's gonna win, the Yuzong or the Lapu Lapu? In those TikTok edits, Chevin, did the Yuzong win or the Lapu Lapu win usually?
Waiting for his answer. We can't really hear him, but yeah. The classic matchup. It's all about skill. You know, the players using each hero obviously will win out, but Aman will wait. But that's why the Art of Thievery is very good to last hit that Gold Crab. The Glue and the Yeve up against the Hylos and the Jusin. The Glue pretty good up against the Hylos because like the Hylos will always walk up close first in the team fight, and Glue really wants to stick to the Hylos. But look at that movement coming in. And by Bayou. Yeah, fully stuck together for both mid laners. And the Bargain Hunter for Aman, because he is going to focus on just farming up a storm. But look at Lyle rolling in.
Yup, this is the classic though. Every time you have a Yuzong on Bigatron, they're always looking for that shield unity into the Furious Die Petrify gank into the XP. So you gotta be wary of that. Shogun gets level 4 first.
It's the Black Dragon form. And both teams, the XP laners at least, will play between cycles. That famous fighter, Black Dragon form 2. And up top, it's just gonna be another battle, you know, the classic gold lane league side. But here we go, BDF.
Yep. Dragon coming down now onto Kai. Petri as well. Kai gonna be caught in the RWM. Shogun's just taking him out. ONIC forced a fight that was just not favorable for them. And now Sans walking up again. Looks like he's gonna be trying to go for the famous fighter. He still has it. He jumps on the Shogun who doesn't have anything, but now it's gonna be Shogun trying to get the DOT. Gets it in time, but he gets stunned up. And in the end, it's Moreno who gets the kill. And it's Bigatron with a big win early.
It's disastrous for ONIC. They were trying to hold on to the turtle. They were trying to get that objective, but everyone was so far away from one another. And now, Bigatron by Vitality, they have an advantage. A kill towards Shogun and Moreno as well. And look at that, Shogun munching on the plates of that bottom side turret. Kyrie, a bit behind, but in terms of level, is still on par with Nile. And now we will talk about that matchup earlier on. I think Shogun did have some assistance on killing and taking down Lutfi. Was Moreno as well with a final Void Crystal. Auto attack. So now ONIC, obviously they still have that power. And the Leomord, the Lapu Lapu 2, we knew what happened in the previous game where Lapu of Lutfi was able to carry the game just so far.
And this is why I think in the regular season, me and Sheffin particularly did not like Kyrie on the Leomord, because it just feels so one-dimensional. It's something that you need to utilize to control neutral objectives, and if you don't, then you're kind of cooked. It's not over yet. Luckily for the Leomord, his power spike lasts all the way to mid-game after you get that ultimate.
Yeah.
But again, when you have Kyrie, usually I think you'd expect something more multi-dimensional, something that can, like the Fredgen. We saw the Fredgen earlier. We saw how good he can be on it. Even the Lancelot, you know, those assassins especially.
Yeah, gonna farm fast as well. I think Leomord, not too bad of a clear, especially with the skill 1, but first item from Moreno. Blood Wings again, movement speed, extra shield, and the damage too. And now again, the turtle. Will ONIC be able to defend this? They're gonna play in cycles again. Lutfi is gonna come by. Aman has the SOD to respond to potential 4v5.
That's quite big. Shogun shows up top. Finn's gonna try to go on Lutpi now as he's gonna have to take, I think, a stun from Finn. He's trying to jump in now. Nile as well. Black Dragon Form coming down as Nile's gonna go in, and that's gonna be the art of Yemen. Kai mounted on, thrown back. Lutpi going for the damage, but it's just not enough right now as BTR are too tanky. Spear of Misery from Iman. Shogun tearing them apart as the retreat comes through, and Iman's gonna go for the kill on Lutpi.
Lutpi shoved back. It was Iman saving Moreno with that Spear of Misery, and Bigatron by Vitality. They pulverize ONIC. The Sky Kings, completely clueless in most of the team fights. They are lost, and the early game from Bigatron arrives in the nick of time.
Realize, I don't know. Last game was so clean because they understood their win conditions so well. Is this a case of ONIC just placed on a win condition that is impossible against the Yuzong, or them forcing things? Because, again, it was kind of the same approach. And this time, the glue, Keyboy let go of him. He basically let Finn get on Kai.
Especially up against a Leo Mord. A Hylos too, that really wants to run towards the enemies. That glue will thrive so much. And now you see ONIC on a chokehold with their win conditions. Obviously, it's going to be running down towards Bigatron by Vitality. The Sieve is also very, very fragile. There's a Claude over there. There's a Lapu Lapu as well. We just run it down towards the Eve. But it seems like it's able to survive because of the peel that Bigatron brings to the table. The Baxia peels pretty well. Shogun can just access the backline so easily. We don't even think about damage. Lutpi.
Oh, Shield Unity petrifying the Furious dive into the Dragon now. Pops into Poissons. ONIC collapse on him, but I don't even think this is a good idea. The whole team's coming down. If they can survive for just a more, oh, they do! Fitting with the slam and the pass, and now the mount down is asking for the mobilization! Shogun and Nile against the Sky Kings! And they beat them straight up!
ONIC collapse again. They're forcing their hand way too early. Moreno against Sans. Will it be a kill?
No, it won't.
No, hold up.
There's a flicker, Moreno! The Maestro, stunned up by Lutpi, denied him a kill.
Moreno.
But he dodges Lutpi's blade. One last shot in there. He's gonna go for the mount. And now it's Lutpi baited in by the Maestro. He's able to flick around the safety. Now the glorious pathway coming down. And Shogun to be covered, lazy to weapon. Shogun is able to turn things around for a bit. And Mine gonna go for the 3 hits. Been stunned by the Law and Order. Kyrie on the steed.
Wow, that was so quick. Moreno, fleet footwork showing it again. Just moving around left and right, dodging the blade. And then came in the backup. But it was far too gone. At least they were able to shut down Shogun. But what does it mean? A 5.2k gold lead. ONIC, they need to play from behind. At least there is scaling, but only on the Claude. The Leo Mort really wants to thrive in the mid game later on. War Axe into the Fury Hammer for that extra bit of damage. But so far, nothing out of the ordinary just yet.
Despite the 5,000 gold lead, despite the position that Bigatron have, yes, better scaling, all that. You can never count the Sky Kings out until they're truly out. Sansa becomes a beacon, bring it Finn back. Now it's gonna be Finn Tater targeted down, but he is able to find a mount on the boy. That's a full damage on Lutpi. Iman gets the Spear of Misery and an SOD. That's Shogun.
He's gonna fall to Shogun too. Bigatron by Vitality. Turn the pages. And now the castle walls are breached. Slowly but surely.
If you're attempting a coup, you have to go for the throat. Iman and Shogun, they did just that. Now it's a 7,000 gold lead for Bigatron, and the dynasty of ONIC is on its last legs.
Bigatron has always been the kryptonite for ONIC, but tonight they seem so close to reaching out and have a taste on what glory feels like. ONIC, will that kryptonite come down and haunt them once more? This Lord is uncontestable, and the resistance lives on. That Lord secured by Bigatron.
Oh god.
They're looking for something. Their Finn very gladly stands tall. That's the glue, mind you. And with this lead, with this potential, there is no way Bigatron can throw this.
Iman's gonna go on the turret. San's putting the light on him. Bigatron's gotta remember, this is still the Sky Kings they're up against. Even now, there's always a chance. The real-time victory rate on the side of Bigatron, 71% to 29%, presented by our official gaming phone, Infinix GT50 Pro. And Bigatron will play it slow.
71%. That is so close to victory.
Oh,
can they make something happen?
God dang, that piercing damage from Aman Spears. It's zoned both the Ks, Kyrie and Kelra. Lower to the bottom lane, putting the tier 2 down.
And at this point, that passive becomes a poke, Mirko. If they want to play that front to back, it is so good to poke back ONIC without having to expend any valuable resource. That Moskov is going to hit like a truck. They're marching on the base.
The Dragon coming down, the walls are crumbling. Slowly but surely. Look at the piercing damage again. Now going to be lifted up, but he's still able to pop in and Tortoise with Poissons for a bit. ONIC defend. Just a base turret taken by Bigatron as that's the win nature for Eman. A big power spike. There is very little magic damage from ONIC. One of the ways they could come back in this game was through a miraculous Kelra Kyrie dive, maybe a Lutpi dive, but now with the win of nature, it seems like they have neutralized that threat.
Yep. Still holding on. Chastise for Shogun. What's going to be the win con now for ONIC? It's way to tunnel vision, it seems like. Kyrie so far behind. Kelra just caught in a pin down and a potential petrify. You would hope that the quad could get like a blazing duet, a big one too. In favor of turning the fight around for ONIC, the Bigatron are so relentless. They can play with the cycles, they can engage, disengage. This Black Dragon form, that's a Boxia that's gonna roll into you multiple times. But ONIC, they have only one window and one window. Lutpi with the Bravest Fighter, Kyrie with the Phantom Steed, and possibly Kelra will follow suit. But what if that fails? No one's gonna come there to save them. And Bigatron, for the first time in forever, it seems very close. They have a sniff of that silverware. But it's not over until it's over. The Sky Kings, they are battle tested. They have been through hell multiple times. But let's see if Bigatron can bring on the Inferno.
Wave down below, slow pushing. ONIC playing it safe in their base with this kind of composition. Trying to just hold on. They don't have good wave clear, but it is all they can do. If they fight outside of the base, they are as good as dead, and that would mean Bigatron is winning out. The face of the man who's been doubted by thousands on your screen, Theo Nile.
Yep, holds his breath deeply. But it's gonna be another siege. ONIC can't contest this, like you said. It's gonna be sudden death. It's gonna be sure death if they contest this. They're just caged in their own empire, a crumbling one.
In their own castle walls, in the drome that is known as home for ONIC. We saw that in the TIFO. We saw that confidence from the fans, from the org, from the coaching staff, and from the players. But the Maestro will take the purple buff, conducting the jungle camps of ONIC to move for him.
Now look at the believers. The ones that has joined the resistance believe in the movement. And Bigatron by Vitality. It is now or never. The Lord will come marching in. Up top, down bottom, still intact, but they go for the conceal play.
Spin to the bottom lane, gonna go for Kai! He's dead, the Sky King has fallen! The walls are crumbling! The throne is burning! ONIC have dealt with the Lord. Pokemon's gonna be poked down by Moreno. No RBM, but the Dragon comes around as the P comes in again. But that's gonna be Iman, piercing him down. That's the mount down as the P goes out! A full fight onto Kelra with a blazing duet. Saber survive right now as Sans goes in again. He pulls Shogun back. But Moreno takes him out.
Oh, BTR champions! Oh, grabe si Moreno.
With a dream. And for 8 long years, that
Congrats, BTR!
near misses, collapsed, runs, and a name they could never escape.
Grabe.
Turn to the workshop again.
Sabi ka na eh. Nako, nasa na yung mga nagsabi di daw papasok pag natalo ONIC. Sabi nyo ha.
Tigan nyo yan. At yun.
Bad yun, bad yun. Sabi nyo kasi, ba't kasi kaya nagsabing ganun eh, natandaan tuloy namin. First time BTR nag-champion. Dito muna. Meron na naman daw iiyak. Meron naman sa laruan, lamang na lamang yung BTR. Hindi mo na papasok sa trabaho bukas.
Have not merely joined the Kings, they have become the Kings. Maestro Moreno from season 10.
Congratulations, congratulations.
Shogun season 16 with Nael. Been the human who's been entrusted all the way from season 13, but I've never seen stage play.
Oo nga na, may pumus na nga palang 10k. Naku po. Ba't kasi? Gusto daw siyang 10k sa ONIC siguro. Oh no.
The man from MPL, Airpop. Coach, goddamn pen. Everyone, a part of the machinery that refuses to fall when everyone doubts them, that refuses to surrender when they get dismantled. And for once, the Sky Kings, after so long being up in the clouds, they get a taste of what it feels like to stand deep underground. Immortal no more. They'll have to fight.
Salute, Eman. Finals MVP, sino kaya?
We have crowned our King Phoenix.
Walang papasok bukas. XP daw nila yung MVP.
The place they call their empire, where the dynasty has been carved for years. 100% win rate in the sacred arena. Bigatron committed sacrilege right in the grounds where the Sky Kings rest.
Yeah.
And now
Kanina.
for good. These Bigatron are back. The red robots stand upon the ruins.
Nakaka-boring. Bakit?
Indonesia has ever seen.
Yung mid laner ang MVP daw mo.
Look at that silverware. Ladies and gentlemen, Bigatron by Vitality.
Uy, masaya si Mirko! Yan ang ni Mirko team eh.
Champions, finally. Now they can open that cabinet they've been waiting to fill with the silverware. They are your King Phoenix of MPL ID Season 17. But that is it from us, from Realize, and from Mirko. And for Mirko, it's a thirst finally quenched. A thirst for 10 whole seasons. Thank you, my goats. That's why you're my goats. And we'll throw it over to our hosts, Bude and Sabila. Take it away.
Ako sa music nila.
Kita panggil Ibu Gloria Pamela, selaku wakil ketua bidang kompetisi PB memberikan range
Mahina si Kera pag mahina daw yung kasama. Hindi naman mahina yung kasama na eh.
Momen yang telah mereka nantikan berseason-season, bahkan bertahun-tahun, bukan hanya menjadi grand finalis, namun kali ini mereka yang mendapatkan medali untuk kemenangan yang mereka benar-benar perjuangkan.
Yes, perjalanan mereka di regular season mungkin tidak begitu mulus, tapi akhirnya mereka berhasil untuk jadi pemenang di MPL Indonesia Season 17.
Kemenangan yang tentunya akan menandakan sejarah baru bagi MPL Indonesia,
Beyond
khususnya di
this.
Jakarta International Velodrome, karena pada akhirnya venue ini mendapatkan juara terbaru.
Dimana kita melihat sekarang para player yang sudah memakai medal dan juga menggunakan cincin kemenangan, membuat mereka tersadar bahwa mereka lah pemenang untuk di season 17 dan menjadi sejarah baru di Jakarta International Velodrome.
Medali pertama, cincin pertama, title pertama.
Dapat ONIC nandito. Hindi sila nanalo. Paes early ni Kera, nakakasabay din sa gold ng ng BTR. Kaso, early palagi makapag-flash ni Kyrie.
Bahwa Bigetron by Vitality, mereka berhasil untuk mendapatkannya. Senyum bahagia, jari yang begitu gemerlap, ditambah medali yang terlihat asik di diri Bigetron by Vitality.
Yes, betul sekali kita bisa melihat pastinya
Lakas na music nila.
menunjukkan medal dan juga cincinnya. Namun pastinya kami mengucapkan kepada Ibu Gloria dan juga Bapak Julius untuk dapat kembali ke tempat, dan kami turut mengundang kepada Bapak Sergio Tico Alus selaku Infinix Sea Marketing Director untuk dapat memberikan hadiah Infinix Phone GT40 Pro and Giant Check kepada Bigetron by Vitality. Banyak sekali yang akan mereka dapatkan, tapi tentu saja Bapak Sergio udah dinantikan. Ini dia, satu persatu akan mendapatkan Infinix GT50 Pro. Wow, bisa makin jago lagi untuk mempersiapkan
Kera, GT50 Pro.
WC. Betul sekali, sekarang kita akan sedang melihat bahwa satu persatu sudah mulai memegang dari Infinix GT50 Pro, dan sesaat lagi nantinya kita akan melihat adanya Giant
Bawi
Check
daw next year, promise.
kita hari ini kepada
Di pa pala ako nag... Ano? Lagay ng match result, no? Match result. Kahit nasa screen naman na.
sudah memberikan segalanya untuk momen ini. Perjuangan serta berhari-hari, berseason-season. Mungkin mereka telah menantikan momen ini.
Para akong kasi talong ONIC. Ano daw?
untuk dapat diberikan Giant Check kepada pemenang kita, yaitu Bigetron by Vitality. Lalu kita akan berfoto bersama untuk dapat mengabadikan momen yang luar biasa pada malam hari ini. Jangan lupa siapkan gaya terbaiknya.
Ano meron sa Paris? Ano, yung EWC.
Title terbaru didapatkan oleh tim Bigetron by Vitality. The New King Phoenix. Title yang mereka dapatkan dengan penuh keyakinan
Dan juga penuh perjuangan, di mana kita bersama-sama melihat perjalanan mereka, perjuangan mereka dari regular season sampai dengan di malam ini.
Kami ucapkan terima kasih, dan selanjutnya semuanya pasti bertanya-tanya dari Best of 7 ini yang hanya dimainkan 5 game saja. Siapakah yang akan menjadi Final MVP?
Sino kaya? Files MVP.
Bikin Troopers siapa? Inilah dia, final MVP dari Bigathon by Vitality.
Sino? Moreno!
Moreno the Maestro, sang kapten berseason-season yang membela Bigathon by Vitality. Saat ini, selain mendapatkan title terbaru, rupanya ia juga merebut gelar final MVP.
Yes, di mana perjuangan yang luar biasa sekali dari Moreno. Tapi kita akan mengundang kepada Ibu Vina Julita selaku Infinix Indonesia PR and Social Media Manager untuk dapat memberikan Infinix Trophy, device dan juga giant check kepada final MVP kita, Moreno.
Moreno.
Kali ini di season 17, semua mata tertuju pada Moreno. Satu mid laner yang terlihat begitu berbeda. Dia mendapatkan final MVP dari performa yang luar biasa, performa yang apik dan mekanik yang apik.
Memberikan kejutan yang luar biasa di playoff stage dan Moreno berhasil mendapatkan gelar final MVP di MPL Indonesia season 17.
Sang kapten, the maestro, Moreno. Boleh kasih tepuk tangannya dari semua Superman Moreno.
Tama ka, mid lane.
Kepada Ibu Vina Julita, kami persilakan untuk dapat kembali ke tempat duduknya. Terima kasih banyak Ibu.
Ganda na mid laner, hindi MVP. Siya kay MVP. June 18 pa yung EWC. Ano yan? Asian Games yan. July pa EWC.
Teammate yang udah selalu ngedukung gua selama ini, keluarga gua, pasangan gua. Supposed to be-nya gua double MVP, but gua gak terlalu peduli lah. Akhirnya gua bisa buktiin, ini MVP pertama gua. Let's go!
Let's go! Sudah langsung ya, nggak sabar ya? MSM IWC.
Karena kita sama-sama udah gak sabar buat ke Paris, jadi Panjo!
Panjo!
Luar biasa sekali, dan sekarang teman-teman Bigathon by Vitality boleh mendekatkan lihat trofi dan nantinya akan diangkat bersama-sama untuk trofinya. Oke, teman-teman Bigathon by Vitality ready? Boleh ke arah trofinya, ke arah piala kalian. Nantinya akan diangkat bersama-sama. Karena ini adalah kemenangan kalian. Ini adalah gelar kalian, the new King Phoenix. Inilah dia, Bigathon by Vitality.
Mid user ako, baka mag-MVP ako. Hingi akong balato kay Moreno. Congratulations! Congratulations!
Ini adalah momen untuk bikin Troopers yang telah dinantikan. Momen untuk merayakan bahwa the new King Phoenix telah hadir, telah terlahir sejarah baru bagi Bigathon by Vitality. Itulah dia. Semua mata tertuju pada Bigathon by Vitality benar-benar berjuang. Pada akhirnya season 17 menjadi season yang mereka dapatkan kesabaran, perjuangan, dan juga tentu saja mereka mereka sudah memberikan yang terbaik di babak grand final ini. ONIC pun mereka taklukkan. Dan betul sekali karena kita melihat kejutan yang diberikan oleh Bigetron by Vitality di grand final match kita membuat Bigetron bersorak-sorai pada malam hari ini. Permainan yang begitu apik. Mereka pada akhirnya mendapatkan yang mereka inginkan.
May supa si Kairi.
Jangan lupa bahwa
Ano na, Bentings? Mali yung prediction niya. May laro ba bukas? Wala eh. Ang next na tournament na yung Asian Games.
dan semuanya kita turut berterima kasih kepada MPL Indonesia 17 powered by London, presented by PBFC, presented by Official Gaming Phone in Phoenix, Official Wallet Gome, Official Gaming Channel dan Official Reward Partner. Ada Peri Games serta untuk partner ini sport kita, Garnet, Fire Dunia Games, Games Next One Play dan So Good. Ditambah supplier IndiHome, Quick Indomaret, yang Choice Aqua, Tayo, Jakarta 5 Abad, pemerintah provinsi DKI Jakarta dan Ekraf. Tidak lupa untuk venue kita yang luar biasa. Official venue partner kita ada Jakarta International Velodrome. Di sini Budaya Monster dan juga Fabiola Aprilia, pastinya kita berdua pamit undur diri. Terima kasih banyak kepada seluruh
Ang dami ng BTR members.
berada bersama-sama. Mari kita serukan MPL Indonesia Season 17. We on this.
We own this. Sabi na may sumpa talaga yung TP. Ano rank on next season? Eh, hindi ko alam. Wala pa naman yung next season. Oh, good night na guys. Congratulations ulit sa BTR. Nice G pa din sa ONIC ID. May Paris pa naman. Good night guys. Salamat sa mga tumabay at nakipagchikahan. Bye-bye po. See you ulit next tournament. Sana bumalik kayo. Samahan niyo ako manood. Bye-bye!